If anybody want to ask on YouTube, it's the AJ and Tyler Show,
The Grind
Podcast. Please follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tyler, you gotta scoot in a little more.
I haven't got my
Gotta get in
headphones.
where you get in.
I don't got it.
They
They don't have
There you go.
They don't have to see me. I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah, you like to say hit him, but
It's
they
my
need to
cup.
see the
I
other
just like to
person.
be-
It's my
within this,
cup.
okay?
You
What's
know,
up, you guys? Thank you for hopping on the live. What's up,
Yeah.
Brian?
What's up, B9?
Look.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Ooh.
We got an error. We got an error, y'all.
Okay.
Oh no, it says it's good.
Okay, we
I mean, if it's working, it's working.
all right.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That part.
All right, my boy, then cue it up.
Okay.
If you ready,
Oh yeah.
cue it up. If you ready, cue it up.
Oh,
One, thank you so much for having us.
no
Yes,
problem.
We didn't start it yet, so.
No worries.
You will never.
YouTube, okay, YouTube. All right, what's the song called?
I just told you. It starts with an L.
Why you sound like you ain't twins of whisper?
Leave the door open. Hey,
She do this
Alright.
so good.
Leave the door open.
drinking this wine.
Oh,
Yeah.
Y'all
Leave.
said you do.
Hey, it's up. It's right there.
Alright,
Cue it. Let's go.
Okay.
alright, we queuing it up.
All right,
Here we go.
There can't be two alpha type. The world needs calm. In theaters on HBO Max, March 31st, rated PG-13.
Okay, here we go. Hope y'all like the song.
Don't too bad.
What you do? Where you at? Oh, you got plans. Say that. Shut your trap. I'm sipping wine. In a road. I look too good to be alone. My house clean. My pool warm. Just shake smooth like a newborn. We should be dancing, romancing in the east wing and the west wing. This mansion is so if you're trying to leave these arms, I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open, girl. I'ma leave the door open. That you feel the way I feel, like I'm running, like I'm watching nothing. Tell me that you're coming through. You're so sweet, so tight. I won't bite unless you like. If you smoke, I got the haze. And if you're hungry, girl, I got the lace. Oh, baby, don't keep.
Yo. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Grind Podcast, episode 11.
EP11. Welcome, y'all. Welcome. It's your host, AJ180, turning around, the infamous one. And my co-host, Tita Tanksley. Tyler.
Anyways,
Tyler.
we got some
Tyler's
special
here,
guests in the building. Without further ado, one person, Chanda.
He on that same.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't
Either
let
way.
him out here.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Chanda. You can introduce yourself.
Matter
Go
of
ahead,
fact,
talk your
Currency
talk.
shouted me out today. If you guys can see,
Currency, shout out my boy. Currency, come on the podcast, bro. Yes, sir. Come on the podcast, bro. We love chopping up with you.
Our other guest, Brittany.
Brittany!
What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
How you doing? How's
And,
all my Wendy boys? Okay. Personalities.
So on our last episode, as you guys know, that we had it was Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? We have 4 kings at the table. Did a little talking about the culture, whatever. But you know, it's time to get a woman's point of view. You know,
Yes,
we
I
wanted
agree.
a woman's side, some beautiful, intelligent, creative Black women to just be an example of Black girl magic. You know, Black excellence up here. So
Like Queens.
we got to do it for the women. This is all for the flowers for the women. So this
Happy
is what it
International
is.
Women's Month, y'all.
For sure, for sure.
Woo!
I mean,
This-
y'all basically
Hey,
took over our
alright.
whole thing.
Hey,
Yeah, you know,
just change the banner. That's it.
Exactly.
Change the banner, and y'all got a
They
podcast.
literally took over. Which I ain't mad at. So yeah, introduce yourself. Oh, that's fine.
Man, that's actually, yeah.
Sorry,
You guys,
we're the
like,
guests. We're sorry. AJ
Yeah.
and Tyler are the guests.
They
They're your
just
hosts
need
for
to-
tonight.
So we let them
Exit
have it.
stage left.
We're just, you know.
Yeah.
But
It's okay. It's okay.
yeah,
It's
so-
y'all show.
you know, tell us about yourself. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all have going on? If y'all have businesses, go ahead. Whichever one want to go first. Talk y'all talk.
Yeah,
Whatever.
just introduce yourself.
Oh, thank you for
Exactly.
my
Go
name
ahead.
right.
Yes,
Oh, thank you. See, we got each other's names right. Chanda.
Brittany, hey, gotta be got this.
We show.
I don't know what they want.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just chilling. I'm just here.
This starts
You know, they're men.
I'm just here.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's all.
We appreciate you.
Don't
We
say
do
take
men.
this off.
We not
I
too
just sit
strong
here
and
and
too
smile.
proud to say
If I
that.
need y'all to move something, need y'all move something.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
What-
what I
what-
did.
Whatever y'all
Need
need.
a jar
Whatever you
open, need a spider kill.
I need manual labor
Yeah,
Okay.
that part.
Call
Put
us.
stuff
We
together.
got you.
For
Free of charge.
Yeah.
Whatever you need.
Okay.
Real. I'm serious. Call
Yeah.
us.
Okay.
Okay,
I got
really
a
don't
planner
put
that
into
needs to
that.
be moved.
I
A
got
car?
all of that.
A planner.
Oh, a planner?
A 20-foot planner that needs to be moved.
Oh, okay. I thought you said car for a minute. Like,
I
you
ain't
trying to move
I ain't
up?
moving. Sorry.
Started. Oh, wow.
Okay.
So just turn it off.
Put it in neutral and let it roll.
Oh my gosh.
Just keep it
Say
safe.
this line. Yeah, I was gonna say the
Oh,
orange
it's
is
not
all
hard.
yes. And the essential oils makes it
Y'all.
faster.
Oh my God, tell them.
Okay. Well,
Okay, who
basically,
y'all are? Talk y'all talk.
she's over here promoting my essential oil blend.
Yeah.
That pure good stuff
What
that
y'all
you
know
can,
about it?
you know, ingest. You can cook. I put it on my salmon. Okay. I be putting it in my water. Drink a half a gallon of water because I be just switching up the oils.
Shanda puts
Oh,
it.
you
Yeah,
can put
she's
it in
like,
your drink?
boom, boom.
It's in
Yeah.
mine too.
It's a whole vibe. You
Is it
need
in
that.
Is it in mine?
Right.
You act like,
Look,
is
look,
it
there you
spicy?
go. There you go.
It
It
takes
was
the whole-
like, oh,
You know, you
is it
can use
spicy?
cinnamon.
This
Essential oil in your coffee. Yeah.
What the
It
heck?
turns it up
It
to another
tastes
level.
good.
What is this, y'all?
Yeah,
This
this
is
is
the
fire.
takeover of the
What
Grind
is this?
Podcast.
We're gonna do the beers next. You can ask for us the beer.
Oh,
Make it a wellness
you right,
beer.
All right.
bro.
So yeah,
Hey, shout out to our live viewers, man. Shout out to our live viewers.
Oh,
Much
no,
love
everybody.
Shout out to y'all.
Thank you guys.
Thank you
feel
for
free
tapping
to
in.
feel
Ask
free to ask
questions,
questions, chime in.
comments, whatever you guys want to do to participate and
Yeah.
join in on the podcast.
Can you
Yeah,
do me
yeah.
a favor and scroll in?
Oh, scrolls?
No, the calendar
Oh, what?
app thing.
Oh, yeah, my bad, my bad.
Nah,
There you
it's all
go.
good.
There
Thank
you go.
you. Appreciate
Well,
it.
yeah.
See, we do need things.
I'm a little lit.
You know,
Tell
we're
them.
gonna-
Tell the public.
Oh,
like,
wait, this is
tell our.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is all our
And
first
the
time. 'cause
smell
I had
did
never
something,
tried it.
right?
Yeah, you
Right.
smell it. It's a
What
whole
is it?
You gonna
aroma.
have me buying oil from
It's-
online all the time now.
This essential oil. You literally need to use
That's
this
so
brand because you ain't gonna get these same
You
effects
watch
with
what's about
something
to
else.
Okay.
That
Why
is
black
where it's
people
at.
so creative?
That's okay. I
Why
got it. I
y'all
got
just y'all don't know. Black
it.
people,
I got it.
we've been doing this for a long time.
You know
That's
what?
amazing.
Since we're
Right.
talking about that, I gotta say something. Being
Go ahead.
black, we start the movement of everything. I'm not saying that makes us better than anybody. It
What I'm
doesn't.
saying.
Right. Shut up.
It's our
No.
culture.
No.
But what I'm saying is,
Our
we
movement.
start the movement for everything.
This is
Amen.
good stuff. Hey,
Those
y'all need to
rights you
try
got
this.
is because the rights we didn't get. So
Mm,
Yeah.
just,
Preach.
Talk that talk.
you know,
Preach.
Man.
just
Tell
saying.
And we got the platforms now, so
Y'all done messed
utilize
up.
the resources, create your own lane. It is possible. It is possible. And we are right here. We're showing you it is possible. So be encouraged. Hit us up because we are in this together. In order for our community to grow, we have to come together. We have to put our resources together. We need to stop shopping everywhere else instead of shopping with our people. We need to keep it in the circle. And a fun fact, in the Jewish community, in their culture, their money runs through 7 times in their community forever exits out. I've been following business people. I don't care what your culture is. I can work with anybody. So that's what we need to be incorporating within our own community. But we have to put aside egos. We have to put aside that crab in a barrel mentality because we all have unique gifts. We all have different value to bring together. And everybody has something beautiful. So when it comes together, it's magic. And that's where Black Girl Magic comes from.
Amen. Preach that.
Shout out P, man. What's up, Marlon?
What up, D?
Shout out Get Laced.
Yo.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, like I was saying, tell us about yourselves. Like I said, what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? This floor is yours.
Yeah, Brittany,
Sure.
we'll start. Or Chanda.
Look at you.
One of y'all.
Chanda, you
Okay,
left.
okay. I do
How about-
go first because she starts with a B and I start with a C.
Okay.
And I like to go.
Oh,
Okay.
I like that. I'm
Yeah,
in alphabetical order. Okay,
I
okay. All right. Well, for those of you guys who are tuning in, my name is Brittany Abraham, and I am a holistic self-care and wellness coach, consultant, all of that good stuff. So I love to educate people, especially my ladies, working professional women, on how to reduce your stress and how to increase productivity. And it's not going to be in the typical way that you think, oh, okay, I need to have this plan or I need to do time management. I need to be getting up at a certain time. I'm not talking about that type of productivity. I'm talking about from your health because health is the foundation for everything. If your health is unbalanced, everything else is going to fall out of place and out of whack. And I have a personal story to share because that has happened to me. So basically how I really got into alternative and holistic remedies in my personal health journey was because I experienced mental health. I experienced depression. I experienced anxiety to the point where literally just last year, first of all, I'm an extrovert. I had no idea that the shutdown was going to affect me in the way that it did. At first, it was like, okay, we're shut down. Nobody's lived in a pandemic in our lifetime. So yeah, we need to shut down. Our leaders need to figure things out. We need to figure things out. And so from there, at first it didn't really affect me. And then it was like a slow trickle effect. And, I'm working in the mental health field on top of that. So you can already imagine. And then, you have the news left and right from all the social injustice, unrest. We have the riots. We have the protests. We have all this political conflict. And we have a pandemic that is shutting down the whole entire world. And that spirit of fear is just rising up, spirit of hatred, spirit of anger, frustration, valid, whether, whatever. It has affected everybody. So I literally had to pause on watching the news. And for me, I personally don't like to watch the news all day, every day, because I feel like it's more negative and it's more draining. We're not getting the whole story of everything.
Of course
So
not.
let's just be real. There's always bias. There's stuff always pull out of context.
Don't
And
watch Fox
just
News.
like when you go to school, they only tell you what you want to know. You got to do your own research. So I'm like, you know what? I'm actually going to be listening to the news because I've never experienced a pandemic. But I had to take a break. I had to turn off the notifications on my phone. I had to take social media breaks, which is perfectly okay, even though we love to, we have that fear of missing out. All this is going on. We're all on social media. We all have to be plugged to our phones. I learned for my mental health, that was not healthy on a long-term basis. So I had to take a break and I had to reset myself. I had to get in touch and realign with my values. To see, okay, what am I going to focus my time on during all of this that's going on? So I focus on my purpose. I focus on what's important to me, which is mental health. So I'm making an impact in the field. But literally, that started taking a toll on me. And I didn't even realize it at first. And I've had depression another time in my life, about 7 years ago. I pinpointed, I knew exactly where the depression was coming from. This time around, I thought, oh, it's mainly my job or whatever. So literally, I had to make a conscious decision for myself and for my future endeavors to actually leave the mental health field because I wanted to be effective and have a certain type of approach that I wasn't necessarily able to do while I was in the field. So for me, that was the best decision just for my alignment as far as my purpose goes. And then also for my health. So I literally left, and this was like November, just last year. And a week goes by, I'm sleeping better, everything's fine because I kid you not, I was losing sleep while I was going through all this prior to exiting. I was super stressed and did not realize how stressed I was. It was crazy. I literally started having anxiety prior to waking up before my alarm and just being up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, why am I up? Like, I should be asleep. I normally would be knocked out. Then I'm literally, waking up with tension and aches and pains in my shoulders, but it was starting to progress. It was getting worse and worse and worse. I was waking up with headaches literally every single day, tension in my body every single day. And I'm not a big pill popper when it comes to like Tylenol and all that stuff. I literally, for my ladies, only use it, for the time of my PMS, symptoms and whatnot. But literally, I kid you not, and I have a picture in my phone. I have a big bottle of extra strength Tylenol. I always take 2 because I just got a higher tolerance. And literally, it's down to a quarter. And I utilize that within maybe like 6 to 8 months. I have never done that ever in my life. Ever. Yep, kidneys and liver, which I found out, which is going to tie into my story. So literally, like you're saying, it affected my organs. I did not know that. So I quit the job thinking, oh, that's the main reason. So then, okay, now I'm experiencing insomnia. It started off, I used to stay up 1, 2 o'clock, then I'll start to get sleepy and knock out. I was staying up till 3, then it turned into 4 in the morning, then it turned to 5 in the morning, or I would go to sleep and I would just be up at between 3 and 5 a.m. And I'm just like there, and then I'm just crying. Don't know why I'm crying. I'm like, I just woke up out of my sleep, and it wasn't even from a nightmare or nothing. Like, it wasn't anything like that. Then it turned into no sleep, and thankfully it only lasted a couple of weeks because I could not function like that. So I'm dealing with racing thoughts. I'm dealing with shortness of breath. I'm dealing with major tension. And I'm also experiencing tension in my stomach. My appetite was getting affected, and I can rub. For anybody who knows me personally, they know I love to eat, okay? So that was weird. It was affecting my, when I go to the bathroom, whatnot, all of this is getting affected. So literally, I got connected to this phenomenal woman, and she opened up and shared about her mental health, and it made me feel vulnerable, okay to be vulnerable and share what I was going through. She literally knew exactly what was going on. She was letting me know about my liver, just letting me know different stuff, my hormones. I turned 30 last year, so some things was changing. Y'all, I was having early menopause, okay? I was having hot flashes. It was bipolarness going on in here right now. Girl, right? It's a little hot right now. But
pregnancies over here.
Girl. So yeah, so literally I'm going through all that. The lady's connecting with me. She's telling me these things. And so because I'm open to natural stuff, I literally was like, okay, I'm willing to try anything at this point because I'm waking up every day. It's like a puppeteer, somebody's puppeting me. And every day I don't know how I'm going to feel. And that's continuously throughout my day. I lost motivation. I was feeling hopeless. I was so pessimistic. And anybody who knows me, I'm super optimistic, super vibrant, have a happy disposition. And so it's like, what is wrong with me? Like, yeah, and I'm like self-aware and in tune with my body, with my emotions. So I'm just like, I'm a lost words. So I'm like, I get this stuff, I'm using it. Literally, I kid you not, in a week for me, it impacted my mental health, it impacted my body, everything. And now it's literally a little over a month. I have so much clarity, I have so much energy, I have so much just vibrancy that I was missing. Honestly, I haven't felt like this since high school.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good. Very, very interesting everything that you said because I know a lot of people deal with anxiety, depression, all of that. Mental health.
Yeah,
very
that's a real thing.
Completely real.
That's a real
I'm
thing.
sure all of us has been through it in one phase or another in our lives. So, I commend you on coming through that. You know what I mean? And growing from it, and to be able to
Seeking help.
yeah.
A lot of people don't.
Don't seek help. That's true.
It's this stigma of needing help.
Yeah, needing help. It's
Especially if you really want to
It's
talk
pride.
about it.
It's pride.
It's
Yeah.
pride,
Pride.
but something within a Black woman asking for help, when we have asked for help before and we get turned down or we get
Yeah.
told, oh, you're strong, you can do that. Just because I'm strong doesn't have to do this. You
Yeah.
do not need to put that on me. That's not what my strength is for.
Yeah.
My strength is for when I need it.
Right.
You know, not these outward things. Oh, she's strong. Throw it on her. She's
Yeah.
fine.
She can
No, bitch.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
You like, don't tell me what
Well,
I
Don't
can.
tell
I'll
me
let
what
you
I
know.
need.
Well, I definitely commend you on that. Like, just growing. You know what I mean? It's part of that growth process. And unfortunately, we had to start from, kind of like ground zero with a lot of us because we didn't have a lot of our parents to lean on for that kind of like mental support. I learned everything from just being out. Of course, my
We'll
mom,
talk
she
about that.
gave me up and tell me like what's good, but as far as like really dealing with my core issues, I had to go through that. I just felt like I was going through a lot.
You know, when you say that, it's weird because I bring that back because I saw something the other day that said, it was a cartoon. It had a mom and a dad talking, and she said, maybe you need to go to therapy.
Yeah.
And then it has the baby talking about, it's going to be funny because I'm going to be the one to go to therapy first.
Yeah.
And I sit there and I sit here and it makes me more understanding to our parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we really look at the timeline, we have 400 years of oppression, correct? So that's 400 of us. Now,
Yeah.
if I don't know about y'all, I'm the fourth of the 100 or the third of the 100.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We look at each person.
Yeah.
I lost my grandmother this year.
Yeah, in generations.
So I see what they lacked from things that passed down from them and what they lacked.
Yeah.
And now that we have these resources,
Yeah.
these accesses, and these things where we can express our thoughts without being judged,
Yeah.
it makes it easier for us to go through the trauma.
Yeah.
Yes,
right.
the trauma.
I would just say the communication too.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I have
really just to communicate with others like that are going through similar things because we wouldn't be able to reach out to the internet. We wouldn't be able to reach out to each other. Like us coming together right here is just
Even-
amazing in itself. Just to bring value to the end
Yeah.
end receiver and to each other. So
And
that's
even
dope.
then, like, our families were split up. Like, at the end of the day, if we took a DNA test, I could be related to you and never even know. That's so real.
That's so real.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
real, sis.
That'll
So
make-
really
that'll
just
make me
don't
never
know.
want to date anybody again.
No, it's some real shit, y'all. Some real
Nah,
shit.
it's real.
So,
Yeah, it is.
Let's not look up any facts. Let's just
need
I
to look
just
up
made-
those facts.
I
It's
just
medical.
made-
Stop it.
I don't want to.
As a medical professional, look at those facts because you could have some underlying health issues that you need to get taken care of.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
do your research.
because it's passed down generation
It's passed
to
down
generation.
from generation to generation, and the fact that they didn't, their trauma is a response from survival.
Yeah.
So they had to do the things that they had to do to survive. So I was looking at these certain things and what they would say to like such as Black girls. They would do certain things. They would make sure our hair is not looking a certain way. They would make sure something's wrong with us, so we wouldn't be touched.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
So you
There's-
wouldn't be touched. What do you mean by?
would be raped,
Oh, man.
touched, raped,
Yeah.
taken, things like that. You know.
Oh, wow.
You sit here and you think of these things, and then you start to think. When my mom says something to me that triggers me, and my trigger is my own. That's my own. But I sit here and think, okay, why did she say that? What in her life was different for her to say that? You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole mess that we're trying to, in this generation, fix. We're fixing those curses. You know what I'm saying?
I know
Those
it's-
curses are survival. They had to do that to survive.
Right,
So when I got
Can't
old
blame
enough,
them.
when I got old enough to understand these things,
Yeah,
now I'm more understanding. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Some things I'm like,
yeah,
that just pissed me the hell
yeah.
off.
Like,
But at the same time, I'm like, all right, hold on. Understanding. You didn't have that, so this is what you got.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
And that's why
So
you
that's how
kinda-
you integrated it within me. You know what I'm saying? So it's
It
just a
makes
lot.
sense.
It's a
It
lot.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Definitely, we get a lot of our stuff from our parents and what they went through affected how they grew up and how they see the world, and then it's passed down to us and how we see the world. And then also we go through our own stuff. You know what I mean? So it kind of alters and changes over
And
time.
we gotta think about it. We have a lot of time change in between here from the 90s, from when I was born, 1990 to here. We had the
Yeah.
cell phone, the internet, the ugly fashion that I still think is fly. Shamar over there doing the thing on the BT with the little bump.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so
yeah.
much
Yeah.
stuff happening in such a
Good
short
old
amount of time
Yeah.
where it's like, okay, you're either going to catch up or be behind. So it's just a lot. It's a
Yeah,
lot for
just
everyone.
everything on just changing over time.
Yeah.
Evolution.
Changing very
And
quickly.
society.
We talked
very
about
quickly.
that.
Quickly,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
it's inevitable.
Yeah.
Times change.
Times change, man.
We the adapter.
Feel that you know, you doing what you do and you coming through that and you know, turn it into your business.
Yeah, that's
You
what
know,
I'm about.
expressing it into something positive and that can help others. That's what really like gets me because now you're turning your pain into purpose. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
all women have always.
So I'm loving
think
that.
about this.
You know what I mean?
Oh no, talk your talk.
Yeah.
Okay,
please.
so for y'all that don't know me, I'm Shanda. Hi, how you doing?
Yeah.
I
Don't be
I do.
don't be modest. Please
I do
don't.
fitness. I do art. Honestly, I'm gonna do anything that I
She
can touch.
do it
You know
all.
what I'm
She
saying?
is the jack
Fire.
of all
If
trades.
you
Yes.
can't, if you want to do it, I'm telling you right now, do it. Like, I don't care if you're scared. Just do it. Just do it. What's the worst that's gonna happen? You're not gonna be good. Oh well, try something else. Anyway, so with what she's kind of tapping in on mental health wise. So I've been a college athlete. You know, sports is my thing.
What school did you go to?
I went to Northern Arizona. I ran
Yeah.
track. Ran track for 2 years, you know, did my stuff. I played volleyball for a season, not even a season, man. Like, it was wild. Let me just tell you, my college experience was wild. I can't go into too many details because, you know, I'm not going to go into too many details, but it was wild.
It was turned up.
Okay. My college experience in Arizona was wild.
Oh, I can already.
So,
Shout out
with
to
that being
Hot.
said, no,
A-
I was in
ASU?
Flagstaff.
ASU?
No, not ASU, Northern Arizona. So I was up in the mountains. So I'm coming from California,
Which school?
Northern Arizona.
Oh,
She
Northern
said
Arizona.
it's
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was
I
a school. I'm
actually
sorry.
went there. It's the one.
No, I didn't know it was a school. I thought,
Yeah.
I'm only thinking
Let me
of
tell you, I didn't even know it was a school.
Arizona State.
I didn't know why. I don't even know how I got in. But let me tell you, it's a wild story. Okay, I wanted to go to LSU. I'm going to LSU, y'all. I sent my stuff in. I had the GPA. I had everything. I'm getting in. Next thing you know, I get this thing in the mail talking about, hey, you've been accepted in Northern Arizona. So I showed my mom and said, oh, Mom, I got accepted into another computer school.
Nice.
I didn't know what it was. You know what I'm saying? Never even heard of it.
It is, Mom.
My mom's like, oh, we're gonna go up and check out the campus.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
To the mountains.
what do you mean we check out the campus? We want to check out the headquarters? Like, it's a computer school. Like, what am I looking at? You know what I'm saying? She goes, no, Shannon, it's a university. I said, right. Okay, so we drive up there, 6 hours, whatever we get there. Great campus. It's cold. It's April. Got my Letterman jacket on. There's still snow on the ground. It's cold. It's not
wow.
California.
It's showing.
So we're walking through. They got some good programs, whatever. End up going. Signed up for the track team. Y'all, I run outdoor track and I do volleyball during the winter sports season. I was not used to running track a whole entire year. Okay, this is different. Indoor track is different. You're running on a bank track, it's inverted. I jump, so I'm jumping on an inverted runway. The runway's like this high off the ground. If I step off the side, I'm going down. I'm going down. My pit is elevated. If I jump a little too far, I'm gonna fall off the side. It's crazy.
Wow.
So anyway, track season was cool. It was great.
Like that.
Yeah, it's a bank track, so it's 200-meter bank track. So it goes like this, and then you run up, then you go down. It's like weird. It's weird. It's just
On a
weird.
roller coaster.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So so the mental health thing. So my second year there, we got a new coach, and he was younger, but he's my coach. You know, you don't think of these things. You don't think of these things that men do, especially when there's somebody in power, in a sense. You know, I'm naive. I'm coming in as a coach. I'm not thinking he's going to be thinking some weird ass shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he's thinking some weird ass shit. He's running through the girls, figuring out which girl he's going to figure it out. Yeah. And he put the girls in what I like to call becking. I was part of it, another girl was part of it, another girl was part of it, and a guy. Okay. We had to wake up at like 4:30 in the morning, head down to this thing and work out for an hour, go to class. mind you, I'm a biomed student. Like that's my major at the time. So I'm stacked with classes. So I'm up at like 4 a.m. working out, getting breakfast, and doing all this stuff. So mind you, I'm working out because he's telling me I'm fat. Basically, it's fucking fat can, bro. He put me in fat can. So dealing with the mental, really?
That's what the sound was. Sorry.
Oh no, it's okay.
I was
So
like,
dealing with like the mental health.
I'm sitting here thinking my mom got the dryer and washing machine on. Like, I'm texting my mom like, Mom, turn off.
I like it. That's the white
Remember-
noise, you know what I'm saying?
Turn off.
Remember, I was,
Okay, so working with mental health in that sense is this man made me feel like, don't get me wrong, y'all, I
Oh, yeah, here
was
we
fucking
go.
fit.
Thank
Like,
you,
that's what I'm thinking.
I was
that's
Appreciate
fit,
you,
but it
bro.
was unhealthy fit, y'all. It was unhealthy. You saw the photos from what it was to what it is. It was terrible. I was like 110, and I went into college being like 130. It was terrible.
Wow.
So anyway, with the mental health thing is when I'm not working out, that's when I feel it. I feel those emotions, the anxiety, what am I doing? Am I even on the right path? You know? And it's at the point where I want to like open my head up and take my brain out. Or it just stops. Just stop. Just everything just stop. I just want you to be quiet. Please just shut the fuck up. That's all. And I'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Shh. Be quiet. But it's like exactly that. No, exactly that. So with like working out for me, that's what that helps. I put those headphones in and I get going.
Yeah,
I'm
you
zoned
zone.
out. Like people get
That's what
I get clients. It was weird because I never did working out for money.
Yeah.
Somebody actually presented the idea to me and said, hey, you know, you're really fit. Why don't you personally train? I'm like, oh shit, that's a great idea. Maybe I should try it. Tried it, and I don't like people going in on my personal time
Yeah.
in the gym. Let me put it that way. Unless you're in the same mode as me. But when I get in the gym, I put those headphones on. It's me time. It's my
That's
me
your-
time.
that's
Don't
your
talk
That's
to
your
me.
self-care.
Don't look at me. Don't even breathe in my direction.
Don't breathe.
That's
Okay.
when you work
And
out.
I know-
your shit.
Exactly.
I know homeboy's gonna be watching this. When I am working out, I have my headphones on. Don't fucking talk to me, bro.
Talk about it.
Don't talk to me.
Don't talk to
Leave me alone.
Shut up.
I'm working out.
Yeah.
Oh, hit me with the smoothie counter.
Don't forget like this.
Hit me with the smoothie counter or when I'm leaving or something.
Yeah.
But
Hey, you better send a text.
you see me over here. You see me over here sweating, dying. I'm dying. I'm about to drop this weight. And you gonna come over and talk to me and ask me how my day is? Nigga,
Hey, can I get some time here? Can I get some time?
don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, I hope now you understand why like
Yeah. Hey,
So-
if she
Shout out.
working out,
Yo, shout out to
Don't
y'all.
bug her.
Don't bother
But
her.
anyway-
She's working out.
what I
anybody in the
do,
gym, like that's
anybody in the
for
gym,
real.
it's
I
kind
mean-
of like etiquette. It's like when you
Yeah,
go
what is gym etiquette?
gym
Yeah,
etiquette.
Really,
I'm gonna
let's
put it
break
point
this
blank
down.
period.
Let's break some
Gym
let's break
etiquette
some
is
of
if
these
you
down.
see somebody in the mirror and they're working out,
Mhm.
don't stand in front of them while they're doing that. They're watching the
Sure.
reps for a reason.
Exactly. They're trying to get their
Stab
form right.
All right.
Gym etiquette is if you
Right.
use that machine, wipe that bitch down. If
That
you use
part.
that person,
That part.
it should have been
Sanitary.
period.
You should have
You
been.
sweating
Right.
on that.
That's a
Right.
good point.
Right.
Wipe it down. Take
Yeah.
care of it. This is your home. You come here to do something for you to make
Right.
you healthy.
Yeah.
So
that's
take
your-
care
that's
of
your
it, bro. Take care of it. That's
Hey.
it.
Yeah, y'all gotta get it together.
Now, okay, now I'm gonna say this, but I do hold like women empowerment camps. So typically during the summer, we do about 3 to 5 days a week.
Can you tell
So
the
we got
people
track?
what's the name of your company?
Oh,
Body
yeah.
Mechanics. I'm wearing it right now.
Body Mechanics.
Body
y'all.
Mechanics with a
Hey,
three.
check it out.
And Brittany,
I
what's
got
the
it.
name of your company as well?
Lavish love.
Y'all
Lavish
gotta check
Love.
that out.
Check that out, y'all. Check that out.
Soap plug.
Yo.
Baby. They're
So-
cool.
Go ahead.
It's for free. They didn't even charge you for it.
Oh, my women empowerment camp is free. You know, I like to have women come down. You can bring your kids. We all work out and stuff like that. It's great. It's also even great when you start to see 3-year-olds doing push-ups with you. It's like,
That was great. That was
you know, so. But that's the time I like to work out with people. But at the gym, it's just, oh. And if I don't have my glasses on, everybody's invisible. Don't talk to me.
Definitely good to know.
What about like, okay, somebody do like really like it. So gym is off limits. Like that's not the
Now,
time.
don't get me wrong.
It's
There's
when
people
is
that
the
I
right
know.
time?
There's
When is the
people
right
that
time?
I know, right? Like if
Yeah.
I see them, you know, what's up? But we know that.
Yeah,
As somebody
y'all-
that works
Y'all know
out,
too.
they know like, okay, I'll catch you later, or how you doing, or in the middle of the rep, we'll go ahead going off and discuss.
But I'm
some shit.
talking about somebody new, like who just looking at me, damn, she on. Like, I
Why
need to
are you
apologize.
here trying to do that right now? You see me
So
struggling.
she's like,
But what if it's
I'm not
Look,
okay,
y'all, I
we
had a
never
guy-
seen each other at work?
I had a guy. I am in
Yeah.
the middle of running on the treadmill. I am
That's
kicking my
fine.
ass today. I had a really bad day. I'm literally crying. I'm actually crying because I had a really bad day and I need to get that shit out.
Yeah.
yeah.
Homeboy gets on the treadmill next to me and taps me while I am
Wait,
full
how
speed
does he-
sprinting.
So his treadmill wasn't
His
going.
treadmill,
She running
he's walking
away.
on the treadmill. He's
Oh, I'm
walking.
about to say, how you run?
So I'm running.
Cause I can't
Sweat.
focus.
You know, I want to say it was some future song in my head because I was
Yeah,
getting it.
out.
Alright.
All of a
so
sudden, I
he
feel
tapped-
this tap on me. I said, no, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I feel a tap again. I said, no, this nigga tap me. Put my head on. I'm still running. I'm breathing. Right? I look over and he goes, what's up? Y'all. I must have said, okay, I'm running and trying to talk to you.
Yeah.
Can I help you?
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
want to be my gym buddy?
What? That was the one.
Bro, First off,
Ever.
it's the wrong time.
Yeah.
First of all,
You
wanna
be my gym
Aw, first of all, here's the thing.
at least doing it, but wrong time.
Here's the thing, like
I appreciate the bravery, bro.
I don't
I
appreciate
do.
the break
I like
because it's
the courage.
dangerous. If you really cared about me, you wouldn't have did it while I was running. That is dangerous. What if I would have tripped and
Yeah.
fell?
No,
Look
yeah,
at you
I
to the
agree.
side.
It's wrong timing.
Public safety
Number one.
Yeah.
alert.
Now,
For the gym people. You're listening? Okay.
so like, bro, tap me, and I'm just like, what? Because I see you really working hard over here. What else would I be doing?
In the gym, like,
Oh, I'm in the gym.
That got
So
me
finally, he's
Watch
still
me.
on the treadmill by the time I'm done. Okay, so I had about 20 minutes. I was just getting it out, and after that, I was just like, okay, I need to run. I need to get whatever emotions I got going on
Gotta
right
keep
now
it. They
and
move.
keep it going.
Yeah.
Getting it, and that and my freaking pre-workout at the time was kicking. And so I'm like, all right, just run it out. Finally get off.
That pre-workout give you a lot of energy.
Ooh, that pre-workout this will have you feeling like you're on crack.
Yeah. 'cause
It's
that
dangerous.
booster.
Yeah.
I think it's like this- I don't
No, I
know.
want to say it might be a little steroidish.
Yeah. I don't know.
So-
I don't know enough about how to
Just do it. Just do natural. Just take some coffee. 'Cause-
I'm good. I'm good in the gym.
So anyway, I
It
finished
is
that. I
wild.
wipe my machine down and I go over to like what are those things called? You know, like you do like rows and stuff, but they're on the machines, not like the regular machines, but you know, like put them all together.
Yeah.
Cool machines or whatever. So I'm over here and I'm doing all this stuff. I'm like, all right, I gotta continue to doing it. So homeboy comes over and stands and watches me. I see you working out, you doing your thing.
Yeah,
Mind you, I have my
yeah.
headphones on, y'all.
Yeah.
I can't
Oh,
hear
no,
what you're
no,
saying.
I feel you.
Too
Yeah,
much.
So I'm just like, this is not the first. This is not. No,
Stalker,
no.
yes.
This, you know, he was low key. He was low key a 1 on the stalker alert.
Yeah. So what did you do to get rid? What did you do? to
Yeah,
get
I
rid of this
literally
guy?
told him. I
You
said,
said,
hey,
back
I pulled
up,
my-
bro.
I pulled my headphones off and I said, hey man, like I'm not trying to be rude, but
Yeah.
I'm working out and I'm working out. If you'd like to talk, maybe get me when I'm leaving, or
Yeah.
if you see me at the smoothie bar or
Oh, you're
outside.
nice.
Okay, that's
You nice.
At least I am
you
nice
told me.
depending.
Yeah.
I don't want to come off like everybody. Just, you know, some people just don't get it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just
they
weird.
really
Some
don't.
people just don't get it. So you have to be nice.
Yeah, I love that.
I love
that.
From you.
Let 'em down easy.
Yeah, so I let him know. He was like, "Oh, okay, my bad. I didn't realize."
You didn't realize.
You
Yeah.
come
Do
to
what
the
you
gym
for. He's there to holler, girl. That's
He
what he's
wasn't
there for.
there.
He's there for working
But
out.
literally, the
Yeah.
scariest
Yeah.
There
moment.
you go. Focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Right.
part. The scariest moment I think I had at the gym was I was okay. So they have at Choose. They have saunas and things in the back.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I love Choose.
Yes.
I love them.
Can you explain what choose?
Choose gym.
Choose
Choose
fitness.
fitness.
Oh,
Choose fitness.
Yeah.
okay. I see.
They got a great gym. They got a spa in the back.
Nice.
They got a pool.
They
They
got
got,
that in my
a jacuzzi. They got a sauna room. Everything that I love
Back
for
indoors.
rehab purposes. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to do work
Yeah,
out,
choose
like
one.
sauna.
Recovery.
That's
I
it.
love the
Yeah.
sauna.
Man, me too.
Man, you can
So
Good.
Good life.
Right.
as men, if you see a woman by herself in the sauna and there's 2 others, you
Mhm.
typically, for your own safety, because one, you're thinking, 2,
Yeah,
Unfortunately, that's how we have to think, and I know it's not fair, but that's how we have to think.
Yeah.
you gotta protect yourself.
Yeah, so I'm thinking,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
as a man, as a woman, if this thing has 3 men in it, I'm not gonna go in there unless I have to.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's 3 ones open. They're empty.
Oh, so it's like,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So
that's
okay.
good.
Okay.
Because you
Okay.
They
So
popping.
only have one.
yeah,
there's
they popping.
3. There's 3 in there, and you can go on each one. But these ones, there was 2 people in this one, 2 people in this one. I want to be on myself, so I'm just going by myself. And I'm thinking, as a man, you would go into maybe the more crowded one because she's in here by herself. So anything could happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could walk out and say, "Oh my God, he sexually assaulted me," even if that was true.
Yeah, you
I could say that to you,
yourself
that's
in,
real.
You know,
like those
Because
accusations.
there are
Exactly.
women
It goes
that do
both
that.
ways.
Yep,
It goes
You
it
gotta
definitely
watch
both
out for
ways.
those kind of women or guys out
yeah,
there.
they're a little scary.
do.
They
Very
are out
scary.
there.
But the
They
thing
tryna
is,
accuse you of
I-
stuff you did not do.
exactly.
And there has been brothers in jail for that reason.
Exactly. Emmett Till. We're gonna talk about Emmett Till.
I'm just
But
saying,
anyway,
I don't
That
she
gets
was.
me every time.
So I'm sitting here at my job. I'm in my bikini. I get it. I look nice in a bikini. I understand. Work out. Cool.
Go ahead, big
I
up
know
yourself.
myself.
Go
I look
ahead.
good naked. I'm
No.
fine with that. Flex on it all day.
You good.
I'm fine with that. But I'm in my bikini. I have my headphones on and I'm sweating. You know, just doing my rehab. Just homeboy walks in. I always have these weird altercations.
Is it the same dude?
No,
No.
different guy.
Oh, okay.
Then I would really been like,
I'm going different
Different
guy.
guy. I'm pulling out my stun
He's
gun
not
pepper
from
spray, okay?
here. He is from. It's
One of
funny
those
because I
people.
always have these altercations with the men where my father lives. You know, my dad lives in Saudi Arabia. He's over in. So I always have
Wow.
strange altercations with.
Yes,
Oh.
because
The cultural difference. So I try to understand
way
that as well.
different.
So I totally understand that as well. So he comes in
shout out to that.
and I'm sitting here and he just is looking at me weird. I'm like, no, I'm like I get it,
Right.
but like, can you not do it where I can see it? Can
Like
you
he
not-
did not make it.
like you didn't make it not obvious.
Exactly.
So I'm sitting in there and
So he
he's
just
showing
staring.
it. He just stared. And then he
Staring
scoots
through it.
over.
Oh.
It's just us in here and
Yeah.
says, "So do you personally train?"
What's the
That
call
just
it? Let me
sounds-
ask you this though. I already see where this is going.
You don't
Uh,
even know. Homeboy followed me from the sauna to the steam room, back out to the sauna at a point where
Wow.
some man that didn't even know me noticed it
And
and
he's
came
like,
into the steam room and sat next to me to make sure I was okay.
Oh, that's a
He
real
even
one
said
right
it,
there.
and
So
then
he was
homeboy
on.
left, and homeboy
Wow.
said, "Hey, are you okay?" Because I was watching that. I said, "Yeah," and I really thank you so much for coming in
Thank
here because I
God.
needed
Yeah.
that. He watched me run from the sauna
to the
to
steam
the
room.
steam room.
Boy
Homeboy
followed
came into the steam room. I
Yeah.
left the steam room, got
Oh, he
into.
was,
I
he
was
on another
I was
level.
Yeah,
running. I was
he-
literally running.
Yeah.
I was
Weird
running.
So that sounds scary as heck.
That does.
Dang, that is crazy.
Mel.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Woo.
Why,
And
for the
guys,
ladies out there, you know, just keep your eyes out, man. Pay attention. I know sometimes y'all be in the gym and y'all got your headphones on and y'all, you know, y'all going to your cars and stuff. Just keep your eyes open. Pay attention to your surroundings because these dudes out here sometimes they don't have your best interest. They be on some others, like, you know, like what she was just talking about, some stalker shit,
and what sucks is,
some predator type shit.
What you're
And
telling
y'all
us,
gotta
though-
make sure that y'all good.
I love what you said, but what you're telling us is women be surrounded by you. You need to do it. You need to do it. That's all I hear. Women, you need to be protected.
What
In
about
this.
what?
Yeah,
But
men need to do it
it's-
too. They need to.
It's the
Be
niggas
keeping
that
out.
is stalking me. Why has nobody said, "Hey, bro,
Oh.
that's not right. Stop
Yeah.
doing that shit."
Hey,
There needs to be
Y'all-
accountability.
y'all
I
gotta
love that.
stop.
Yeah, like
that's why I said earlier.
Yeah.
Get it together.
Get it together.
Get it together.
You
we should not
scaring
be
us. You
stalking
shouldn't.
women.
I don't understand this. Like, why
Come
do
on
you
now.
scare us?
All you gotta do is like, if you trying to holler, just say what's up.
Just
and
be
then
nice.
if she ain't trying to respond or reciprocate your energy, then just back off. Simple as that.
Body
Go
language
back.
is
Yeah.
huge.
Pay attention.
You
Read her
can't-
language.
yes.
Read what she.
Yeah,
Pay attention to what she's saying to you.
exactly.
Or
Pay
the
attention to
time.
what her focus
Yeah.
This is the time. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like if you were at work, homeboy, and you were doing something with it, wouldn't it be weird for me to come over while you're welding? I'm not saying that men are welders.
Hey,
They can be welders too.
Women do that. Like,
That's what I'm saying,
I'll
they
be
can
at
both.
work reading, and then
That-
like,
you know, it goes both ways though.
Yeah.
Because
you know
I
what I
have
mean?
some.
Like,
I don't want to say I have friends because they're not my friends that do this, but I have seen women that I thought were my friends sexually harass men, and and I know they're uncomfortable. I've seen it both ways. Sexual harassment goes both ways.
Exactly.
I have
Exactly.
seen men be super uncomfortable. And
Yeah.
it's like,
happens in the work environment.
yeah, and it
the
really happens
environment.
most of the time for y'all.
Bunch of
Really,
people.
I see it. There's sometimes in the club, and I'm just like, oh my god, girl, like he really doesn't.
Once you
stop
around
it.
him,
Yeah,
like,
you're being really aggressive. You're being
Yeah.
really predatorial right now,
Yeah.
honey. Chill out.
So
Right.
for men and women out there,
It's just people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just people in general. Yeah,
Just
Some
people.
people aren't taught proper social cues.
Mm.
They're not taught, boundaries, morality. All that plays a
And-
role in how you view and how you interact with anybody.
And
And
regardless
cultural
of their-
differences as well.
Oh, cultural. Very
Because
huge. Speak on that.
With that coming into play, like, okay, so cultural differences. When I was out in New York, I was dating a couple people there, Armenian, Nigerian, French Nigerian. Like, there's different
New
cultural
York is a
values.
melting pot.
It's
It
beautiful.
definitely is.
Beautiful. Definitely different values for you to get to know different cultures and how they interact with each other. So you also have to be understanding of, okay, that might have here in America, that's,
Yeah,
but there, that's
it's the norm.
it's a norm. It's actually maybe a compliment. You have to take the time to get the understanding and get the cultural worldly view.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's not just us. It
Yeah.
goes, and you're not here because of just us.
Mhm.
Like, there's so much stuff you need to know and you need to be aware of these things.
Yeah.
Like in surgery, Mormons, they don't do blood transfusions. Right.
Oh,
And
Jehovah's Witnesses. Oh wait, not Mormons, Jehovah's
Wait,
Witnesses.
yeah.
So they don't do blood transfusions. So
Yeah.
if you lose blood, you don't get it.
that's it.
That's it.
Wow.
And you violating their rights by
Yeah,
giving them
religious
blood,
right.
even to save them, that's a violation of their rights. You cannot do that. Cultural.
Yeah.
So just like knowing those things to help people, you need to know those things about
Yeah.
social cues and things.
That's why I love America. Like, if you got certain boundaries, you just gotta respect it.
There's-
And it's like, you
That's
know
the
what I mean? That's health, that's religion, that's personal space, that's, orientation, that's everything. Like, you got the right to, set your boundaries. And if you don't set them, then, that's on you. But if you do set them, then you just gotta respect it. And I think where people go wrong is they stop setting boundaries. So
I
maybe
agree.
it,
True.
it-
I agree.
maybe
Goes on that.
it didn't go when he was stalking you. He might have done that to another person. She was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I
Didn't know,
mean?
or
And
even
then-
didn't
yeah.
even know, or even at
And
the same
so-
time might have said something
Mhm.
and wasn't heard because
Yeah.
there's been times when we say something they don't get.
Mhm.
That's very true.
And that I feel like that behavior continues on.
Yeah.
And
It's not
then
being checked.
exactly, it's not getting checked, so they continue to do that, and now it becomes a habit. And now that person's just that's how he is. That's how
Homeboy
she
found me
is.
2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Homeboy found me 2
Wow.
weeks later and I had enough nerve to ask, hey,
How
You remember me?
You remember me?
Oh,
you
I said-
I literally said,
That's what I'm like.
I literally
You got-
said, yes, I remember you. You kind of were
Yeah.
stalking me a little bit back
Oh,
here.
You about to
Lord.
be shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, do you remember me?
Hey,
Yes,
I got a
remember
block
you, bro.
rule.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You made me feel uncomfortable. How am I not going to remember you?
I'm gonna tell front desk, hey, y'all
Oh,
gotta
no. I did. I told front desk. As soon as I said, hey,
Good.
y'all, this man makes me
Yeah.
uncomfortable. He keeps asking me what time I keep coming in.
Mhm.
Oh, no. Personally,
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all allowed to do, like HIPAA violations. I have no idea what the privacy is for
Yeah.
this. But if I'm in here, I need you to let me know if he's in here so I can either remove myself or do whatever I need to do.
Do what you
Because
gotta
I did
do.
not feel comfortable. And
Exactly.
I go to the gym late. Like, I get off work
Yeah.
late. So
Yeah.
I'm going in at like,
Yeah.
sometimes I'm even in there at like 3
Yeah.
Yeah.
You,
know?
you out there grinding,
I am.
and
I just want to be.
that's your grind.
For us, that's for self-defense and just a plug because I'm really passionate about, human trafficking and spreading awareness for how grooming happens, kidnapping, all those things. It happens to everyday women. Like, you could be going to the gym and you go to your car, you got the creepy white van because that's
Everything.
Or they put something on your car. I was reading that they were putting something on your
They
car.
mark the
Yeah,
tires
So
and
you would
stuff.
go out.
That's what the
You know what
traffic
even
ticket
creepier
person
was?
does.
Yeah, you know what's even creepier? There was a story that there was a lady and her daughter outside. Don't quote me because I'm a little fucked up, but at the end of the day,
You good?
they were making, there was dripping sounds outside her house. She would go outside at night and see if the was running. basically what they're doing is making sure it sounds like they come out so they can snatch you from your house. They will mark you from your house.
Whoa.
So like I watch a lot of like criminal
Yeah,
minds.
Yes, I
and
love that
stuff.
show.
Yeah,
And
it's getting
they
big.
mark houses. So they'll go by and be like, oh, I'm a person from blah 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 company and I just want to see this. How are you doing? And then you decline them. They see who's in the house. Then they mark your house. That person's gonna be here by yourself.
Yeah.
That person's gonna definitely see that happen.
That's
This kid
nuts.
walks home, like it's a whole
It's a
thing
whole
of this.
And it can be
Pay
scary. Literally,
attention.
your
To
next
what's
door
around you.
neighbor.
Don't
It
even
could
talk
be
about
your
next door neighbors.
doctor. It could
Please pay
be
attention,
your
y'all.
classmate in school. Family trafficking definitely happens. I have witnessed and heard
What do you mean
stories
by
with
family
this.
trafficking?
In the
So
The whole
literally,
family
the
trafficking?
family, the parents will pimp out their kids. They will sell them
Wow.
for drugs because
This is a sick
typically
Negro.
they're drug addicts or some type of addiction involved,
Yeah.
and
That makes sense.
or it's purely money.
Yeah, hey, money can be an
Greed.
addiction too.
Exactly, and so they will
Wow.
sell their kids. It doesn't
Seriously.
just happen over in the foreign countries like we see it on TikTok.
No, it happens here more because
It does.
we're so
Free.
Lollygag.
yeah, like
Yeah.
oh, you
Next
know,
thing you know, you end up in
snatch. You
Saudi
know, like,
Arabia, Mexico,
not even that.
end up in
Exactly.
Colombia,
Not even that.
Arizona.
But they do it in
Atlanta,
Seattle,
there's
yep,
all-
Atlanta.
Atlanta, Seattle,
Oh, I
all
can
these
hear
big
a lot of
stories.
big
dude.
states.
It's a lot of stuff
It's a
in
lot.
America. America's a body business. I mean,
Yeah.
think about it.
Yeah.
Our slavery trafficking, America is a body business. So now that they can't do slavery in that sense, they gotta start
traffic in
selling
another
kids.
way.
You saw where they were selling kids on Amazon and making them underneath pillows.
The fair
Alexa pillow.
Fair
It's a
wear,
child.
What?
in
They
the
were selling
cabinets and
kids.
stuff.
They were selling kids on Amazon under pillows.
Wow.
Come on,
I don't know what to say to that. They just
This month
they wildin'.
They-
Wait a minute.
Oh shit! As you have the ambassadors.
Yeah.
Whoa, AJ. I mean,
Hey, I work there.
Now it's a little different.
What
You know,
Whoa.
but
I
it's
never
different.
seen no kids underneath the pillows.
You can
Because
Yo.
there's different vendors on
This
Amazon.
is
So it's not
crazy.
Amazon itself. They're just the platform.
Dude.
marketplace.
Yeah.
I just found out they had a whole entire pedo organization called Wonderland,
Mm.
and
ain't that Peter?
they had a organization and a committee. They have a committee.
Yeah.
You have a committee,
There's
Yeah.
pedophilia
and they are
rings
allowed
and
to
they do a whole
travel and do things.
Yep.
It's there's this thing on Netflix. It's called something about Madeline McCannon.
Madeline, that's
Okay, so-
ain't that the cartels?
No.
No.
This is
Oh,
a
I
girl.
know.
She got abducted in Portugal. I'm hoping she's still alive. I hope she's still alive.
Yeah.
There's things. But she got abducted in Portugal out of her apartment that the family was staying in for their vacation.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the sex trafficking. And Wonderland was one of them where pedos
I've
travel
heard that.
to
It's
do
a
these
tourism
things.
thing.
Yeah.
How are you allowed to travel?
Yeah. So
And the laws are different in different countries. They allow it, especially in Thailand, different places. It's
well, it's
crazy.
not as governed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, everything's
yeah.
a little bit more. Yeah.
There's a lot
Yeah.
more corruption
Yeah.
that's
No more
accepted.
There was
Yeah.
one that just
Accountability, police.
Yeah, even the police.
you know,
Exactly.
they're
And
in
there's
each other's wallets.
It
and
took
all
me.
that.
It took.
It's
Yeah,
just a little
dude.
bit more
There's a little bit more stuff
raw.
going on.
raw, uncut type.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
hello, what's his name? The
Jeffrey
Islander?
Epstein.
Did you watch that documentary?
I sure did.
That documentary.
Y'all need to see that on Netflix. I was posting it on my
Homegirl.
story.
Homegirl's still alive. She hasn't. They've been watching her.
You
They
said
put her on suicide.
Jeffrey.
Epstein and his girlfriend.
He's
Sex
a
trafficking.
billionaire.
They had everybody. They had
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They had everybody from
Yeah.
my life.
And
Celebrities.
no, and that's real talk, y'all. Like,
Yeah.
I know we're not in that environment. We're not in that arena, that area. So we kind of don't see this on an everyday, going through our jobs and everything we're doing in our lives. But these kind of atrocities, these horrendous acts are going on in the world.
Yeah.
So that lets you know right there, like if people can do this, you really do gotta kind of watch your back, watch what you're doing, and pay attention. Like I keep saying, pay
Yeah.
attention
Pay
to
attention
surroundings.
to
If you pay
surroundings.
attention, then you'll be able to
Mind your own
life.
business to an extent.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But
But
like I
still
have.
keep an
but
eye
see,
out. Just be aware.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
friends with
because-
kids. I have friends with daughters, and they come and work out, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes I know people are just catching their surroundings, but
Yeah.
I mean, as a woman, I don't mean to put every man in this category, but I have to protect me and mine first. And that's our normal one sense of assault is men.
Yeah.
So I have these
Of
little
course,
girls
the-
running around, you know what I'm saying?
men are-
Yeah, so I got these little girls running around, and if we as women, we're working out, we're doing our own thing. A little girl might wander off, and I didn't get to see, but guess what she wandered off to? Homeboy over in the bleachers. You know, I watch everybody. I make sure I can see everybody.
Bathroom.
You
It
just,
scares me.
just-
It's gonna happen right there.
just know your surroundings. I keep saying it because it's so true. You know, you gotta, know who you're around, and it's just,
But
it's so. It's
And if
go
a
ahead,
child
Tyler.
says they're uncomfortable
Yeah.
around somebody,
You gotta know.
need to
Pay
listen.
attention.
No,
Don't
Period.
try to
And
force
Do
them.
not tell that girl to go put on clothes because a man is coming over. No, that nigga should not be in your fucking house. Okay?
Well,
Period.
if you can't trust them, you should.
see,
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
not the thing.
You
That's
know
not
what I
the
mean?
thing.
But
They
that's my
say
point.
they say
That's-
things like
that's
your
my point.
uncle's coming over,
Yeah.
put on
No
some
matter,
clothes.
that.
Like, that's my uncle.
Yeah,
He
why-
bathed me at one point in time. What
why
you
you
mean?
I think that's my
So
point.
is the trust coming from the mistrust of your mom or your auntie to the uncle, or is it the uncle is not worthy of trust? Like, has the uncle proven,
Good question.
There's
he
both
done
sides.
X, Y, Z? Because if your uncle is never giving you a reason to distrust him, then why would
We
you
won't
even
ever bring
tell
that
your kids that?
conversation
Yeah,
up.
Because I know
That only conversation comes up,
I can change my needs. I can
Exactly.
wash my needs.
and no
whatever
one would
she
say
needs.
things to
Then
you.
you know
But
what I
if
mean?
that
'Cause that's my need.
conversation comes up, it's
Yeah.
because that person has done something prior,
Prior.
and they said something. But instead of
And,
some
and,
reason,
and,
they're not doing
the
this.
auntie or the
We
mom
do
have
this.
seen it and never said nothing,
But
but
we
she
keep
wanted
everything-
her little daughter
Yeah.
Yeah.
of it.
But
So why
keep
you
everything
even
in the
have it?
household.
Yes, why you
Don't
even
even
have it in
let
the
him
household?
be in your circle.
And it's weird because I don't know if it's
interacting
because
with
it's
some of the kids.
a protection thing.
Yeah.
Because
You trying to
being
protect
black,
your
we're
kid.
trying to protect not even just our kids, we're trying to protect our family.
Yeah.
So,
But if your uncle's
But what's
but
right
that's
is
you know
right
what I
and
mean?
wrong is
Like,
wrong.
it's
no matter
weird.
if
It's
it's
so
family.
weird.
I think
because
you
it's
gotta
hard.
hold them accountable.
But if
You
you're messing
gotta-
with
if you
somebody
see
in
it,
the
you gotta
family,
hold them accountable.
accountability. I don't care if it's blood. I
That's the
don't
number
care who
one
you are.
thing. That's
I
the
don't
number
care.
one thing.
You get
But-
shut down.
I've seen
Shut
some things
down.
like, oh, your uncle's not too bad, or I'm not saying it's just an uncle.
They down.
Aunties,
Yeah.
Because, and the thing is, we don't talk about this younger
close friends of the
boys.
family.
Little boys
Younger
actually
boys.
get trafficked a lot,
And
and it shows up differently.
not only that,
and it
when I
happens
talk
in
to
sex.
men,
Yeah.
sometimes they tell me about their sexual experiences at a young age, and it's been with older women.
Yes,
And they're
yes.
not even of that age. And they
Right.
think it's
They can't
cool, and it's
comprehend.
not. No, honey, you've
Yeah.
been molested,
Right.
you have been sexually
They
assaulted.
get
Yeah.
the real.
It's
Wow.
not what you think
Yeah.
that is. That's wrong.
Yeah, you've
They get
had your whole
distorted.
sexual impurity stripped from you. Now you have these
That's how you view
thoughts
sex.
and these views that are false pretense under that, and you go out and you're doing
Now you're taking it to every relationship.
Right.
I
Exactly.
can't
Right.
even hang out with you and just
Right.
watch TV because
Right.
you
You
have
wanna
to
have
touch
sex,
me.
and that's
You
what
have to
stuff
have sex with me.
released and-
Exactly.
When
Exactly.
I
Or else
just,
it
like,
ain't-
I
that's
like
why
you.
it's
Let's
love.
say I like you. We're dating, right?
Yeah.
But I just want to chill tonight. I just want to chill tonight. But
Right.
because of this trauma that you've gone through, you have to touch. You have to
Yeah.
have sex. You
Exactly.
have
To
to
Right.
do
feel
something.
some type
So,
of
To
connection.
feel something.
Yeah.
And I just want to lay here
So
and sleep.
as a woman, and you're dating, how do you deal with a man that is going through trauma, and you like him, you like him a lot.
Communication. They have to discuss that with you first. Because what happens
Yeah,
is,
like-
Yeah.
I've been in these situations where these men don't discuss that with you because one, men are taught not to be able to cry and be
Express.
vulnerable.
They can't
I
express
can't
themselves.
stand that. I can't
So-
stand
Even when these communications happen where you're seeing this and you need them to communicate what happened, what's
Yeah.
going on?
So do you push, or do you just kind of
I
fall
don't
back?
push because pushing can lead to multiple things, and this is somebody's personal vulnerable thing.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
they've been
Don't
through.
push for that.
Right.
That is when they get comfortable enough to tell you. You just let them know that, hey, I'm here, and whenever you would like to, if you would like to, I'm here for you to
Yeah,
discuss that, and maybe we can go through that. But I don't push. I don't like that.
and
Because if they're not ready, you
Yeah.
can't force
And
somebody.
you can't force somebody.
And-
That's their
and
own.
you have to be
I don't know
delicate.
how you're feeling. You could be
So as a woman,
weird.
it's important to put up again those boundaries.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm here to chill.
But even men, like,
But a lot of women,
Because
they will
women
go
be
into
aggressive.
because there's some women that be super
well, men
aggressive.
too put up them boundaries. Like, hey, we can chill.
I've
but,
seen men that just want.
But I don't know.
want
No, that's just I don't know. I'm growing up like that. Back in the day, you might not turn down.
it. But I mean, at the same time, if she's offering your man, if she's offering, you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you feel uncomfortable, there's a
put
point.
those boundaries.
There's a point where you
Yeah.
sit there and be like,
Yeah, she
too
comes.
aggressive. Chill out, girl. Like,
coming
chill
on
out.
too
You know what I'm
fast.
saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It's okay for
Sometimes we don't
communication
want
on
it
both
for that.
ends, no matter the gender.
Easy.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
Shut the hell up.
I was.
Well, yeah,
I
it
was-
depends on the man and what he's okay with. But for ones that are
you can
genuinely
have it.
uncomfortable.
So you're gonna take it and then leave.
I don't know.
You gonna think
I'm
like
like, I would
Some
take
No,
girls
you
they
gonna
came on
think-
too strong, and I
yeah.
was just like,
Okay, that's
It all
different. That's a
falls-
little different. That's a little different. There's
Yeah.
some that come on way too strong,
Yeah.
and I've seen it. I have had to come to a friend and be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, we need to go." because
Yeah.
we need to leave. Somebody can call the police and you can't even chill.
Yeah.
This is really creepy.
Wow.
But you see how those boundaries are so
Yeah.
kind of blurred between different people because I think that's why it's important. If you're gonna date, like maybe you should just date one person. So that
Some
way,
people don't know.
because if you got multiple people dating, then it's like everybody's different. So
No,
you
look, okay,
think-
so you're thinking about look,
There-
when you
there
date one
is-
person, you're dating
listen,
exclusively.
Yeah.
But when I'm dating, when I'm
You good.
dating, I'm dating. If you
We
want to go on
need
a
to
date,
have
I'm
that
going on a
talk.
date. If I want to
Yeah.
go on a
Yeah.
date with him, I'm going on a date with him.
Right.
We are
That's
dating.
the
I'm
question.
having a good time.
So what is a date?
But-
Yeah.
A date is
That's
this.
what it is. What is
Here,
it?
here's
Is it?
the date. Here's the date.
What is
Hi,
it?
You tell us what you want, girl.
Hi, Tyler. I'm thinking you're pretty good. Would you like to go and get some drink?
What up, man?
I would say yes.
Okay, so now we're on a date, right? We're drinking, we're talking, we get to know each other. Might be feeling cool, might be feeling cool. Hey, Tyler, this wine is hitting. You want to go back to my apartment? Get it on?
No.
Okay, that's fine too. I'm gonna call another nigga. But anyway,
I mean, people do.
how,
They got-
would you like
they
to
got
go?
them
Would you
on the
like
back
to catch
burner.
up? Would you like to catch up tomorrow or the next day, or would you like to pursue this further another day?
Hey, Tyler, that's when you say, okay, go ahead.
You're not gonna know that. I'm not gonna say that to him.
You know who would not have
That's
said
my
no.
point.
In real life.
At the
That's the
same
point.
time, he might have said no
Yo,
because
that's the
he
point.
got somebody else.
Exactly.
He might have said no because he
That's
got
the
somebody
point.
other man.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know who would really say no. I think you would say yes.
No, we're not even
Hey,
talking about. I'm just saying. I'm just. It's a hypothetical.
It's not real life.
It's hypothetical. It's real life. It's not real life. It's just hypothetical. But I mean,
We're just
No.
playing one day.
that's a date. I set up something. I
Yeah.
scheduled something with you to get to know you on a different level, and that's what we're doing. We're vibing. Now,
Okay.
if
And you want to take it a little
see,
further,
now if I want to take it a little
wait.
further,
then that's
Go ahead.
on you.
I'm saying, but sometimes it's like if the motives or communication or your intentions not made clear, it can get misconstrued. Because
Very
guys,
much,
a
very
lot of
much.
times, and I'm a guy,
Speak on it, bro.
that speak on, well, if we buy her the dinner, we quarter right tonight, but never gonna get some. Women sometimes, and I know some that just date like a sport. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just not. It's not anything like a connection, nothing like that. Or I'm just getting a free meal.
Oh, see, and that's the thing. Like, okay, so we're talking about free meals. Now we're talking about free
Like-
and things. When you go on a date, I honestly expect both of you to be, at least in mine, you should have your own shit and you should have your own shit, just in case. You never know what the fuck could happen. His carpet decline and you might not pay for that. Or I
That's
want to pay
real.
for my own shit.
That's real.
I should be able to
That's
pay for my
real.
own shit.
Take cash.
This
Always
is our
have your
first
intentions.
date
You never
and
know.
or dating. I'm looking at as I'm going Dutch, low key, unless you say, hey, I'm gonna pay for it today. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
show you the next
Right.
one.
Can you explain what Dutch is?
Dutch is when you split it in half. You
Oh,
pay for
okay.
yours, he pays for his. So you go Dutch.
I thought you get the hell out.
No.
What do they
So-
have?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think-
you know what I'm saying?
So,
hey, you trying to go half on
ladies,
this?
basically, because everybody
Right.
has
But I
different
always,
views.
everybody has goes
But
in, but
women-
They have different views.
some
Some women, they-
now, some women go into it like, okay, this nigga's about to give me a free meal. I'm obligated to this free meal. One, you're gross. You're gross. You're not obligated to
Yeah, that would
anybody.
be wrong.
Not even just that, men do the same shit because y'all be sleeping with people that have a place to live. Let's talk about bums. Okay.
Woo!
Anyway,
Preach.
So-
Yeah.
Go ahead.
you know, you should have your own. The whole reason we are dating is because we're at that space that you have your own, I have my own, and we can bring something together and either cultivate or grow
Yeah,
from this. You know what I'm
guys wanna
saying?
pursue something
It's
further.
not a take; it's a both give and
Exactly.
give from that.
But everybody,
And I
of
get
course, doesn't have that
people-
mentality.
Yeah, I get people get to this like, oh, dating.
Yeah.
First of all,
Those are capers.
First of all,
Users.
if we really want to talk about it, women have been the breadwinners for, I mean, if
A
you wanna
while
do the
now.
if you want to do the
A
data,
while now.
so it's not even that you
A
guys,
long time.
a very long time. It's not even that, you know,
Sorry. to
I
say,
need you to
especially
pay for
with our
something.
African-American
we've
Sorry,
been
brothers,
the
it's
breadwinners.
So
So
I'm gonna speak for me. So for me, when it comes to, you know,
There are some men
dating,
holding it down. Though. Shout out to you.
shout out to
I
the brothers
feel
that-
Holding it down.
shout out to
for
the
time.
brothers that build with their hands and pay bills. You know why?
I don't-
Because that money that I'm gonna save is gonna go straight to the ass.
I don't do a digital pencil. Sorry.
I can't.
Hold
So
it down.
anyway,
He already has a kingdom for his queen.
Amen. Amen.
you got the dopest.
Go.
Why is this so much better?
Because it's dope.
This
We
is
need to give her
What time
her
is
own
it?
show.
This is
Welcome to
the-
the pod.
Listen.
Welcome to the after.
welcome to the Chanda
Welcome to the
and Brittany
pod.
podcast featuring
No, it's
AJ
Chanda
and
now.
Tyler.
We just
We
here,
all
y'all.
three is out. It's Shannon now. It's Shannon and Mike. Okay. Oh, she's so kind
This
of
is
hard.
About women issues with men just in the room. I don't know why they're here, but they're here. It's okay.
We are.
We
I
appreciate you letting
appreciate
us in
you.
here.
I want you in the
We-
room.
we-
So I want
We're
you.
potting,
You
y'all.
are
We
celebrating.
appreciate
No,
you.
I love men. I
Hey,
love
Yes.
okay, okay.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead. Ask
So-
Brittany.
All right, Brittany.
I know I've been high.
If okay, speaking on this, all right.
Ask
If
Brittany.
yeah, I'm just letting everybody know.
Go ahead.
So if a woman asks a man on a date, is it acceptable for her to pay because she asked him on a date? What do
Oh.
you think?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I don't see what's wrong. I don't see what's wrong with paying. Like, it's just, I don't really see what's wrong with paying. If I can pay for it.
What?
Because you're the boss. It's like, got it. I don't really give a fuck.
So do you?
I'm just saying, there's some people
Go
that
ahead.
always expect.
Don't
the
get me
man
wrong, there are
all
some
I
the
actually
way
never
to
thought
pay.
about that. I've
But that's why I'm
never
asking,
thought
like,
about
the
that.
point of view about
If I ask you,
If I ask you on a date, I'm.
That's because see, that's me.
yeah,
If I ask you, I'm gonna
out,
pay.
I'm probably gonna
I'm
pay
probably
too.
gonna
That's
pay.
what I'm going, or at least as a woman, if I asked you out, I'm really planning to pay for mine. That sounds selfish, but
Do
I'm
you-
already planning to pay for mine. I don't mind putting up
Do
my money.
you guys mind that men pay for you? Do you expect it?
Okay, so I don't know if this is because it's trauma.
Do you,
No idea.
do you expect it?
No, I don't expect it. I always pull out my card first. I don't know why. I think it might be trauma. But I'm an only child and I always take care of myself.
So you gotta take care of yourself.
But my dad, you know, my dad's a dad. Like my dad's a father. He's always in my life. He's always provided. If I go out to dinner with him, he's paying. You know, same shit with my mom. So I've had that patriarch. You know, patriarchal.
Yeah. Has he been there since like childhood and stuff?
Yeah, like you know, it's not a broken home. He just works inside of it.
So where did you get this like
Yeah, that's
independence? Like,
Yeah,
is
I
it from
mean,
being an
that's-
only child, or is it just
I
like
think it's
what he
really-
taught you? You know what I mean? Because
My mom's independent too.
yeah.
Okay, so I kind of see it's both. They came from well, my mom came from a smaller household than my dad. He has like 24 brothers and sisters.
Right.
He went off to the military at like 18. My mom was 4. So she's 3 or 4, and she's always kind of been that person that's thank God, orderly. You know, gets her shit together.
Yeah.
Sees the shit that she don't want, so she don't do it.
Middle child.
Mhm.
So I'm the only child. So at the end of the day, my mom worked and my dad worked. I had to be independent. You know what I'm saying? Like
That
when
makes
I was,
sense then.
I was just talking about this the other day because I'm sitting here like, fuck, dude, I'm a child. When things go, I am the only one that is going to take care of things if something happens.
Yeah.
That's
So it's
where
a lot of pressure for me.
Yeah.
You know, like my mom's remodeling her house right now.
But do you mind? Do you mind if a man treats you like?
Oh
say,
yeah, I don't mind.
say-
That's
say,
really honestly.
like, is
to be
that
honest
is that
with you,
are you comfortable with that? Like,
I'm
are you, like,
getting comfortable with it because I'm getting comfortable with it because I don't get it often. When a man does approach me 9 times out of 10, he wanna fuck. Like, come on, it's not hard.
Yeah.
He wanna fuck. Period.
Mhm.
And if they
Trying to
do
get
wanna
in.
take it seriously, I've dealt with so many men that just want to fuck.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
get.
So how do you decipher that?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
or
what
how,
I-
or
It's
you-
it's
both of
work.
you guys,
It's
like,
work.
how do you guys decipher, like, how do you
Yeah.
know when to take a man serious?
Yeah.
For
What do y'all
me,
Communication.
I would say my last relationship was honestly the best example. From the very beginning, he was intentional. He let his intentions be made known and his actions follow. And I think it goes, and honestly, like I've always wanted that. So it's like it happens, but I agree with you. It's very rare for a man to actually be serious and actually want to get to know you besides just trying to have sex and just try to get it in. It's like it's unfortunately rare these days for men to be raised with those type of values of respect and how you view a woman, how you interact with her, and how you pursue her and all of that. But yeah, literally like
And it's weird because they treat you like meat, man.
exactly. And I have definitely felt
Like
piece of me
flesh.
in previous relationships where it's like, you're telling me, okay, you trying to say this, but
Your actions.
you
are
talking about my booty.
Yeah.
You talking about you like the way this looks. And
or
like,
even
and you're
just,
trying to
like,
like get me to do
insecurities.
that and be sexual.
dealing
Yeah.
dealing with men's
Yeah.
insecurities too. So
And honestly, yes.
being an
yes.
attractive woman,
So
you're attractive.
yeah,
Being an attractive woman and dating an attractive woman is not for the light-hearted. When she goes out and gets dressed, she is gonna get looked at.
Yeah.
Don't be upset with me about it. Damn, I didn't do it. I just
Yeah.
came out looking like this.
I woke up and I
I
said,
smiled,
like,
I said yes, but it's like you look good and you're nice. You can't
Yeah.
look good and be nice. You
Yeah.
have to look good and be a bitch. I can't
Hey,
do that.
yeah,
That's
happens.
wrong. That's
And
absolutely wrong. I need to
that
treat you
is
like
big
the
But that's
just like
a-
I
But
want
that
to
plays
treat you like
into
the
the
That's a
media
defense
because with these
mechanism.
reality
Yeah.
shows, it's always showing the women being catty and they're gorgeous, beautiful women. They got these
But at the
businesses, they're
same
doing
time, they
things.
have to be because they've been dealing with so much shit. It's at the time that they don't even want to deal
But,
with the
yeah.
shit. This could be a great man.
That-
This
that
could be a
could
great
be
man, but I have dealt with so much
Because
shit.
it's
I don't even
unresolved
wanna do-
trauma.
And
I don't wanna deal with it.
So how?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get to. Like,
Yeah.
how do you guys not overlook that man?
Yeah,
that
because
has
it's,
those-
for men, it's not like
It's
that.
his
Like, what are we
effort.
supposed to do?
For
Like,
me personally, it's his effort. It's literally his effort, not his words, because he can say anything and do the opposite of whatever
Yes,
they
they
do.
can.
So it's really his effort
what
and
it shows you.
Yeah.
and it's really the comfortability. It's how you make me feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can be comfortable with you to the point where I can show you what I do when I'm by myself dancing in the mirror
Yeah.
or talking to myself because I'll be
Yes.
walking through the house talking to myself.
So where
Yeah.
you can be yourself.
If I can
Exactly.
be myself without feeling like I'm stepping on eggshells or something I say to you is gonna start an
Yeah.
argument or your homeboys are
Oh,
over
my
and next
goodness.
thing you know you're telling me like you need to leave because the homeboys are looking at me. It's just it's like bro, it's weird.
But
That part.
that goes back
Y'all-
again to unresolved trauma,
Not
and
even
it goes
that.
back to insecurities
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we all have insecurities, whether it's been from our upbringing, whether it's been through our adult,
When we dated somebody that did some stuff to us and we didn't think about it. We have to get out and I get it.
So I think it goes back to us personally.
Yeah, personally.
There is, we'll never be perfect and
You feel me, son?
arrive in our lifetime. So there's, so we can strive to become better and things like that, but somebody's gonna have to deal with certain baggages and certain things and issues that we have. So you gotta determine whether you want to do that. But however, I have seen, unfortunately, where that gets skewed because it's like, okay, well, this person, they're dealing with this addiction, they got a lot going on, and I just want to be there for them. I just want to support them. They don't have anybody, and then you're kind of trying to be like their savior, and it's too much, it's overwhelming.
It's that
And it's
mom
like,
complex that
yes,
we
that
have.
mom complex.
Sacrificing yourself.
And as a
Sacrifice
woman,
yourself.
and when
It's
we're
easy
really
to do
fucking
because we're
with
nurturing.
when we're really fucking with you, we want to see you grow.
Exactly.
And it's weird that we will sacrifice ourselves
question about
to
that.
see you grow, but it's not.
To your own detriment.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
not
'cause
even
that's
that we're
not-
looking at it to a sacrifice. That's not what we're doing.
it's
It
love,
doesn't
right?
feel like that, yeah.
It's
We're
love, right?
thinking this. I am giving you this, and I'm gonna help you get to the next level.
Yeah.
Next level, you know, you make your
You
turn.
in
I'm
it.
not
You
looking
in
for
it. I
That's
think
what
that
we're
girls
thinking.
come off way more committed than men. are
Always
initially.
do, always do.
Like,
Yeah,
they,
it's-
like when
it's
they
more
go into
promiscuous,
someone, and
unfortunately.
especially when like sex is involved, they are in it. Like,
They are in it for
they-
the
yeah,
women.
yeah.
Is in it.
Like they
Oh,
think
man.
get married. Like a nigga, he probably just, I'm good. Like you know, I ain't even there. I got.
We really even here
But
to help.
women,
like, that's
they're
the whole
there.
point.
Yeah,
We're here
yeah.
to help and
Yeah.
build and like nurture.
But there's
what
wisdom though. I'm gonna speak to my ladies. There is wisdom in knowing when we need to separate because there is inner work that either one of us needs to do, and they need to get to a certain place of maturity or just
That part.
healthiness, whether that's seeking therapy. And I'm a very big advocate of that. And I actually go to therapy, and
That's
it's
what's up. I
been
love that.
super, super helpful because I'm understanding myself better, even though I've been growing and learning and understanding myself, but it's constant evolution. And there's certain healthy coping skills that we're not taught by our parents, and it's no detriment to them, like we were saying earlier. It's just what the generations
Yeah.
were focused on and what they
What
were
shamed
taught,
with.
what they were
focused on getting
shamed
their
with.
rights.
Exactly. Where we can be more vocal, we have more access to resources. So this, especially
I
for
really
those in the Black community, we really need to not just look at, oh, I'm not crazy, so I don't need therapy. How many times do we see dysfunction happening within our families, within the people that we love in our inner circle, and they think it's love, and
I
it's
think-
not.
I think
It's
that
not.
goes back
It's dysfunction. It's
mental care. Like, it
I
should be
definitely
free.
goes
agree
back
with
to-
that. I agree.
We have psychological
Mental health should not be a
trauma
luxury. It should be a
It's weird
necessity. It
because
should be
why is it
provided.
so easy? We have to think about this too. It's so easy for us to kind of open up to a stranger that's writing
Yeah.
notes about us and things like that, just kind of helping us out.
But why can't you open up to your mom, your
Well,
dad,
there's a
your
difference.
brother,
They
your
have
sister,
they have
your
their own
auntie?
judgment things. You know, these
Yeah.
people are psychologists. They went to school. Yes, they have their own
So you
judgments,
feel like they're more
but they can
credible?
they can separate. They have been trained to
There's no
separate the
bias.
difference between
Less bias.
I'm listening to you and I'm hearing you
Oh, okay.
versus I'm listening to you that triggered me because it has something to do with me,
Exactly.
and now I'm not going to hear it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay. I get what
So,
you're saying. I get what you're
And
saying.
a therapist, they're
Yeah.
there to help
Yeah,
listen,
that's the
and to help you
intentions.
process.
I
Keyword
like that.
listen.
They could really, at the end of the day, I'm sure a therapist probably loves you. A therapist probably loves you. They're probably the closest person to you.
I would
Honestly,
At the end of the day,
there
it's-
are.
They're
Yeah.
probably like,
my therapist.
nigga,
is
I don't.
like, oh,
You know, that too. It's what
This
you
is your
do.
outlet.
Your
Yeah.
outlet.
It's your
So-
healthy outlet, which is dope. Yeah.
you gotta find ways to express yourself. man.
Exactly.
Whether it's
But
Exactly.
if you
art,
need help,
writing.
don't be afraid to reach out and say you need help. Somebody
Exactly.
is going to help you.
Yeah.
Say you need it.
Would you guys feel comfortable, like, okay, say you're dating someone and you guys are in I wouldn't even say a relationship, like you just dating. Would you feel like, okay, they're serious about you, right? You're serious about them. Would you mind going to like couples therapy that early on in the stage, or is it like, oh, is
We
that
have
a
to have
red
a
is that a
conversation.
red flag? Like
No. We have to have a conversation.
throw in the
We
red
both
flag. Like,
need
why
to
are we
be-
already going to therapy?
I would say,
You going
if we're
therapy
just
2 months
dating,
in,
if we're just
You're-
dating
you're-
and we're not in a committed relationship, when you're dating, you're trying to assess this person to see if
It's
they're going to
possible
provide
assessment.
enough value
It's of
to have a
assessment. There you
future
go.
if you guys are going in the same direction.
Yeah.
So
That's what it is.
dating, I
That's
think
all it
early
is.
on,
People take
to be trying to do couples counseling, you're pre-committing yourself before you really know if you really want to be committed to this person
Now
in
I
the
can
first
see
place.
if we said, hey, you know what? I like you. I would like to do this. Take this a step further, and I want to do this. Shit, what's that word?
Shit.
We are.
Let's do this. Let's
It's
do
just us
this.
now. It's just
Hey,
us
hey,
now. What's that word?
exclusive.
Exclusive. Okay.
Hey,
Hey,
check me on the game show.
Exactly.
Bring it
So
on.
now- real man.
So now it's exclusive, and it's just us, and
Yeah.
we're whatever us is, 3, 4 of us, whatever, however you do. I don't
One or
judge you.
two.
Open
Okay.
relationships.
Open,
Alright.
but it's just
That's a
us.
whole nother story.
Yeah.
That show
And
is-
we've been dating, and I kind of like you, and you know, I see we got some things and some information. Would you be willing to do this? And if honestly we're committed, and we're saying that, and let's say either one of us says no,
Yeah.
then really how committed are you? But at the same time, it could scare you. You know,
Yeah.
if I ask you this, you say no right off the bat. All right. Just like I'm not gonna pry anything that
Yeah.
trauma that you're
Yeah.
talking
Something you
about.
don't want to talk
So I'm gonna
about.
let it sit for a little bit. maybe, see if we're still having issues. And I'm like, well, if you don't mind, I care about you, but we haven't been able to resolve anything. And you do not want to take the steps with me to go resolve this. We need to now split our separate ways. I know it hurts, but how are we gonna grow?
I totally agree. If you're not right with yourself, then you shouldn't be dating. You shouldn't be involved with someone because you're not right.
If you're not right within yourself,
exactly.
then it won't work with somebody.
And let me add to this. It's not even, and if you do get to the point to where you are and you have quote unquote arrived to that point and then you're in a relationship, it does not give you the excuse to get comfortable and not continue.
That part.
People trying to get to that point.
You are still single in a relationship.
Exactly.
That means
I'm like,
you still gotta work on yourself.
and even when you're dating, when you build a friendship, dating, committed relationship, engagement, marriage, after the day of the wedding ceremony, it's continuous.
Still has to go through.
You have to.
The whole point of this relationship is to build each other. You can't stop.
Exactly.
People get real comfortable,
They
have 3 or 4 kids, 2 kids, like
You
fall into the same habits.
Damn, do I even like you?
Exactly.
That's the scary part.
But that's because people pre-commit and do certain things too early, where they get their heart and their soul tied into stuff. And we've all been there. I'm guilty of this. I gave my emotions, I knitted my soul too soon, and it's like, okay, I know what this person is doing to me is not good. This is not what I really want in a relationship, but why can't I cut them off? And we even have friends, it's like, girl, honestly, we need to get to the root. So what is this person showing you? Like literally, me and my friends, we have conversations with people about this. We have real conversations. And we get to the root of, okay, so what has this person shown you? What have you seen growing up that you like this, that you keep wanting to be with somebody like this, even though you are saying they're doing X, Y, Z.
What trauma bond do you have?
Trauma bonding is a real thing.
What makes you feel comfortable? Because I had this conversation with my cousin actually. When you've been in a house full of trauma, you don't know what's different. So let's say you've been in this house and you came out as a baby, and every day you get stabbed in the left arm. I don't know why I go so dark, but that's what we're going. You get stabbed in the left arm, right? So you look for somebody that's gonna stab you in that left arm because you're comfortable with that. That makes you feel loved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's.
And now, instead of somebody stabbing you in the left arm, they're patching that shit up, taking it out, stitching you up, and you're like, whoa, that's wrong. Don't do that. You're dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm helping you.
Right.
So it's this weird thing of people like to be hurt, but because they don't know what not being hurt is like. Exactly. So you get in this household, it's been abuse. Then you go out and see somebody else's household and be like, damn, that's not my household. That's right. You don't realize that's wrong until you see something that's the opposite.
Yeah, they don't realize it's not normal.
Exactly. Like for me personally, being young, dating in your early, late teens, early 20s,
early 30s,
I wonder what dating like is at 40.
Oh my gosh. I don't want to know. Please, God, don't do
wait.
So
you there 43. Ari said, don't date us till they're 43.
Oh. Hell no.
Wait, did you say Holly?
No, Ari.
Oh, because Holly very
That's 11 more years.
Because that's when y'all have your shit together. That's when y'all figure out, like, damn.
That's not everything.
Shut up.
Yeah,
that's when I'm like, damn, I can't really run around anymore and just throw my dick around.
It's going down to like, I say,
Can we say
35, 32.
Can we say 35?
Yeah,
Why, are you 35 now, Tyler?
I'm 32, baby. What are you talking
No,
about?
I feel like
what
you're talking about is a man being able to like have his castle, have his finances on deck, have his mental on deck, and really be about his business. That's what you're talking about. A caring, spiritual.
And I'm not saying you
man,
gotta be a
whatever.
millionaire, bro.
Just
have
your stuff together.
responsibility.
To defend my brothers, we done came from a lost space too, and the education on that is getting better. Like if you look at your social media, it's a lot more brothers preaching financial literacy, having your credit together, having your businesses together, having your you know, your personal finances
Yeah.
and, you know, also spirituality and, you know, your mental health, like we've been talking about. And this, so that age of 43, I think is going down. I know back in the past, like, man, you know, even still brothers, still brothers now, like you talk to some of the OGs, some of them, they ain't got it together. But I just feel like men, or African American men, we're kind of getting there.
That sounds like a gold digger.
I really keep going. I just feel like you know, we're getting it together. You know what I mean? And it's that age group is getting less and lesser as we teach our young. I got a little homie, 20, 18 years old. I'm putting them on Robin Hood. I'm putting them on stocks.
Yes.
You know, I'm putting some of them even. They don't even have
Oh
to be
my
black.
God!
It's
Speaking
not-
of stocks, do you guys
Yeah.
know that they are letting you buy Bitcoin at the Coinstar thing now?
Wait,
You can
what?
take- I saw
did
that
not
at the
know
grocery store. Okay, I'm going in there right,
Machine.
and I have my
But-
glass on. I'm staring. I said, "Hold on, let me read this
That's
correctly."
crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't know
right.
that.
It said Bitcoin purchases available at this.
That just shows you that Bitcoin's going up.
Yeah,
But,
so I hope y'all
um,
got some.
yeah,
I
I
hope
just-
there's
Still,
something.
I got my
But
BTC.
Bitcoin, Dogecoin, crypto. But to my point though, the literacy of men, you know, having their shit together.
Yeah.
It's the age from 40 is going down and younger and younger. There's millionaires that are 19, 20 years old, like, you know what I mean? But if you think about it, we come from, you know, like you said, from what our parents did, from what their parents did, 400 years of. So I'm not saying give niggas a pass.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying know where they're at, you know what I mean? And know how much you're willing as a woman to know what you're willing to wait for, what you're willing to be patient for, and which, you know,
And I'm
what you're willing to accept.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not the girl or the woman to be like, oh, nah, I can't. This, you know what I mean? He ain't got shit there.
Also,
But
I also
are you
appreciate
willing,
what
you
you're
know what I
hearing,
mean?
and it's also the same thing as well, at least for me, the woman I am, I like to know where you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
here's the part that always gets me fucked up. It's I am letting you know where I am. I'd like you to be 100% willing with me, but
you
it's
won't
that
see that, huh?
it's that part where I'm like, hey man,
Y'all
are
ain't
you
talk.
doing okay today? And then you
Yeah.
know, like I get
Y'all
ignored
niggas
for
ain't
like
talking.
3 days or some shit. I'm just
I
like,
have
bro, I'm
experienced
just
If you are
I'm
not talking,
literally
you better
just-
be doing it.
I'm just trying to have a conversation with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just open conversation, especially if I know for men, especially if their finances aren't together,
Yeah.
they feel like they are not together.
Yeah.
And I understand that because at the same time, bitch, it's not just you.
Well,
If my shit's not together, I'm gonna feel the same way.
I guess that's that. You know, to like, you know, men is how we want to provide. We want to kick our girls out. You know what I mean? I guess some men might not feel as much of a man if they aren't able to provide. They aren't able to, you know, pay for that drink, pay for that meal. Then, you know, it makes them
But
feel
as a
like less
partner,
of a man.
I understand that.
Yeah.
And as a partner, I
But
know
that's-
you're not going to be there
Yeah.
all the
It's
time.
temporary.
It's
But-
temporary.
Yeah.
They may not understand that because they've
Yeah.
seen, oh, this person
It's
on
society
Instagram,
that
this
makes
person.
it that.
So
Yeah, well,
that's
they get
the
caught
part
up
I
on
ask
It's
you.
societal standards that
That's
make
the
us
part I
feel
have
like
to
this
ask. And I
person.
understand that.
insecurities are getting mixed
It's
up
not
with
how-
society, and now they're feeling that shame,
And I totally
and they're
understand
like
that.
not able to communicate. They're not because they not.
But how do
I
we?
ain't got it. I ain't got it, baby. I ain't got it.
How do we? You told me all these things, right?
Yeah.
Now, how do we, as a woman, you just expressed this to me, and I understand this. But how do we, as a woman, we're sitting here, letting you know we don't give a fuck about that, bro? I got you. I don't give a fuck about
Yeah.
that.
It's like as long as you
Somebody
wasn't
gotta be-
How
somebody gotta
do
be
we?
honest.
How do
No,
to be? How do
It's
we
not.
help you through that when you don't even want the help that we're giving you?
that part.
But
That part.
you don't even want the help that we're giving you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's their own detriment. Like I don't
You
mind.
can't help nobody
They don't wanna help themselves.
Yeah, that's
But it's
anybody.
like-
That's
Yeah.
men, women,
Like
anybody.
that's-
And that's I feel like one of the biggest thing in our culture, like Black culture, especially our age and
So
stuff.
we're very proud.
Pride, like what you
We're
proud
very
of?
proud.
Pride is
Like
Like
Dang.
that's we
for
can't-
instruction.
I'm the first one to say,
that's
hey,
a killer.
I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie
That's
to
in
you.
the
I'm the first
Bible.
one to
That's
say,
biblical.
oh my God, I fucked up.
Yeah.
One, because I like to fuck up. Two, I didn't fuck up. I didn't learn that. But what I'm saying is, you have to be the first one to be like, oh damn,
I think, yeah, I've come to terms with I'm not everything that I should be, everything that I could be, you know what I'm saying? My faults. I'm easier to now because I'm able to let my ego and pride go enough to humbly say that I need help. That's just
Humility is key.
it's I need help.
There's
And
strength,
I-
there's
I
strength in
don't mind.
humility.
Real strength. And
Segue,
healing.
let's go.
And like,
Can I get a segue?
Talk that.
Does anybody do shrooms?
I don't do shrooms.
I don't know
I don't
about
know.
my big girl.
I have one.
I've never heard of that.
Turn-
Anybody
not-
in the comments
I
or
used
the
to
people
smoke weed, kind of
watching?
more.
Yeah,
I
Do
stopped having
Myra does?
it. Feel me?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't.
All right.
I haven't
I'm
done
watching
that
one of the documentaries. It's really good.
Really?
Well, it's supposed
Yeah, it's
well,
considered like
shrooms
a
supposed to be high psychedelic.
I don't know
so
why. I
maybe
think I
it
just asked
opens
because I would
you
like
up to
some,
something.
but you know.
Whoever got the plug.
Yeah.
Yes.
We
Why
do
not
not
order
solicit
them?
drugs on
You
the
know what I'm
right
saying?
line.
He's like,
These are not drugs.
But-
boundaries,
But-
boundaries. The
But
man
if
is
you
sharing
need more
boundaries.
info,
These
follow
are
the Grind
holistic
podcast.
products, okay, they are holistic. They come from the ground.
If you need more info, follow
If
the
you need more
Grind
info,
podcast.
And
Somebody
another
will get
segue,
I hit a
another
Chanda.
segue since we're talking about, holistic remedies and whatnot. So I am the plug for
I'm just saying.
that bomb
Where can
essential oil
Where else
from
can
the
you
way
get it
it's
but the Grind
grown,
podcast?
from how it's tapped from, the natural trees and whatnot, the process. There is no fracking oil, there's no synthetics, there are no fillers. It's
We're
just
shooting
pure,
at
that
influence.
bomb. So literally we have been sipping on wine with essential oils, and not all essential oils are created equal because the industry does not regulate. So don't say, oh, Brittany said I could just use my essential oils that I've already been using and ingest them and put them in. No. First of
We did
all,
not
follow
say
the
that.
directions on the bottle, and then also research where you get your oils from. So
You don't
So
know
what
how
made-
to
if you don't know,
teach you.
So I know you was talking about like the stuff you went through earlier, when you were growing up and stuff. 'Cause if people don't know, I know Brittany from a long way back. We used to go to high school together. Me, Tyler.
Hey,
did
big.
too.
I just have to put out female Rebel
Rebel
Gang.
Gang.
Shout out my Rebel Gangs out
Rebel
there.
Gang.
rebel.
You already know Kentucky, but it is. I just wanted to, see like what I know you coming through, your anxiety, your depression, or we ain't claiming none of that, but the things you've been through. How did that come out to now you having these products? Like, how did you start this business? You know what I mean? Because I know there's a lot of lady entrepreneurs out there, more so than men. Like, lady entrepreneurs are killing the game, just killing it. Yep. So I just, y'all leading the way in that space. Like, how did you personally come up with, doing the holistics, the meditation? Like, how does that pay in effect with, how you got through what you've been through? You know what I mean? Like, did
Yeah.
this products help you? Is this some of the stuff that you used? Can you kind of just take us through that journey from then to now?
Yeah, so really the journey began 7 years ago. I didn't know my purpose.
Stop whispering.
I didn't know my purpose. I was just like, and for me, I'm a Christian, so I'm seeing other people knowing what they want to do in life. They're thriving, and I'm just like, man, like God, what's my purpose? I was thirsty for purpose. I was thirsty for wanting to have a reason, a big why in my life, and a strong, anchor. So literally, I had withdrew from school to take a break, and I literally would just work, come home, and just spend time in the Word. I would just journal. I love journaling, just getting my feelings, my thoughts out, writing down, what I'm reading from the Word that's just really speaking to me, and dissecting that. And within a couple of weeks, I just started getting all these creative ideas, business ideas. Now, mind you, I am not a math person. I'm a people's person. I had friends that was going to school for business. I never saw myself doing nothing related with business because all I knew was about math and money and a lot of math classes that you got to take.
Yeah,
So when all of this was happening to me, and I'm just like, it's flowing, it's flowing, it's flowing. I'm getting like 3 different business ideas, and from there, also, I decided to make a conscious decision to go natural. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna straighten my hair. I'm gonna, figure out how. First of all, let's talk about black hair here real quick. I did not know as a black woman what products work for my hair, how to deal with my natural texture. So for me, I always went to the shop, got my hair, flipped, dipped. If you watch the shop, you know what I'm talking about. And so literally, girl, I got that hair crack. I don't just got this crack, but I got that type of crack. Okay, the crack that's gonna make your hair grow. Okay. So literally I started, changing my diet. I started doing a lot of research just on how our food is grown, from our beauty products, all the chemicals and different things like that. And so then fast forward, life happens and all these different things. I had created my own hair growth oil. I was selling it. It was going good, all that. But I'm young. I don't know much about business. I don't have enough money to keep funding it. So now fast forward to last year, 2020. 2020, as rough as it was, it actually birthed a lot of passions, reignited, helped me to get back in touch with what am I passionate about? What direction am I going to move forward at this point? And so literally it was through God reconnecting me through one of my closest cousins. We were so close growing up, and we both have a love for bath beauty candles, you name it, Bath by Work, we got all that stuff. And so literally we were chilling together, and we decided, we were just talking, and she was like, oh, I want to make soaps. I was like, I always wanted to make soaps, because the vision that God gave me 7 years ago was to have my own holistic personal care business. So I'm like, dope. I never dabbled into the soaps. I only made the hair care products and the body care products. So we making soaps literally from that day on. I was in Hobby Lobby every day. Then I started researching, mixing stuff, creating stuff, watching YouTube, figuring this stuff out. And then it ended up segueing to, okay, we're going through another shutdown. I know this is a trigger for me. I'm depressed. I need to be around people, but I can't do that right now. So literally, I started just making soaps from the holiday season. And that was the only thing that was really making me happy. That was boosting my mental health. My creativity was flowing, all of that. And then segue to me coming across this woman through a networking group. She connected me with the nutritional aspect of health. So I had mentioned before, I experienced a deep depression 7 years ago. That was circumstantial. But this time around, I found out that there is a mind, gut, body connection. Yeah. So you can actually experience, certain mental health issues because of your diet. And yeah, we always hear, oh, it's important to eat healthy. Oh, it's important to exercise. It's important to get enough sleep. And it's sad to say, but it's literally like going back to the foundation of everything, of how our bodies are made. So yeah, literally I started taking these all natural products. I started incorporating these essential oils in my lifestyle. And I've been using essential oils for years. None of them have ever done what these oils have done. I'm learning so much about how the human anatomy works, how these oils can cross the blood-brain barrier and just it creates harmony within your body, from the organs, all that. So literally I found out I had an overtoxic, non-alcoholic liver. And for most of us, we know people who have liver issues is because they're alcoholics, right? True. But no, you can have a fatty liver, an overtoxic liver. And so
things that you consume.
Exactly. So it's like literally you are what the animals that you, or the plants that you eat have some sprayed on. So literally that changed. It gave me the motivation and the hope and the drive and the energy, because God told me, okay, I'm a visionary. I'm going to make an impact in this world, but health is foundation. If you don't have energy, if you don't have a sound mind, it limits your capacity and all the capabilities you can do. We have so much potential.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Touching back on what you said here, you are, okay. Let me blow your mind real quick.
Blow us up, girl.
So, as a bio major, everything is broken down into molecules, right? Your whole entire body, your skin, your muscles are all cells of their own mind and their own sound, doing what they need to do to put you together. You are your own universe inside of a universe. If you were to break down a cell, the cell has its own brain, has its own way to make its food, has its own way to process things. It can also deteriorate and non-deteriorate things. So what you consume is you. And unfortunately in America, because capitalism is our thing here,
Right.
we have these terrible toxins that are illegal in every other country except our own. It's in our food. It's in our food that we're excuse me,
Yes.
that we're consuming. So it's so crazy to talk about because if you really look at things from a molecular standpoint, everything is molecules put together by bonds.
Is that atoms?
Atoms,
Yeah.
things like that. If you go down to the smallest
smallest
source,
thing.
if you were to take a piece of your skin and go down to the smallest fucking source you can go to, there's space between there.
Yeah.
When I touch her,
You feel the
her literal, this thing is literally in between the space between my cells right now.
Yeah.
Like we are moving. When I'm walking through air and that consistency, those are going through me. That cells, everything is like
Wow.
I like to look at it as like Avatar. Avatar's like my favorite.
Yeah.
Avatar.
The blue one,
Seen
not
that
the homeboy that shoots
Hey,
fire.
yeah,
I
I
don't know what
oh,
I love
wait, I like
Aang
that
too.
card.
That's
Dang,
Air
it.
Aang too.
something.
Hey,
I'm
Aang
sure.
it.
But
Dang it.
Avatar itself.
And what's the girl?
Oh, Zoe sounds.
Korra. Legend of Korra.
Yeah, I have. You know, that's
I
actually I want to watch that
I
next.
don't like that.
That's
So-
a good one.
When we're
Legend of
speaking
Korra
about
is
these things,
dope.
and what really got me is when they connected with the beings that they were with, their tail, right? They pulled it out.
And connect to the trees and stuff too.
Now,
Yeah.
when one
Spiritual.
being connects with another being, it's typically sex. You are having sex with these organisms. You are becoming, two is becoming one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's so crazy at the molecular level that I'm taking in these wine particles and it's becoming a part of me. I'm taking in this air, it's becoming a part of me. If I touch you and hug you for a really long time, I'm still getting you, your DNA within me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like energy. That's
Yeah,
why
really.
energy is
Exactly.
so important.
Exactly. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like you need to be mindful of these things. Then I break off to this point when I'm sitting here. Fuck. If you're not aware, are you affected? And now that the fact that I'm aware, am I more affected? You know what I'm saying? Because your mind is
I think
your
you should-
mind is what it is.
I think you should always be aware of your energy.
But not most people know this.
But I mean,
Yeah,
if
most
you're
If they're
not aware,
if you're not, if
you know
don't
what they
have
say,
that,
ignorance is bliss.
Yeah. Certain
They're
cases
not
it's-
aware. They're
Yeah.
happy as fuck not knowing what's going on.
But
They're
some
not
people are
aware.
ignorant and sad.
But it's
It's-
affecting
ignorance
them.
does not.
And
But
they're
in
not.
ignorance,
I
listen,
agree.
ignorance does not make you safe out here.
It
Oh,
definitely
Give
does
you an
not.
excuse.
Honestly, I feel like it makes you.
They
It can
always-
be a blessing and a curse.
They
but
always
it's better to
say
be-
the worst
No.
punch is the one you don't see coming.
The one you-
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
I just
right?
think it's
Exactly.
But it's just kind of weird. Like,
No,
bro,
that's
at the
dope.
end of the
Thank you for
at the
bringing
end of
that.
the day, you're in fucking
Yeah.
air. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You are.
you happen to
life.
just be you just happen
You
to
are
be
life.
We
okay.
absorb
You have a
everything.
cell, right? That cell has its own
Mhm.
job. This cell could be a muscle cell, so it does muscles. You have another cell that's an organ cell, so I'm a liver cell. I do only things with liver. They have their own brains and they connect with each other to do these functions within us and without us.
So let me ask y'all this: what exactly is holistic? What is the meaning of that? Because I don't understand that word.
I know we hear
So
so
like, what is
basically
holistic healing? What is this
I
like?
mean, we can
and
look
how-
up
So
the Urban
holistic-
Dictionary if you want.
basically
How's the
holistic means that
I like it.
all your everything is connected. And so literally like
So kind of like what Chanda was
If
explaining
you
a
want
little
the
bit. Okay.
definition, the Webster definition,
yeah,
If
pull
if
it up.
you want
I'm a
if you
definition
really
girl
want a
too.
mind
too.
fuck, let me
Yeah.
mind fuck you real quick. If you
I
really
don't
want a
want
mind
mine.
fuck between the
Alright.
colors of white and black, look at the actual definitions. You, my friend, the white friend is my friend black because black is the absence of color. You want me to just drop things on them?
Happy Black History Month.
That
still
Okay.
going on.
Okay, anyway,
That's why Cal
holistic,
Williams said
characterized by the comprehension of parts of something as an intermediate or interconnected and okay, this is stupid. As a whole, it's basically saying things as a whole.
Yeah, everything is connected.
Everything's
so it's not
They
isolated or
say that.
separate.
Why
Girl,
they
they
say
made it
that?
sound so complicated.
No,
So
you don't.
literally, whatever is going on with your gut, your stomach, it's impacting your liver, it's impacting your heart, your mind. All of these things are connected. So let's say, oh, I'm sick, I go to the doctor. Oh, okay, well, this is what's going on with your kidney. And you're just thinking, oh, it's only my kidney that's affected. Okay, so I'm gonna do what the doctor's telling me to do. But no, because if any organ or any cell is not properly functioning, it affects, it's a ripple effect and affects the rest of your body. And that's what happened with me. I didn't, exactly, girl, preach. That's why I didn't know my liver was actually affecting my brain, and it was causing brain fog, it was causing confusion, it was causing like depressive type symptoms.
Yeah.
It was just mimicking
I am
all of
never
that.
eating liver.
You know, no, liver is actually really
No,
good
it's
for your
actually,
detox.
yeah,
You should
It
really do
is, it is.
You know what's crazy? I don't know if you guys watched the Rick, is it Rick and Morty episode? What's
Oh, I
no,
love Rick and
No,
Morty.
okay, the Futurama episode where the brains take over. You know, they're only brains. Brains.
Yeah.
So, as an evolved species, if we're really gonna get crazy, the brains no longer have a body; it's just a brain. That's all you really need to function. We have this body, but the brain is affected by what you eat, right?
Yeah.
So if you get rid of everything else, you don't gotta eat no more. Your brain can function at the most highest level, which is intellect and all those other crazy things that go on with that. So I don't know where I'm going here.
With the show. With the show.
With the show,
Oh,
is
yeah.
these brains are taking over, and they're highly intellectual, but they don't die. They don't think the only thing that kills them, I think, is like stupidity.
Oh.
Stupidity.
How
Yeah.
ironic.
Common sense
How
ain't
ironic.
good.
How ironic.
You dumb
Exactly.
So like,
Exactly.
it's crazy because we just got that rover on Mars. I don't know if you guys have been.
Yeah, I
Oh,
seen
really?
it.
That's
Mhm.
just kind of cool. I'm kind of really waiting for
Yeah,
like,
you know.
Shout out to
they doing
SpaceX.
those things and someone runs across the screen.
I know, right,
Really hope
right.
for that. Like, I just want some weird ass creature to run across the screen.
Because you never
we need some
know.
excitement. You never know.
Should
I
we
know.
do something after 2?
Do you guys know that?
Oh, I for sure believe it.
I believe it.
Technology, all that. You
I
already
just,
do.
before we go there though, I just want to take a couple seconds to say this. It sounds like between like the energy, molecular stuff, and dealing with holistic stuff, and just being a human being, and dealing with trauma, and dating, and all of that stuff. I really want people to take time to just get to know yourself and get to know your energy and get to know like how you are as a person to really get the best out of yourself and to understand yourself, because a lot of people, they get these things like, people don't understand me, I'm misunderstood, and it depresses them, and because they feel like they're not seen, they're not welcome,
Heard or
yeah. And it's unfortunate, but I really want people to stop looking to the outer and start looking to your inner. Start figuring out your own energy. What are we putting into our bodies? What are we eating? What are we feeding ourselves spiritually, mentally, physically? What are we watching?
The only validation you need is from yourself.
Yeah, and
Stop looking for that
stop
external
looking for
validation.
and it's not in your it's not in your partner. It's not in
No,
society.
it's not.
Right.
It's not in none of that. It's in you and
yourself.
God. So, or in my case, you and God.
Same
I just want people to just find their inner self, their inner being. I think it's just, so just take that time. You know what I mean? It might be a year, it might be 2 years. I don't know how long you need. And some people are more in tune with themselves than others. But just do you, like, at the end of the day. And before you decide you want to get out there and share yourself, like, know exactly what you're bringing to the table. Know exactly what kind of energy you're bringing, what kind of vibes you're bringing. That way, you already have a sense of value.
And you're sure within yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you're not sure within yourself, you're going to be easily manipulated
Yeah.
or
And
deterred.
then you wonder why
Somebody's
this,
going to
that,
say
and that.
something to be like, ew, I don't like that. And
Yeah.
then you're going to take it in like, oh my God, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Who
very
cares
Yeah.
what they like? Do you like it? You did it,
Exactly.
right? So do you like it?
Mhm.
Oh, you do? Okay, keep fucking doing
And
it.
I think
Like,
that's
I don't
says
need
a
to
lot.
like it for you to like it.
Mhm. So many people fall into that.
Yeah,
Like,
they want to be validated
Yeah.
by other people other than themselves. When at the end of the day,
all you
you
gotta
came
have,
here by
and that's
yourself,
why you
you're going
get-
to leave by yourself.
that's why you get so many copycats, so
Yeah.
many unoriginal, like,
And let's talk
You
about
know, you
social
can't.
media.
Yeah.
People are
See it on
seeking
social media.
validation so
Mhm.
much from
Yeah.
complete strangers.
So,
Yeah, and it's actually affecting your self-esteem
Yeah,
more.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just find your peace, man. Find your peace. What you
I
like?
got this.
What you like,
This is
man?
why I got
And just
this.
start asking, figuring out, why am I here? Because we're here
Purpose.
on this planet called Earth.
To do better, leave it better than you found it.
True.
If you need to
Figure
sit
out.
down, guys, literally meditate. Meditation can be anything. You don't have to sit there quietly and sit there like, oh, okay,
chant,
you know,
you don't
it's-
have- yeah.
meditation comes differently. My meditation personally is when I work out, I got my headphones in. I'm in a whole different mind space over here. You know what I'm saying? Focus, I'm thinking about things. I got things going down. I also sit down sometimes in the morning, just be quiet.
Yes.
I just
That's what you're
Don't
supposed to
be
do.
afraid to
Sit
spend
your ass
time
down and
with
be
yourself.
quiet.
And I'm telling you, those
Don't be afraid to
thoughts
spend
that
time
be
with
flowing through
yourself.
your mind, remember, they're just thoughts. Thoughts come from
They come from
They come
anywhere.
from anywhere.
Yeah.
They might.
Anywhere.
They're not even really your shit. You might have. Okay. Hold on.
Could have been something
Might
you've
have some
seen.
crazy-
Yeah.
If you are having some crazy ass thoughts, please talk about some. Please talk. To
Yes,
somebody.
call the
But
hotline.
what I'm saying is,
Yes,
sit there. You have thoughts. Your mind races. It does what it's supposed to do. But just because you have those thoughts don't mean that's you. Like, I could be sitting there and be like, damn, elephants. I mean, like elephants. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm afraid of birds. But for some reason, birds are cool.
Pay
You know what I'm
attention to yourself.
And
Yeah,
another
where it's
thing,
coming
like,
from.
another thing that's
Ask yourself.
good is,
Ask questions.
well, fun fact, real
Write
quick.
them down.
So our organs and our body, they hold in emotions. They hold in trauma. I actually learned that if you rub lemon essential oil, again, it needs to be pure. You can rub that on your liver and it helps release the emotion of anger from the body. And I also learned about how emotions and things, it's like energy. So also talk about how to release that. Exercise is a good one.
Since it's women's motive, okay, so I'm reading this book and it's called, matter of fact,
Shout out to all the black queens out there. Just want to say
this
that.
book
Let's-
is
let's-
called
let's-
Pussy
let's-
Pleasure.
Hey.
Oh, hey
So,
now.
It's not even
Hey
about
now.
that.
Hey now.
That's when the man side come out. You know, her other head got cramped. Her other head is starting to.
Oh,
She talking about that. Okay.
What y'all talking about?
So they have this book called Pussy Pleasure.
Right.
And it's written from a black woman's perspective because
Like,
This a book?
we are
You
we
wanna-
are
I
You
can
want to
read
read
this.
now? You want to read now?
Y'all know you're about to order on Amazon
It's
tonight.
a real
How
it's a
much
good
is
book. Okay.
Is it
Don't
free?
get me wrong. I don't know how it's my
Let me
So anyway, let me just explain to you. It's basically from a woman's perspective and a black woman's perspective on things that we as women and black women have to go through with our own body physically.
Y'all.
Now I
gotta
want
sit
you to
on
sit
that.
here and think to yourself, have you ever, when was the first time you actually looked at your vagina and not been scared?
Shit.
We're kind of taught not to look at it. We're taught not to touch it. We're taught, if something's wrong with it, there's something wrong with you. All these weird ass things that go into that. And if you are a woman out there and you're kind of struggling with like sexuality, being open and just being a sexual being, which you're a woman, you produce life, you are a sexual being, period. Don't let this patriarchal bullshit put you onto the side and thinking you a hoe because you're sexually liberated. Fuck that. Fuck all that. So anyway, get the book. It's pretty good, especially for, if I was younger in high school, I would definitely give it to myself then. But it kind of just, makes you aware of yourself. Like, I was reading a part where she said, women are afraid to look at their own vagina. You know what I'm saying? Like, they never even
Is that true?
take it. Yeah.
Yes.
That hasn't been my
Yes. Well,
experience.
some women don't know.
They don't know,
Look,
it's
they
a trauma.
They don't
It's
know.
something.
They
They're
don't
taught. They're
I've
not
been with
allowed to
girls where
talk
they
about
don't touch.
They don't
they
touch.
don't-
They don't look. They
they
don't
don't
even
know.
know what's
I'll
going
be
on
like,
in there.
how do y'all as
Take a
complicated as
mirror
it
and
is?
check yourself out.
Yeah,
Okay,
some
it's
women don't know.
not scary.
Especially for
Ain't
vaginal
scared for
health.
guys.
Especially for vaginal health.
That's crazy.
Vaginal health. Check yourself out, bro.
Yeah.
She's cool.
Wow.
Yeah. You can always,
Hey,
This is about to get
y'all-
real feminine, but I found out you can get facials. So
Yeah,
facials for your
what?
Facials.
Yeah,
You can-
facials.
yeah,
Me and my
what's
friends
that
was talking
steam
about
shit?
getting that.
Oh, so you get the
What's that?
yoni steam.
Yeah,
It's like,
what's that-
make sure you're doing it at a legit place because
Yeah.
you don't want to damage
Yeah,
your.
it's real.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
definitely don't want to
Okay,
do that.
so it's mucosa lining down there,
Bro,
guys.
Oh,
It's real.
That's very
important.
delicate.
Very
Mucosa lining can take anything. So if there's with mucosa linings, anything can be can go back and forth like a blood-brain barrier, but can go back and forth between those lines. So that's why we got STDs and things like that. Don't be afraid of STDs, just go get checked. Like, there's nothing wrong. It happens. It's fucking happening.
Or use a condom.
Or use a condom. But I mean,
Be
some
afraid
Even in
of
the
STDs,
midst of using a
please.
condom, it does not protect you.
bro.
Some things happen.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
herpes goes through the condom.
Guys,
it does.
watch where you put
Yeah.
your face.
It just,
That's all
and then
I'm
on
saying.
top of
So
that,
would you guys like a
That's
disclaimer,
all I'm saying.
like, hey, I have
I
this,
did one.
that, and the third. Like, would you want a disclaimer if you're being with your partner? You know, we're a little bit older, you know,
you
niggas
need
ain't
to
been through
tell
something.
me on
Would you
some
like,
things.
hey,
Yes,
better.
if they're- okay,
Honestly,
let me
there's
say,
things
because
like
I've had
sexual with somebody,
conversations.
that's a
This
responsibility.
is a responsibility for you.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
have something that is, let's say HIV or AIDS, you're taking
Oh,
your
yeah,
own
for sure.
Yeah,
medication.
for sure.
You're taking your own medication and
Yeah.
you're being responsible, so now you're undetected.
Mhm.
Okay, you technically, and honestly, you don't have to disclose that to me. You don't. You don't. That's your own personal thing. I just have to
Wow.
take that. But as my partner, I hope you would be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
But there's
Be
things
I'm gonna
where
tell you and I want to be told.
if you're dating,
Hey, tell me if you
But
got
listen,
Tell
I'm
me,
going to
Papa.
tell
but at the
I
same
wanna
time,
know.
guys, listen. At the same time, I hear that. I hear that.
want to know.
I want to
You
know.
told me I want to know, but now you're not thinking about that
Person,
person.
yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm being
You
so
wanna
selfish.
know,
I ain't gonna lie,
But
I'm
guess
being
what?
selfish.
This person might have something,
Yeah.
and they explained that to you,
Yeah.
and now they're dead because somebody got enraged about it, and
Yeah.
now they killed them because you were going to give me something when they were only dating and they discussed that. They've been the
Well, that's
the
taking
adult
it.
about it,
That's
you know what I'm
taking
saying?
it far. I
Yeah,
mean, the most
it
most
happens.
regular
It's not
people
even
would be.
far.
Yeah,
It happens. It happens more. It happens so much more. Is why people do not say things. That's stigma. There's a stigma, so they don't say
Back
things.
to that shame.
I definitely want to validate that because there's different things that can
Exactly.
transpire, and in addition to that,
I'm not saying it's
you
right.
know
I'm
that
saying
It is what it is.
people, you have to use wisdom. So it's like, first of all, if
But-
you do choose to be sexual, you need to definitely, I think, share with that person because that person may not have ever had an STD, never. And I'm gonna just be real. I've had STDs in the past, in my younger, in my early 20s, and I'm thinking, you know, my dude is faithful, just like I'm being faithful. And I had other relationships. I was having sex during that time, and literally until that relationship, I had never experienced STD. And then when I got in that relationship, I started noticing some things that I never experienced
Right.
before that wasn't right. And you know when something ain't right down there. And so literally, like, we had the conversation. You said, yeah, I got tested and this and that. Honestly, go get tested together, see each other's results. Do not just take people's word on
So
face value.
So was he lying?
That nigga.
now. Here's the thing.
You know
what
that
you're
nigga
I'm gonna
lying.
say that
I
you
agree with
are
what you're about to say.
now. At the same time, for men,
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
your
maybe not.
symptoms you might not know for a while. Women on the
What's a
other hand,
while? Like a year?
you might not know
I think
for
men
months.
don't.
It can get
experience
triggered
symptoms
later
till
on.
later.
Yeah, women
Because
on
of
the other
our-
hand,
our
women on the
makeup
other hand,
is
we're a
Your
little
bodies.
Body's more
Your
vulnerable.
bodies
have
are
our
changing
own-
ever.
ecosystem down there.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
there's different bacteria that grow down there. There's different organisms that we need to thrive and function down there.
Yeah.
So
Y'all niggas still want to
if something puts something in there that shouldn't be in there and disrupts that ecosystem, then it's gonna trigger
back
right
to
off the
the
bat.
tree and everything.
Yeah, it's gonna trigger right off the bat. You know,
So to tie in what you're saying, okay, and I'm gonna be real. I've been young, I've been dumb, I've been naive. So I was with him, I believed him,
same.
and you know, I let him know what was going on. He asked me, "Well, have you been with other people?"
That part.
That
Don't try to
I
flip the
never
script,
got
nigga. You know
validated.
you-
He flipped
You know
the
you
shit,
was
okay?
Kevin and the
So I was a little bit hurt by that.
You know what
whatever.
sucks, y'all? What sucks is the
And
only
I
time
told him.
I've ever had an STD was when I was with a faithful partner. When I was in a committed
Damn, that's deep.
Dang.
Damn.
So there's definitely some trust.
Hold on,
Oh.
I'm lost.
Because I think they be faithful
Yeah.
and committed.
So,
and-
Yo.
boyfriends, and it's
Yo.
my first time ever having this experience. I've been with this man for 2 years. And we're on campus, as long as we together.
Yeah.
I got something going on. I'm like, okay, maybe it's a yeast infection. You know, I get in the
Right.
I get in
That's
the whirlpool a lot,
yeah.
and I sit in my wet clothes, and I go out, and I'm still sitting in my wet skin. It's something, oh, okay, maybe it's infection, whatever. No, I can cure that.
Yeah. That's
the
like
stuff.
the norm. That's
Yeah.
more common.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
more common.
it's not working. It's not
Yeah.
happening. I'm like, all right, okay. So I go to the doctor and they said, oh, it's chlamydia. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I've only been on. So I'm like, all right. So
Yeah.
I address it.
Mhm.
Hey, this is what I've had. What's going on? Oh, you probably got it from pregnancy.
I'm done.
What?
You do not.
Okay,
you
I
think
am
I
a
am?
biomedical
Yeah,
major.
You thought he could
Yeah, come on.
If you were to pull up my transcripts
Yeah,
right now,
you
if
don't
you were
know.
to pull up my transcripts from Northern Arizona, you can see that I have 2 years of sexual education and
Yeah.
sexual psychology
I
classes.
want to talk about
Okay.
this. To my brother, what's the best y'all excuses y'all didn't came up?
Please let me know. What is
This is why
Hey,
don't
I
date.
wasn't
This
sleeping
doesn't
with.
work.
I wasn't sleeping with no one
That's
else.
listen,
This is not. This is why
Hey, you
I'm
got
dating
that from
with
the
a-
toilet.
y'all niggas
Yes,
is ruining it for
yes.
all the other
My
niggas.
whole, and don't get me wrong, I was young, I was young, I was in college. I'm thinking like, damn,
Right.
like
Hey,
I dated you.
Bro.
I'm
You're
invested, like you said, when women
Committed.
get something, I'm invested, I'm committed. All right,
Or
I'm gonna,
committed.
I know you bullshit me. I know you bullshit me, and I know that you got it from, but I'm gonna sit here, deal with it.
Oh, you
Just
do?
deal with it. I'm gonna deal with it. I know all the bitches you got it from. But deal with it. I'm gonna deal with it.
So what? I don't get that. Like,
And then
why? Hold on. Please don't pass on that. Why do girls they know like something's happening, but
Here,
y'all is that y'all just trying to be
Whoa.
the best?
no. Listen,
Like, is
we
that
are-
y'all trying to
This
be
is
the
a sick
alpha
No,
woman?
no,
Or like,
no.
why do y'all like
I'm
instead of just
listening to
saying
you.
I'm out,
You have to understand. I'm
Yeah.
listening to you and I'm invested.
so you believe
Now I'm not believing you because clearly there's something wrong with me. I'm not
Yeah.
believing you. You need to take this medication as much as I do.
That part.
Touch me again without fucking taking some
That
shit.
part,
Got me fucked up. So it's now for me and my issue is okay, I need to leave this right. Because one, this is abuse. Two, this could turn really bad because what happens is 9 times out of 10 is the woman's fault. She's a hoe. She's been fucking everybody. She's been doing this. Nigga, it's been you. It's been
transferring?
you. I mean,
And that's exactly what happened to me. I was the one that went to go get checked out because something wasn't right.
It's
And I
always
have
us.
an open, honest conversation because I care and I don't want him to potentially be dealing with this. And first thing he asked me is, "Oh, have you been with other people?" Like that's a
Clearly not.
low
I mean,
if I was
Whoa.
being with other people,
you
I
would
would've
know.
Said,
I
You would know.
and then to continue, and this is where I say I was young, dumb, naive. So our relationship did shift. The energy did shift, but we're still together. He moved up north, so it kind of was like a blessing. Then next thing you know, it was like a month later after him moving up, because he wanted me to move up there with him. We only been together for 3 months. I don't know. I'm not leaving my whole life to go up there. I got wisdom. I'm not doing that. So yeah. So then a whole month later, he got a whole nother girlfriend, living together, doing all of that, living his life. So literally gets hurt because he got a football scholarship. So it's a year later.
Mhm.
I moved on, different things, and at that time I wasn't trying to be in a relationship because I just got out of some things. I was like, I'm cool. So he puts on the little charm, trying to be cool.
Austin charm.
My dumb self considered getting back with him, even though this was the only dude out of other partners I've had that ever gave me an STD. Picture. And so I decided to get back with him. However, the perfect boyfriend that I thought I had before, prior to finding out about the STD thing, things were different. So it's like, okay, you're more distant, but yet you initiated and want to get back and saying how you miss me, blah, blah. We've all heard that story, right? And now it's like, okay, I'm feeling that not right situation again. Well, damn, I got the STDs again. Again, I get them.
Your mind and what's crazy is your mind tells you. Your mind will tell you, and you start getting these weird women, especially you start. I don't know if men do the same thing, but women, when something isn't right, we feel it, and I'm talking about it manifests. For me myself, it manifests in my face. If I start breaking out, I know
Something's up.
I need to get the fuck away from you because there's something going on.
And I think that goes back to that energy too. Like you just gotta feel it. Like women's intuition is stronger than men's.
That's why we were trying to put y'all on game,
Yeah.
especially when we're in a relationship and we see a female being a little too flirty, a little too. Oh no, bitch.
I feel
No.
Mind you, we have done the detective work.
Exactly, and plus
Y'all
we're
are
females, we know
y'all-
the game.
I don't even know
We
why
know
we're
what
Y'all
Maybe I should
police,
be
y'all
female
detectives,
investigation bureau.
y'all
Honestly,
juries.
they're really shit because we do.
No, y'all in the wrong field.
We would have
That's-
found Osama bin Laden as soon as he would have did.
Yeah, y'all in the wrong fields for
Rest in
sure.
peace to all the people that he did do terrible things to.
Well,
Right. Okay, so real quick to bring it back. So literally, I found out I have STDs again, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I go back, I get whatever I need, and here I'm trying to get a hold of him because I'm like, dude,
We need to talk about this.
We need to talk about this, and I need you to have access to this because he didn't really have no fear. He just go to the clinic. So I'm like, well, I got Kaiser, so I got you. Regardless of what you did to me, I'm still.
And at the same time,
I'm still looking
he
out
might
for
have
his
not known.
well-being.
See, and this is the sad part. He might have not known he had it because it doesn't manifest itself in men as early as it does in women.
It definitely does.
So
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, a man will start fucking a new girl, and he'll wait. He'll sit there and wait. Oh, she cool. Right. She cool.
I mean, if you experiencing like any symptoms like your pee hurting, like something you got rashes,
Burn.
It can look like a
blood,
pimple or a
whatever,
little
on
blister.
the- like,
Oh, and then what's
bro, you
crazy
should
about
be
that?
doing
Yeah.
But anyway,
Discoloration.
just guys, just go to the clinic and get
Yes.
checked. Don't be ashamed. There's nothing wrong with it. I understand that people stigmatize you and
It's
things like
just a
that.
shame of
Fuck them.
society.
It's
That's
just society.
You know what I
It's
mean?
not you. It's society.
I'd rather you be healthy
Yeah.
than you take a couple of these jokes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's and it's all it is jokes. Like, cause a lot of people's been through it. Like everybody's been through it. You see, they've been
If you
through it. I've been
haven't,
through
if
it.
it hasn't,
Everybody's
you're
been
not
through
the only
certain
one.
stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
You're definitely not.
and
Because
it's
if
not
you
just
lie
it's not
is-
just
they wouldn't be making all these jokes.
it's not just STDs. It's not just it's relationships, breakups, finances, all that. You gotta be secure with yourself and to know that you want to get better. So you gotta take that L. You gotta take whatever it is that you're going through and accept it, acknowledge it. Like, okay, my shit not right. I need to get this looked at. You know
Don't
what I
get me
mean?
wrong, that could be scary.
Yeah.
Because like the first time it happened to me, that shit was scary. I'm just
It really is. It's
Now, let
trauma-
me-
that's
you know,
trauma.
wanna know
It's
something, y'all?
traumatizing.
what really got
Makes
me
you not want to
was
talk to nobody.
this
Yeah.
is why
Exactly.
I have a really dislike of Irish spring soap.
Really?
Irish
I just
spring
love that
soap
soap.
let me know something's wrong. I was staying the night at my boyfriend's house and I didn't have my stuff, so he had some Irish spring soap, so I used some Irish spring soap. And when I tell y'all that burned, so it burned to the point that I never had that happen before. So I knew something. I said, no,
This ain't right.
this ain't right. This ain't right. So, went to the doctor afterwards and I discussed this with him. I've been with this man for 2 years.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, hey, bruh,
Yeah,
What's going on?
Yeah, I just think this honesty thing, and I don't know why it's high shit. I don't know if it's
Come on
scared,
now, yeah,
maybe
it's a lot of
they
reasons.
fear losing you,
Shame, yeah.
and that's the thing though, if you have shame and fear,
Mhm.
why were you so ballsy?
Yeah,
In
that-
that
in
thing?
the lie
If
too,
you are
Yeah,
gonna be
right.
that
and
ballsy
confident in it.
and that
That
confident,
part.
then you need to be confident and ballsy in
Yeah.
everything you do. You can't just pick and choose.
Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah,
People do.
yeah.
People do.
Yeah, they pick and
Yeah.
choose.
They try to play it
We're all
off.
humans.
That's the acting.
We've all made mistakes.
We all like, I'm
not
real.
perfect.
bro.
And also
Right.
it goes based on
And then they want to shame other people.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That part. Oh my
My
gosh.
favorite goes, no. My favorite is
Yeah.
the insecurity,
Stop lying.
the bounce off insecurity. Like
The projection.
somebody feels some type of way about themselves, so they see you doing something, they go over. I always, for some reason, I'm always the hoe in the situation. I'm always the fucking hoe.
I can't get on my
I hate
feels
that
too much,
statement.
man. Just
Yeah,
because I know I've been there, been through it, all that. But at a certain point, as a man, you gotta accept your responsibility, take accountability for the shit you done, actions. You can't blame it on anybody else but yourself. And when people go wrong, they want to blame it on the woman. They want to blame it on their girl. They want to blame it on their parents.
Instead of the action that took place.
Yeah.
We need to stop
You
that.
did that. You slept with that girl. You was like that booty noise.
Or you
and you was on it.
You know what I'm saying?
And you
chose
got
to
that.
do those
That's what you
things.
chose to do. So
That's what y'all really
It's
think about.
simple.
Y'all just see ass and just say, damn.
Well,
it's-
I'm just
ass-
saying that
I'm an
it's-
ass man,
it's-
so I think about it. But I don't know.
I mean,
As
we're
I-
human,
as
we're
I go-
visual,
I
we gonna see some things.
I'm looking at-
Marcus said some crazy ass shit, and now I'm just looking at y'all like, oh my God.
I mean, it was.
I would
past.
say, like, as a younger man, you know, of course, physical attraction, yes. But as an older man, for me now, it's more spirit. You know what I mean? I want
Yeah.
to see that vibe. You know what I mean? I want to connect with you spiritually. I want to see, like, are
Can we
con-
laugh
yeah,
together? Can we sit
exactly.
here and enjoy
Comfortability.
this?
Can we be vulnerable
Can
with
we
each other?
share
That's-
something? You
yeah.
know, like, hey, what book are you
We
reading
get
today?
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That part,
Put me-
substance.
Exactly. Put me up on
Yes,
game or
substance.
something. Teach
Exactly.
me
I
about
wanna
something.
Learn from each
I
other.
want to be
And
so
can-
turned on by our
Yeah.
conversation.
And can I teach you something?
Because I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all seen my
Some girls don't wanna
ex-boyfriends,
learn too.
you know I don't go for looks. Because if y'all see my ex-boyfriends,
Oh,
you'll be
woof.
like, what are you doing? But like I said, I like this
Another
part.
story.
There's nothing wrong with that, exactly. Because
Hey.
you gotta find what you like
They
and
was
that.
some
What,
ugly ass.
what
I
you
can't.
can connect to, man. That's
Um,
and man. Tyler, go ahead, take it away. I know you've been
I got a
running.
question.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
got a
Tyler.
question. I got a little
You
question.
guys ask
Go
us
ahead.
questions.
Yes, let's
Yeah,
ask
well,
Be
questions.
like,
we got-
I'm ready.
We
now.
got a lot. We gonna let y'all.
Can we
this
can
is
I
y'all
just ask?
podcast.
Can we get
This-
this back on? I really
this
like
is y'all
this, so I
podcast,
can
so.
I know. It's
Oh,
just,
no?
just the sound. I'm sorry. I go ahead. Just okay.
Listen, this is their
No, don't let her bully you like that.
Go ahead.
That's our,
I already
that's our
said it. This is their podcast.
I know, I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah,
make you
hey,
feel
so-
bad.
Hey, no, hey,
What-
as a
what-
man, you sometimes just gotta let them have
Welcome
it.
to the Chanda and Brittany
Let 'em
podcast.
have
Featuring
it.
AJ and Tyler.
Let them have it. Let them
I
have
don't
it.
know what these are back here because clearly this is not our podcast.
We need to get us made one. We need to get one.
Put your faces on it.
Okay, okay. Take a picture
There
with
you go.
us like that. Okay.
Is my face there?
Model
Yeah.
pose.
No, you
there
got
you
it.
go.
Okay, get there.
This is
Okay, so
what happened.
Tyler, what's your question? What's your question?
Go
Tyler.
ahead. Tyler, please take it away, bro.
I got you. I got this. Do you think that men support women enough nowadays? And if we don't, what are the things that we need to do to support Black women? Because I hear it on social media and everything else that, you know, one thing that's lacking in our culture is the support of the Black man and support of Black women. What are things, either do you think that has changed over time now? If it's not, what are things that you feel like men should do that you would want as Black women that you want men to start doing or stop
I hear
doing?
you. I hear you. And with that question being said, I think social media kind of misconstrues the real world. Okay, you see on social media, you'll see Black men saying, "You know, let's date Black women because of certain things." There was this video going around with a homeboy with a terrible facial tattoos, and the caption says, "Date a black girl or go blind, or marry a black girl or go blind." And he's laying next to a white woman. Nobody gives a fuck what it's so weird because Black women mind their business and we don't care. I don't care if you date white, black, purple, green.
You don't? So you don't get offended if a Black man date? Like,
No,
all right.
because guess what you're about to produce? Okay, so anyway,
I don't think women have a problem with that.
we never do. Now, don't get me wrong, there
I
are
think it's when they start shaming Black
It's-
women.
you start
Yeah,
shaming. It's when you
like-
compare, like,
Okay, so that's
oh,
the
I
question.
only
It's gonna be
date white women because Black women are this. You don't need to say that. You could just be
Hey,
like
but
white
some
girls.
girls
We don't
do.
give a fuck.
Some girls do mind when you do
Yeah.
the hours.
That's different. There's
Okay, yeah,
difference.
there's
We're not.
Like,
Let's talk
the
about
type
the
of women-
majority.
Let's talk about it.
You know, there's a
Let's-
majority.
Yeah.
Women don't care. Just don't come at me fucking weird. Like, why did you even involve me in this when I wasn't even involved? If that's what you like, that's what you like.
Yeah.
That's you. Just like, shoot, I like redheaded white men. Hey, you feel weird about that?
No.
Yes.
Okay, well, Tyler, do you feel weird about that? I'm not saying, oh, I like redheaded white men because Black men are. Like, you
I
know
know.
what I'm saying?
If I can deal with a woman dating a woman and a man dating a man, like
I don't
what am
give
I to
a
say something
fuck.
about?
Oh.
What am I to say something about like, oh, you dating a
Well, it's
redhead
still
white?
two things. It's two
I
things
mean,
that
I have
make
my
each other
own
happy. It doesn't
values,
really matter.
but I'm not gonna force my values on
Exactly.
anyone.
Right.
I'm
'Cause
sorry.
everybody's
I just
doing
So-
what they want.
I guess what
I'm
you're
just gonna
saying,
put
Tyler,
my boundaries.
I'm not-
You know what I
And
mean? If I
to-
don't want to be around it, then I don't want to be around
to
it.
put
but-
this in
No,
I'm acting
perspective
in
is, I
support
guess, to say
of-
with you, it's just to say like, hey, if you see some shit happening, if you see some negative shit happening, you see these black women are being degraded across something, say something like, hey,
Yeah,
man,
I definitely
check yourself. Your mom's black, so that same
Yeah.
shit you're saying about black women, you're saying about your mother,
your
grandmother, your aunt, your sister, any other person that is black that has produced you. You would not be here without a black woman.
That's right.
You know,
Right.
so
Preach.
those are the things that irritate me when I see some shit online that say like you're comparing women. Stop.
It's really
There's
the
so
individual.
much. Yeah, but there's so much difference. Like, yes, I understand skin color and culture and things are different. But I don't give a fuck if you date Becky.
Oh, can,
Right.
I don't give a fuck if you date Milan. Is that racist? Oh my god, is that racist?
Okay,
I know that's not your
Brittany,
intent.
yeah, go ahead and answer. I want to
Yeah,
come back to
answer.
Shanda.
Okay,
Yeah,
but,
I wanna hear this.
You know,
I'm
I don't
asking-
care.
I'm asking you.
I got a question for
I
That's
you.
don't
like-
care who you date. Just don't come at me with some dumb shit. Oh, I date her because I don't like black women because you guys are fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying?
So don't.
Don't
Okay.
you like what you like. I don't give a fuck what you like. I like certain things too.
Yeah.
And I'm not comparing that. I'm not saying like one thing's better than the other. That preference just hits me and I like that preference. But I'm not gonna degrade that preference because my dad is a mixed race man.
Yeah.
And my grandfather is a black man. So if that black man didn't do this thing with this white woman, you wouldn't have been here and I wouldn't have been
Right.
here.
Exactly.
Right.
So what the fuck?
Yeah. Brittany, did you want to answer Tyler's question as well?
So, just so I'm clear, you want to know how black men can support black women?
I'm just asking I'm just asking like if they support 90 now enough, but if they don't, what do certain things that you have noticed that black men need to do to show more support to black women nowadays?
That's actually a good question.
That is,
Just if you see some shit that you know is being dragged, like I hate that the fact that we have to sit here and say, well, if your mom, you know, like I shouldn't have to say, what about your mom? You know, for you to think, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just if you see something, say something. It has nothing to do with skin color. It literally has something to do with morals and being a good person. I see somebody outside right now slapping a homeless man. Oh, I'm gonna say
Oh
something.
shit.
I'm gonna say something.
Unfortunately, not everybody has
But
the
not
same views
everybody
of morality,
does that.
so they're not going to do that. But as far as supporting, yeah, that is a really, really good question. I just think as a man, and then being a black man, but I would say this goes for anybody. Let's just speak to this. We have a habit as human beings, if we have a bad experience with this one restaurant, then I'm never going to all restaurants. If I had this experience with a white man, then I'm not dating white men. They're all saying, or if I had a bad experience with a man in general. And the same thing for men. They may have bad experiences with black women, and unfortunately, that's not all black women. And I think the media really, really feeds into that of what we see culturally on our TV shows, from reality to culture and different things like that. And when you grow up in a certain neighborhood, or you grow up, depending on what your background is, your views of women is going to look totally different from somebody your same race who is a black woman. She may have grown up middle class, or she may have grown up upper class.
Yeah.
And so we don't all react or operate in the same way because we're all individuals and we all have different shapings. So I think the best way for black men to support black women is to have self-accountability, figure out, like what AJ was saying, is get to know yourself. And I can even put myself out there. When I was going through the bad track record of dating guys where it's like, girl, they're not trying to be committed, and you keep getting played, basically anything, And I had to go on a whole just pause. And I went on a break. I fasted from dating and being in relationships. And I was like, you know what? I need to get to know who I am. I need to create standards and values for myself. So moving forward, I'm not going to tolerate certain things. I'm not going to entertain certain things. I'm only going to deal with a man on this type of level that's in alignment with my values and my standards and based on the self-worth that I've built up. And so with that, I had to check myself though, because I'm like, okay, well, yeah, these dudes were doing these things, but okay, what was my part in those relationships? What did I do? What was the insecurities that I had that caused me to attach myself to these men that I know I shouldn't have kept going back to them? And then now my view is, oh, well, you know, guys, they're not trying to be serious. Like, I ain't got time for that. It's like, no, like, we have to do self-accountability. Look at your part. You need to grow. You need to look at your weaknesses, your flaws, and you need to work on that. And whether that looks like, you know, having your friends, solid friends, to hold you accountable, for you to be vulnerable, open up and say, hey, I'm struggling with this. I need help. Do you have resources? Who can I follow? Who can be a better role model from what I've seen? Okay, I think I may need to go to therapy because this is deep. I'm really viewing Black women as aggressive and all these different things that are negatively associated with dating Black women. So
but never even took the time to dive into your own research.
Exactly.
Why are they aggressive? Why are they? It is literally a survival mechanism. You had to be aggressive because if you weren't, your slave, your master is going to rape you as a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I had to fight for this. I had this. So I'm not going to take any of these bullshits. You know what I'm saying?
Fight for yourself.
But at the end of the day, it's kind of like, why do you trash your home?
Yeah.
Why is that you trash your home?
I think it's,
What? And I know that's
that's
socially bred from the things that we taught. If you ever read the Lynch letters, it's taught. It's okay. So
well, go ahead. Just keep
the
going.
Willie Lynch letters are the reason for the 400 years of oppression. He basically documents and writes out how to break the slave. First thing you do is this. Next thing you do is this. Is turn them against each other, and you need to turn the man against the woman. It is
break down
documented
the whole structure.
I'll give you the book.
Yeah.
It might make you a little mad. It's gonna make you mad.
Well, it's stuff that are already conscious of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you want to break down any race, you have to separate the family.
Exactly.
And,
So
you
you
know,
separate the family.
fundamentals,
You make them hate each other, which is what he did. Yeah. So now we're trying to. It's Willie Lynch show. So if I could really meet Willie Lynch in the real world, Joe was dead. That's just me. But anyway, he did
I
these
get
things
what
to
you're
us
saying.
that we are trying to fix. So there's trauma. That has
And
been
we
done
are
to us.
fixing it.
And we are, and I really,
Yeah.
especially in this generation and the following,
Yeah.
because we have access to
That's
these
why it's important
education.
for us to be
Yeah.
on this podcast
Exactly.
right now, for you to talk about
Exactly.
it. For you to talk
So-
about it. Tired of talking about it. For you to talk about it.
Which is weird because
So
if
niggas
you
start talking.
if you support
But
yourself
dude,
as a
that
Black
shit-
man, you must also support yourself as a Black. You must also support your Black woman.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're
Yes.
sexually attracted to him or
Right.
you're married to somebody
Yes.
else that's not. Who
Right.
gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Your kids that you produce, they're Black.
Yeah.
They're
So,
gonna be friends with this person.
what-
Yeah,
what-
we're all
I'm not-
connected.
I'm not
We're all connected.
upset about that. I'm not, but it's this weird anti-Blackness. Like, okay, so
Yeah.
we're going back to this. I dated
I
a guy,
think
the
that's
same guy
self-hate.
that
Yeah,
it is.
self-hatred.
Same guy that the STD issue happened.
Yeah.
Later on, Facebook, never dating a Black bitch again. This Black bitch is this, this, and this. He literally used our experience to trash every single Black woman possible. Mind you, afterwards, dated a darker skinned woman than myself.
Wow.
Now that's a mind trip.
And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like,
You can't explain that.
Hey,
They need to go to therapy.
I'm
Really,
thinking
that-
to this to
that's
myself,
deep. That's
and I'm
beyond my
like,
jurisdiction.
how can you,
Actually, go to church, please. Do
you know,
something.
and what's crazy
Read
is,
something.
it's crazy is, you know,
Better read it.
I was a Christian.
Read
Christian.
something.
The older I get, I do my research and I do things. So now I say I'm
Believe
more
in something,
spiritual.
read
It was more
something.
spiritual than
I am too.
relational.
I
Okay?
am definitely.
But I'm totally, God is me and I am God. Literally, He says in the Bible, it's right there.
Temples
You know?
in you.
Yep.
So
Temples in you.
I look at these things and I'm just like that was the most devastating thing to me because it wasn't even about me anymore.
Yeah.
It was literally about the women around me, like, okay, you can talk shit about me as much as you want. Trash me, do whatever. But now you're taking it out on my fellow counterparts.
Yeah.
And then you got Black men siding with this ignorance.
Instead of checking.
I get it.
Instead of checking them.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot. And that's
Yeah,
why
And it's like you
niggas
dick
is
ride.
afraid to
Don't-
check
That's
They
their
how men
right.
homies.
gossip. That's how men
Exactly.
gossip.
They're
That's
afraid to
their
check their
gossip.
homies.
But at the same
Yeah.
time, you do this, and then guess what? You the same nigga in my DMs. So let me, Vic, help me. Help me. I'm tripping for help.
Come on, guys, get it together. Anyways,
That needs to be a shirt. You can do that.
all right, get it together.
I'll wear it. I'll wear it.
All right, so I want to ask you this because just curious. All right, so you said you dated men of other races. Like, how is that culturally? Like, is it
Oh,
different?
man, okay.
Like,
I'll talk to you about it. Okay, so
Yeah.
I love my Black men. I love men.
Or
I just
was
love
there,
yeah,
like,
men. They're like
Amen.
candy bars, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey.
all different flavors. I love
Okay.
them.
Chocolate
girl.
bar.
So, okay, so
Oh, you
Doc Charlie.
Armenian men.
You a Hershey's Kiss.
So I dated a lot of different
Hey,
This
races.
oil is like,
And it really dates on the,
All right, go
it's
ahead.
really the person in the sense, you know, I'm attracted to. I dated all different races. It's great because I've
That's
actually,
good.
in New York was real fun. I dated a lot of Armenians. What was
York.
that like, girl?
tell me. Because I'm
I
open to
tell
dating
you.
outside of my race. I'm dead open where love is.
Let me
love.
tell you about these
Y'all
Armenian
better stick
men.
around.
Let me tell you about these Armenian men.
Girl, let's talk
I'm gonna talk about the Armenian
Now
men.
it's the Shannon Brittany
Okay.
show. Sorry, guys.
Special guest AJ.
The Armenian
Tyler,
men
Tyler.
and
Sorry.
They-
That shit.
I don't know what it is, but they do this thing where they're men. Like they are the depiction of men. They take care of you, they provide, they do all these things that are men. They don't want anything from that. They want to be men. They'll pay for you, they'll get you a ride, they'll buy you shit. They don't give a fuck. Money, they don't give a fuck. You know, they're men.
Yeah.
So dating Armenian men has been like I love y'all. Your culture, your values, the way
Are they the ones that do they dance on Instagram? And they be like,
I don't know, it could be different.
you see
I
that they
think
be
it's-
all in the line?
That's not Armenian.
Is
That's
that- Is that
Am I
that
not
same?
Armenian? It could be something.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
sure. But the
Hey.
Armenian men that I dated, they're really
Hey.
fun. And when I tell you that too,
Hey.
when they say, okay, so I don't know if you guys have ever heard the thing they used to call the Kardashians,
Oh
the
yeah.
white black girls, Armenians are the white
Oh.
black girls.
Oh, I never.
Well, the Armenian men are white black men. So anyway,
Wow.
sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm being honest.
Hey,
Okay.
So,
get it.
Anyway,
you better get it.
they're honestly really loving and really family oriented, which is
Yeah,
what I love.
I can tell.
Same with Spanish. The Spanish men that I dated,
Yes.
super family oriented. They're really lovers. They're
They are.
passionate. You know what I'm saying? White men that I dated.
Damn, the guy was
One,
What's
I
up
like
with
one
you, white brothers?
because he was redheaded, and I honestly feel like redheads are niggas, but that's my own genetic thing going on.
So what did it? All right, so all right.
Oh, okay.
I like how you're going into the characteristics of the men. You know what I mean? That's cool. What about like when you start dating, like, and you start meeting their families and stuff? Are they receptive to black women?
Okay,
You know
so
what I mean? Are they
yes,
receptive to
actually,
yours?
yes, actually, which is surprising because sometimes you kind of, at least the superficial level that I got, I never got the, you know what I'm saying, the uncomfortableness. If I did, I wouldn't have been there. So, like, I guess the thing with Megan and Harry, you know, if I would have felt that, I would have never been there. Yeah, I would know. I would speak upon it. I would say something. But with those relationships that I did go, it's not even about your outward appearance. It's not. It's really connecting. I'm looking at you in your eyes, and I'm literally only seeing you for your brown eyes. I don't really see anything else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is what I really loved about it.
I feel the same way when I'm like looking at different people. I don't see race. Like people always go to that, like, oh, it's only because I'm black. Oh, it's because you're black. You know, they always tend to play that race card, and I just be like, bro, I don't
But I understand
I
that.
see. I know what you're talking about,
But I
but
think
it's
that's
like
us too,
but-
because
to do
we
it
don't,
It does, but it actually does.
but we don't see it because one, we are it. So we're not gonna see what somebody's gonna hate because we
Yeah.
are it. You know what I'm saying?
a
So
lot of
that
people
to us,
hate you, even black people hate you.
Yeah.
You
but
know
that's
what I
the
mean?
thing, we
Yeah,
don't have
that's
Uncle
bad.
Russ's and the Coopery
Oh,
and the
yeah.
Candace Owens
Yeah.
and all this other. Matter of fact, y'all know
Oh no.
I'm gonna
Here
be
we go,
real. I
cancel
love me
culture.
some
Oh,
Candace.
here we go.
So I can get all the hate. It's
Hold on.
okay. I
No,
actually
we're
like.
gonna talk.
Do you like
Hold-
Stacey Dash too?
Yep.
I don't really know.
Stacey
what
Dash.
She apologized.
Stacey Dash is begging back for the
Yeah, she is apologized.
Oh, she is.
Yeah, she
Yes.
apologized. See, this is what we're gonna
I
talk
can
about
forget
cancel
it.
culture.
I
Here we
feel
go.
like black
Hold on.
people
Here
are
we go.
really
Here we
forgiving
go.
and we accept things again and then
Listen.
we get fucked in the ass raw
Listen.
again. So
Listen,
I
kid.
have a bias, okay? But
gonna get
what
to
were you
this.
asking me?
I know. What was the question? I forgot. We was talking about these. We was talking about politics.
I
we
was just
talked about-
saying that, like, how are they accepting into their culture?
Oh, okay. So I haven't
You know what
had
I mean?
any.
Because I want to travel. I want to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
Honestly,
So,
okay. So my dad
you
lives in
know,
Saudi Arabia. He's given me that. He's biracial, so he's way lighter than me. Okay,
Yeah.
if we were to look at him, depending on his haircut, you wouldn't know what he was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he expresses to me over there that Africans and darker people are welcome. The lighter you are not welcome. Show some type of thing, you are not welcome. It could be different. It
I
could be
heard
different now.
Germany too is very welcoming.
Yeah, it could be different now.
And
You
it's
know?
interesting because in India, the darker your skin, you're
It's
Less-
still
Yeah.
the anti. You know,
Yeah.
there's
So
different.
it really
It's
just
very
depends on
lighter.
different
Just
places.
different
Yeah.
places. So like, with that being said, the experiences that I have never went into an experience of, hey, I'm gonna be my uncle right now. It's literally racist. You know, I never went into that experience.
My daddy
Yeah.
racist.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
don't like you.
And at the same time, I
Innocent
also,
and ignore it.
I also came from a really mixed household. You know, my
Yeah.
dad's mixed races. My mom's black, but my dad's mixed races. My mom's mixed races too. But my dad's mixed. So going home to Kentucky, you know,
Yeah.
you got a white woman and a black man in the middle of fucking Jim Crow era in
Yeah.
Kentucky. I cannot even imagine the
What?
mental shit that household
Yeah.
had going
Yeah.
because you got my uncles and my aunts, they're all different skin tones. My aunt, Nona is darker than me, straight hair. You got my aunt, I can't even remember her name right now. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Shout out auntie.
Auntie,
Right.
you got my auntie, she's redhead and she's white. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she can pass with that. And my
So,
my cousins, if you look at, they're white. They're white.
Yeah.
They're white. They're
It's
white
a-
people
it's a
of
mixture.
color. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
and there's a lot of families
it's
like
just
that.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
them dealing with that, especially in the Kentucky area, and you know, the Jim Crow, the South,
Yeah.
they got a lot of shit going on in there. I don't even want to even think of the things that they
Yeah.
had to go through for that. You know, like you
I
come,
still do.
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And
definitely.
I went to Kentucky maybe about 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I think maybe 4. My grandmother made me pass on my dad's side 4 years ago or something. I went down there, and honestly, every time I went to Kentucky, my family was black that I could remember, other than my cousins. You know,
Yeah.
that family reunion.
Yeah.
It was like 5 black people. Everybody else was white.
Whoa.
So it was
Wow.
a big.
That's great.
Already
was a
experiencing
big-
that within the family,
Yeah.
or it's in school or anything.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you know, and I went to
Shit,
private
I
school
never
as a
used to
kid.
that.
My mom put me in a private school as a kid to get that early. I was the only black kid for a really long time until I got to high school. So,
In high school, like, what up, man?
but the thing is, I never heard the N word. I never heard the N word in my life. My dad doesn't use it. Even if he says it now, he says Nick for some reason. He doesn't say it. My dad doesn't say the N word. My mom doesn't say it either. You know,
It's
they
probably
don't
just
say
they trying,
those
they don't like that
words.
word.
I
They know
never
where it
even
come from.
heard it.
They know where it
In
comes from.
elementary school, I had a white say,
We can go into
"Oh,"
another story about
and you
that.
know the N word, and I automatically knew. He's talking about me.
Yeah.
Like, never heard it in my life,
But
but I knew you were talking about me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not
So
crazy.
it's just kind of like I've never been in that situation where I had to date somebody outside of my race. And like, Uncle Jimmy is gonna call you a nigger. Oh, okay. You know, I've never been in that situation.
That's
Thank God.
awesome. That's
But I
awesome.
have to. I also feel like because they're dating me, because they reached out to me, they don't even look at that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I hope they're not dating me like, oh, she's black.
I mean, some people do date you just.
I'm a
oh,
what is that
Yeah.
called? What's that called when you're like a
Black and
fetish.
berry, sweet
You know,
and juice.
a fetish, like I'm fetishizing
yeah.
because like, you know, so
Yeah,
some
I
things,
get you.
but I
I
also
get you.
understand like there's certain parts of me that have a privilege.
Yeah.
You know, I was always the darkest kid in school. At least
Yeah.
until I got to high
Yeah,
school.
until you're in high school.
And then when I got to high school I had darker people than me.
Yeah.
But then I understood that Chanda, you kinda have a little bit of a light skin privilege. Not as much as some other people, but there is something. If I got pulled over right now and I have all these black men in my car, I know there's a certain way I have to act to make sure that they're safe. You know what I'm saying? I use that privilege to make
We
sure
was
that
just
they're
talking
safe.
about this on the last episode.
So,
being conscious.
Episode 10.
Yeah,
with,
you got.
if
I don't
that's
care
your
what people
podcast.
say. You need to be like. I hate when that discussion comes up with like light skin, dark skin.
Shout out to the bros too. Shout out Mike. Shout out Brother D.
Comes up and it's like you don't recognize your own privilege. Your brother who's darker than you will be treated different than you are, ma'am.
Yeah.
And you need to know that.
But that depends if they've been sheltered and not educated.
True,
Yeah.
true,
Been out in the world.
true,
Yeah.
true.
World ain't gonna
But
treat
if you
you
see
like-
that, like, you know what I'm saying? If you
Yeah,
see that,
those
use it
things.
for the better. Like, I know for a fact if I have more people in there that don't look like me, I need to act accordingly. I'm gonna drive. Purposely, these are old men and dark. I'm gonna drive. Because if they get pulled over, it's gonna be a whole issue.
That's
Let me
actually
drive.
dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I
I look at that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you need to know, and you need to use it for your own good. Whether somebody looks at you and says, like, well, you're just light skinned or something.
Yeah.
Fuck all that. Use your shit for your own good. The reason you got that blessing or not blessing or whatever it is because
It's
you
a
need
blessing
to
how
use
you
it.
came out. That's you.
You need to use it
We
to
are
help
all
your
blessed.
own.
Be each other's
Yeah,
keeper.
don't cry.
Exactly.
Taking care of each other,
Exactly.
protecting each other. Going back
Exactly.
to when Chanda was talking about the gym. Y'all niggas should have been.
Chandelier.
Chanda, y'all gotta protect y'all women, man. Like for real. I'm saying.
You just gotta.
I'm
you just
tired
gotta
of
be
shit.
very. It's not even about like.
Yeah,
At
come
the end of
on.
the day, I
Like,
know
get
that
it together.
this race
Like
thing
you
as
see
a,
your woman, you see your sister, you see your black queens. Just
it's not
make sure
hard,
they
guys.
good.
It's not really hard.
That's
to
all
be a
you
good
gotta
person.
do.
You see somebody
No, I'm not.
Fair-
Make sure
an unfair treatment, say something.
Make sure they
What you
good.
scared of?
Exactly.
You go get your job or stand up for somebody?
Exactly. They scared.
Self-preservation.
Please
Colin
say something.
Kaepernick did so much.
I'll be at work.
Man.
I'll be at work
Man.
like, hey,
And
little bro,
honestly, Colin Kaepernick's adopted. We don't even know if he's black.
come
It doesn't
on.
matter.
And it doesn't
Please.
matter.
Yeah.
You see him, he stood up. That's the whole point.
That's
He stood up for something that was right.
Exactly.
Oh shit.
oh girl.
I just spilled all this
no.
fucking wine on the floor. Oh my god.
Oh,
don't
you
do that.
good?
No,
No,
you're good.
Wait. We gotta finish this podcast.
And it's
Yeah.
on my clothes.
I will
I need
replace the
something.
carpet.
No,
Yeah.
give me some OxyClean.
I literally.
I don't know what
Like-
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
You got some
vinegar.
vinegar and
No, dang, this is the new gear, y'all.
Oh,
Hey,
It's
Chanda,
okay.
Chanda got the
I
new
can
gear for the
spritz
body
myself with
mechanics.
Smell like
What is
cinnamon.
that?
No, we gotta get the carpet. I can't. We gotta get your mom's
Yeah.
carpet, bro. Yeah,
We
something
can't
fix up. I
use-
can't.
Okay.
Not
News.
just that was staying.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay, hold on, y'all.
Your mom-
All right, y'all.
It's fine. We can cut this.
Y'all go
Part
ahead
out.
and
We can
continue on. I will go get.
I'm cutting
We
it
don't
off.
give me some.
Listen,
Okay,
I'm
look, I
literally
need some
cutting.
peroxide and I need some towels.
Okay.
I'm literally
Peroxide
cutting
towels.
Does
all
bleach
this.
work?
As
No,
soon
bleach
as-
does work. Does
What I
bleach
need you to
work?
do
No,
is
not on this
that-
carpet.
Hey,
This is time sensitive. We need to do
This is my death for the
It's
carpet,
women's
okay?
No.
They're not
It's
tripping.
AJ thing.
It's your mom go
Peroxide? I mean, this
Yes,
is my
she-
studio. So
AJ,
I
please.
am responsible for
Somebody
everything in
do
the
something.
studio.
Towel.
If anything happens, I have to replace it. Carpet,
AJ,
walls.
give me a
This is
towel.
not AJ. You're not understanding.
What? I'm trying to ask y'all, what do we need?
A towel, AJ. I need a towel and peroxide.
Peroxide is a towel.
All right. Where the hell do I get peroxide?
Oh, gosh, your mother, you ain't gonna bring
Oh,
gosh,
God.
you
All right,
lying.
y'all.
Take these off.
Man, that's
Okay.
why man does not need to be alone. 'Cause women
Women's
help
health
men.
senior.
It is
Peroxide.
statistically known. Men
Okay,
Women help
I'm out.
me live
AJ.
longer.
I'm out.
Because
I'm getting
it's stuff like
peroxide.
this.
I don't know where that shit is.
No, give me a towel first.
Okay.
Give me a
Okay.
towel.
Oh my
Don't
God.
worry, I got some more
This is
questions.
hilarious.
Wow, I got
Look,
some
I'm
more.
in all student task
No, it's
front.
not.
Oh, it's
I'm
good.
No,
I'm-
Don't cut
I am
It's gonna be
telling you.
live. This is
Live, live,
But
live,
live,
live.
Well,
Bye, 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 bye.
I guarantee people
Whoever's
will come back
live,
and
get the
watch
luxury
because
of
real
seeing
life
this.
is happening. People will come back and watch.
they'll watch it somewhere else, but they want to watch it when it's published.
Ay, ay,
You have to pay to see this.
No, just give me a
Oh my
towel.
gosh.
I just
put it on
need a towel.
Patreon.
All right.
Your mom has been too nice for me to not.
It's okay.
Oh shoot.
Continuing the grind podcast.
I gotta take this off.
Yeah, I'm gonna just cut all this out.
No, you gotta leave
This
it
is
on
the
here.
best
My
part.
whole leg is wet right now.
Oh
I
god.
mean, it's
Not
okay.
like the good way. I take
I
this
mean,
mess off.
It's,
Shut up, Tyler. My whole leg is
Oh.
dripping.
oh,
Look at that.
Maybe we shouldn't have added those oils to it.
I think it's still a
Yo, I'm definitely cutting all
All
this
right.
out of my podcast.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. My battery's literally about to die. If I find
Hey,
an
follow-
iPhone charger, I will hop back on.
Yeah,
I got one in my
I
car.
got one right here.
Okay, yes, ASAP. But let me
I
save
got one.
this. I'm gonna
I got-
restart another live.
You can follow the Grind Podcast.
But it's in here. AJ Penny.
What
Yeah,
if we
but I want
what if we
to-
just charge it in before you did you already get it?
No.
Okay, we could just grab some
I
extra
got
charger and plug it. Oh look, there's one right here.
There's
Just
one
take
right
whoever's
here,
that.
Oh, that's mine.
Oh,
But
never mind.
it's the juice
What do you
is dead.
need?
I need the plug-in part or
To
a
the
USB
wall.
to the wall. I got the
Oh.
cord. I just need the plug-in part.
I got the little block. Thingy.
You do? Hold on. But where's the nearest?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
My whole leg is
I'm gonna have to
moist.
let this charge for a little bit up over here, and I'll just
drop
drop it.
everything on the floor.
I know. I'm like,
Maybe
oh
we
my
should
gosh, I'm
alcohol
so
it up. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Oh shoot.
welcome to the Grind Podcast.
Is there any more? Is there any more?
Alright, I don't know what the peroxide is, but yeah,
Hey,
I
but
got
you
this.
can't-
No, we can't use bleach, but let me see. Oh, give me that
I
awesome.
said do not
Awesome. Is that
put-
awesome? Let me get the
Yeah,
awesome.
awesome work with everything.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
awesome
everything
is dope.
fell down.
That's like
Yeah. I was about to die. I reached over and I got some. Yeah, that happened.
Yo.
I hope y'all enjoyed this.
We about to wrap this up.
I will have to
Hold on.
leave.
No, we
I gotta
can't.
go.
We might as well
I
keep
gotta
We
go.
about to wrap this up. Niggas dropping
Why did we
shit.
not keep going?
Hold on.
Niggas dropping shit and all
I'm
kinds
about
of
to
stuff.
wrap this. Hold on.
Yeah,
Who's still here? Yo, who's still
That's
here?
definitely a current topic, as you know. So I'm glad we got to touch on that.
Welcome to the Grind Podcast.
I appreciate y'all being
Featuring
on.
AJ and Tyler.
Follow this podcast.
Okay, so like literally my phone was gonna die, so I
That's
had
what
to
I
charge
told
it.
y'all.
Grab me the awesome.
It was
Grab me the
a
awesome.
I'm literally
portable
finna
charger.
cut a
Yeah, I
whole
don't have
segment out of this
Try
whole
not.
podcast.
You cannot.
Oh, watch.
This was
That's
funny.
not
Watch
Is there like a
It
like
just
little
got
plug-in
real.
or
It
something
did,
that I
but it's
can
about to
do
go disappear.
so that way I can
You can just
hold
hold
my
it
phone?
like
I did a
that.
pretty good
But
job.
the angle is weird because the cord
No, I
is
can't
short.
see it actually.
Oh, okay.
Unless
Yeah,
I
he
do
didn't
like
wait
this.
that long, I see.
That was funny.
AJ,
What?
Look at me.
nothing.
This is what women
I don't know if I
Yeah,
got
big
the right
girls.
stuff. I don't know if I got the right stuff.
No,
I
you
just
got the
grabbed a
perfect
bunch of
Yeah,
stuff.
no,
Well, this
I
is
didn't know you had this. If
Listen,
you
listen,
knew,
listen. It
Y'all know,
wasn't.
y'all get
Is that the good stuff?
everything.
It wasn't. It
Y'all
wasn't.
get
Don't
all
have
the
the ingredients.
ingredients.
All only on the Grind Podcast is where you gonna get this.
Hey,
Yeah,
Chanda,
and
Chanda,
for my followers,
It's real.
y'all get to
Hey,
see
we
it all.
cleaning
I'm
up.
not editing
Okay,
it.
hold on, I want to do it. I want to do a segue. Hold on.
All of
You
it.
better get your own microphone. I mean, your headphones.
I see what things can happen on
Yeah.
podcasts.
Listen, only on the
Hey,
Grind Podcast where you
Treatment
get this.
on here.
Okay, hold on. Let me shout out Awesome. Let me shout out
What
Awesome.
up, Patrice?
This ain't a.
Oh my God, y'all crazy. Hey, shout out to that good old.
There goes the voice again.
Look, we got some bleach on the table.
Oh man.
Yo, I'm about to
This
cut all of
is
this
about real
out.
ghetto, y'all. Real
This
ghetto.
is going on.
I
Alright,
am cutting all this out.
alright, so Tyler, do you have a question before
Yes.
All right,
You
so
know,
I'm gonna
we-
hold my
cause
phone.
I
wrap
so
this
y'all can
up.
stay
Yeah.
rocking with me.
Wait, you want what?
I just want to make sure, you know,
Yeah, you're
y'all able to tell us about your businesses,
I just
you know,
want to-
like where people can reach y'all and,
Listen,
you know,
You
can
and,
find
and
me-
shop your stuff.
but that comes at the end.
where you
at,
girl?
So go ahead.
They'll have that change.
Yeah, so
No,
go
no,
ahead.
Do you want me to do that now?
No, I
No,
want
you
Tyler,
don't.
Tyler to
You
ask
don't.
this question.
No.
Hold on, let me spread my leg.
Yeah, because that's the new merch. That's the new gear. Oh,
see
you
how
gonna
that-
remember this podcast.
You see how that came
For the
out?
record, I still want to be here to work out in because I do work out again.
I do push-ups. That's it.
Oh my
Push-ups.
God.
I go to the gym with a
I don't.
trainer. So
Oh, you got a trainer?
yeah, so I need
I'm gonna
you
get
to,
up.
Okay.
and then I'm coming to you after this. I'm done with this training.
I don't
So
train men,
that's fine. You
Not-
can train.
not
Say
for
that,
a-
right?
just for safety purposes.
Whenever you do,
Well, you can trust me.
Yeah, I can train you. You're not gonna do it.
whenever you
No,
do
no.
exit, make sure you say.
I'm just training.
Yes.
That's all I'm gonna do.
So when
And
I
post
click
it.
X,
Um,
then I save it and then I post it.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes. That's how y'all do it, right? Yes.
That's how y'all.
Actually, I be
Sexist
doing
right
that
now?
shit too.
Are you being sexist
I
right
am.
now?
I do that shit too.
Cannot
Though.
be sexist.
I be like, yes.
Okay.
I gotta go watch these.
Hey, we should do that too. Like, what's
Hey, I
okay
gotta-
for a man to do? What's okay for women to do?
Everything's
as far
okay
as-
for a man to do.
Like, you know
I
how
got a
women do
question.
certain phrases.
That leads
You know
me
what I
to my
mean?
Y'all be
and
saying
then-
pause on everything.
And then girls be
Well,
and
you know,
girls be like
we need to make
saying
this
stuff
expression.
too, and they be like, I don't know, they be like bruh or
I like
nigga
saying bruh.
or something. You know what I mean?
Pause.
Like,
I said,
is there
bruh.
any off limits?
I don't think there's any off limits as long as I'm not disrespecting you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if I use bitch a lot, like
Mhm.
just as a
See, and if we say
So,
tone
that,
of phrase.
listen,
No,
now, if-
there's
if
a difference.
guys say that.
It's-
Hey. You be
Like,
like, what the
sometimes-
hell?
Sometimes I'm just like,
I'll
oh
be like,
man,
dang,
what's
bro,
up,
really?
bitch? Like, you know, so I know I need to
Really,
fix
bro?
this. Happens, y'all. So I'm not calling you at
Really,
age.
bro? Really?
It's just a term of phrase.
you know.
I had to check a couple niggas at work though, real talk. Like,
Wait, for calling other women or
like
for calling?
just getting out of hand with it. Like, I
First
feel
of all,
like,
don't
why
call
you
me.
disrespecting
Don't
my?
call me a nigga if you're not a nigga. Don't do that.
Oh yeah, no.
I be really telling my young cats.
And if you
man.
really my
No, that's
friend,
I
you
really
respect me
appreciate
enough
that you
not.
do that because
If
If
you
you're
were
not
my
a
friend
older,
and you are not one, you would
need to
respect me
speak
enough
more
to
into the
not
next
use that,
Yeah.
at least around me.
so it's like
Yeah.
get up like
Whatever you want to call it, I don't give a fuck.
So are- So are we good?
All right, y'all. I
are
think
we
we
set
over
up?
here. She over here.
Look, it's gone. Yes.
Now
look at
see
that.
that wouldn't have happened.
That's
Would have let that just
awesome.
stay while we.
You
And
did a
that's
good job.
And that's
Yes, that's the power of
We
awesome.
are not.
Shout out to
We
Awesome.
are not sponsored by Awesome, but
You know
we
what's
should.
crazy?
I know
We
you
are
best
not
to-
sponsored.
now you best to
Let
get
make
a
this clear.
sponsor.
Both
No, Awesome, you just
Look,
provided
it says,
a
look,
miracle
look
right
this.
now.
Awesome.
I was about to have to
Removes
replace
blood
this carpet.
stains, grease, wine, liquor.
Oh, I grabbed the right one.
Food.
Hey!
That's why I ain't doing shit right.
Fresh varnish. Hair
I
dye.
got one
You're
right.
like, I
y'all.
don't know what I'm
Grape
grabbing, but I'm
juice.
grabbing any
Berry
area.
Right,
juice
I got
and
one
more.
right.
Dilute before using.
I'm up for show.
Well, I didn't
Okay.
dilute it, but
I got
what they
one
put
right.
got everything else.
I got one
Also,
right.
I don't think you're supposed to do this.
See, we can.
I feel like this is
Can do
a
something.
We can
We
do
are
something right.
right.
Power to the black man.
Shenanigans, y'all.
just don't mix it with bleach. I just feel like you shouldn't mix this with
Because
bleach.
that's already potent.
I think this
Or
might be
comment.
an,
That might be a combustion.
what's it
Come
called?
on.
Yeah,
I think
no.
this might be
I did that
ammonia.
once and I couldn't breathe.
Oh.
So if you mix bleach and ammonia together, you will create mustard gas, which was used in the war.
Shout out to our own.
Oh, for real?
Shout out to our own.
See, now we need
viewers,
the
man.
diffuser so we can
Appreciate
diffuse the
y'all.
toxins.
Shout out to my brother Malcolm.
Hit,
Shout out to
hit.
Clay. Shout out to Andy. Shout out to
This says-
Matthew.
Wait,
my
wait,
man,
wait.
Test
everybody
it.
on Instagram
Hit
that
it
tapped
for
in,
me.
my
Check.
brothers,
For
all the ladies that tapped in.
If I gotta do all that, there's something that I don't need to do.
Okay.
Well, it says
But
you're
let's get
supposed to
back-
dilute it.
Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. 'Cause
All right,
we
y'all,
kind
we
of
get back.
I got a question.
just yeah. Like one or
and,
two.
and this is segues. I want to talk about gender roles.
I think I was talking.
Yeah, earlier with the ping.
Yeah, but we didn't like.
Kind
What I want to say is like, do you think it's
Do I think a man's supposed to pay all my bills? Is that what you're asking?
I mean, I guess if that counts as a gender role, like, do we still believe
That's
in
your question,
quote
brother.
unquote
Just
traditional
ask it.
roles, or have we moved from that into being? Is it okay for roles to be switched? Like, for instance, this is just an example. We can talk about it. I'll just talk about gender roles. Do you guys believe in house husbands?
Wow. That's good.
Okay, I honestly feel do whatever you feel if that makes you work. Like if you can do a gender, if you can do a man husband, I mean a man wife. What do I want to call you? What am I calling you?
I just
I don't know what you call
If
that.
I called it a
if
house
you want
husband.
to be a house husband and that works for you, that works for you. Like you just kind of have to ask
Yeah.
that person, you know, like
Gotta be
some people want a house
Mhm.
husband, some people don't want a house husband, you know.
all
It just
back to
depends on
your-
what works for you.
whatever you want.
Okay.
Personally, I would like it both
Brittany, would
ways.
you like to answer
We need
that
both
question?
of them.
Yeah, I was just
Okay,
trying to take the
so-
video before you
How we gonna be a
Oh, go
millionaire?
ahead.
What about you, Brittany?
So what I think is that.
I
Oh,
got
thank you.
I
I'm
got
like,
you.
oh, look at the video today. I was trying to. I downloaded it, I think, but I want to put some.
You good? I got you.
So basically what I think is that because I'm a Christian, so God being the creator, he intellectually and creatively and strategically designed mankind. And with that, designed roles. However, which I think it's misinterpreted, it's not that, oh, well, the Bible says man is household and the woman, she just got to submit. No, there's a hierarchy, there's a lead, there's a harmony, and there's an understanding. So I think how God designed men is to naturally be protectors, to naturally be providers, to naturally be leaders. However, that doesn't say that women cannot be the same, but there's a distinction so that there can be a harmony and a flow. So when it comes to gender roles, for me, I guess you would quote on say, like, I have traditional views of gender roles, and I know our culture has shifted where, you know, women have become breadwinners. Let's be real. And so let's just say, because everybody's situation is different. You may have a woman that's killing it in business, and that's her gift, and that's her lane, and she's able to, and I actually know women like this, and they were actually able to retire their husbands because they were working in corporate, and they were going to have to wait some years to retire, and it just worked out the dynamic in their household. Okay, well, yeah, we're going to switch up some things because obviously if she's working way more and she's being the main provider, then maybe the man's going to do a little more things around the house. But also for me personally, I would want a partner where we're sharing in those things. So I personally don't just want to be the only one cooking and cleaning. Yes, I love to cook. I love to do it out of love. I love to serve. I love to maintain a home, a peaceful environment for my man. However, because life brings stresses and we have different loads we're carrying, how can we work together as a team? How can we alleviate that load? And so that may look a little bit different for each household depending on, you know, what their career is. Because let's be real, money, finances, and your career choice really makes a difference on the type of lifestyle you have and the type of adjustments or type of roles that you may lead in your house. So I'm not knocking that. However, I think originally, you know, the man is going to be the provider. And basically, if you don't work, you ain't going to eat. And it's basically looked down upon by God. It's like, okay, well, let's talk about bums. You're trying to intentionally take advantage of a woman because you know she can take care of you. You leaving your mama going on to this woman. It's like, oh, well, she's just going to take care of me like my mama did. No, that's not what we're promoting here. There is an interdependence. So we both play a role and a part in that. However, for us to just, you know, elevate women and then taking on that role, well, since I make more money, then I'm going to run things. I'm going to dictate. I'm going to be the boss, and I'm going to start, you know, trying to rule you. It's like we're both individuals. We both have our own distinct roles and what we're going to contribute. So even if a man and it was opposite and he's making more money, money doesn't dictate authority.
Exactly.
That does not dictate authority.
Some reason that I don't know why that is. It's like I make more money than you, so you need to do what I want you to do.
Right.
And it's kind of like, bro, you do know you can lose that job.
Exactly. And the same.
Or you could be, I don't know, arrested by the IRS or caught in fraud or I don't know,
Anything.
something happens where all that money just drains. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Money doesn't dictate the reason on why you're above me. No one's above me.
Exactly.
If it works for you, hey, at this point in time, I'm making more money. I'm gonna work. Can you stay home with the kids, hubby?
right.
Cool.
Let's save money on daycare.
Let's
I'm
save
all
money
for
on
that.
daycare. Plus,
Shoot.
it's a great time for you as a
To
man
bond.
to bond with the
Because
kids.
they're always working. And
Exactly,
Then, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then maybe when they get a little older, we can switch when you figure
Right.
it out or something. Because I mean, at the same time, what's the point of a partnership if you can't bounce between both? Like,
Exactly.
there's the point of a partnership is help and support.
We got each other.
We might have bonded at the same, but something could happen, and my hubby could bounce down and he needs to do something for him, or you know what, hey babe, I don't want to be a doctor. I need to figure this shit out for myself. I'm not happy. All right, cool. I'll handle this and you figure out what you're doing. There was a movie about this with like somebody that was supporting her man because he was making these breakthroughs. And then he got married to another woman. She felt like she should have got some type of marriage thing out of it. But anyway,
Was
the
it
whole
acrimony?
I don't know, but
Like it had
it had
acrimony.
it might have been that.
Taraji.
There you go. Yeah. Okay.
Girl.
So there's things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the whole point of the partnership is support. We got in this because we both can add value equally to this partnership, whether it be 2% off, 3% off. You know, you vibe with people that are in your range. So
That's key because people.
yeah, you
That's
vibe
what
with people
get in
that are in your
trouble.
range.
Yeah.
So, like, at the end of the day, when partners come together and they want to build this foundation, I like to call it a kingdom because at the end of the day, that's what I'm building. I want to build a foundation and I want to build a whole entire fucking kingdom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we need to be able to support each other. If my king falls off, I need to be able to handle that as a queen and get my shit together so I can do this, handle this. He can't feel that stress while he's going through his shit. And at the same time, when he bounces back up, or let's say he never bounced down and I did, he can also support that while I'm going through the fucking shit that I'm going through.
Because let's be real, like I was talking about depression, you
Yeah.
know, yes, it's a lot of stress on men already in
Yeah.
society. And then for you guys to have to take care of a household. Yes, you guys are built for it, but at the same time, you may go through a deep depression because you're dealing with grief and loss, and that impacts man or woman.
Or even self. They don't even know themselves. They've been in these
Especially.
roles and all they did is, okay, this is my role and this is what I have to do. But I never sat down and said, damn, does this role make me happy? Am I happy?
Yeah, because some
You know?
people just go into things that they've been told and they didn't evaluate if that's what they really
Like,
want for themselves.
There are people that go into medical school and just do it for money.
Yeah,
And they get there and fuck up.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Or they do really well, and then you find out, wow, so and so committed suicide. They had everything going on.
Mhm.
You don't know the mental, emotional,
What they were going through in those things.
exactly.
So I just feel like when we ask those questions, it's really about that partnership and what it itself. Yeah, we have these roles. Yeah, we have those things. They're all man created. You know, not man as in man,
We
thing,
got it.
but man created. And it just what works for you, what benefits you, and what makes you grow as that whole. How are you guys growing? How are you guys leaving a legacy that's better than none? You know what I'm saying? So it just bounces
So-
off.
So let me ask, why do men somehow feel, and it's kind of like two things, like I've heard it from women, just one, that men feel intimidated on, like they feel like women are too, I want to say manly, too dominant, take over like a man, when they are just being this independent,
I feel like that's their
like,
insecurities.
you know, doing their own thing, boss that they are, and women get intimidated towards that. And why do men feel like, hey, or even speaking of relationships, or even when men be like, you know, oh, why, like you take care of your own, you got your own business, you got your own job, yada yada, this and the third. Why are you single? Like,
I gotta
why
ask
does that?
you
Why does
that.
that validate?
Yeah,
Because you're a man.
Yeah, you
so
gotta
you're
ask
asking
from
me
our
a question,
perspective.
but
You
you
can't
can't
answer
Y'all
answer
want
that.
to ask me?
So,
Y'all
in a sense of, I see that as his own insecurity. He is trying to reach something that clearly he is not on that level of, and that's okay. You could not be on level 5 right now, but in a couple years you might be on level 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that girl you looking for is on level
yeah.
10, bro. Get there, match. You gotta match at least. You gotta match. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you kind of asked me a question that you need to actually answer
you wanna
yourself.
Yeah,
Like, I
I'm with her
personally
on that.
can't tell
No.
you why you feel that way because I'm out here doing the shit that I want to do. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm gonna make more than any of my husbands. Let's say if I even get married, unless he's a doctor.
Oh.
Well, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Because the
Claim
career
it.
field
That's
that I
fine.
chose
Say
is
I'm a
medical.
boss.
I know where I'm going.
That's
I
fine.
know what
Let
it
me
is
just
you
do
do
it.
now.
Making this work.
That's what I'm saying. It's
I'm a
different. It's
boss.
different if I meet somebody,
Let's
let's
have
say if I'm
good
dating a
I
doctor
would
or
love to
something or something.
compete.
But there's not a lot of them.
No.
You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of them that are available. And if they are, I've seen it. There's doctors that have been on through wife. Because the wives are there for certain things, or they can't assess that, or they're gone all the time, bro. But surgeons are gone. You know what I'm
Would you
saying?
rather date like a surgeon?
Would I rather date
Like
a surgeon?
somebody in
Somebody
your
in your
field?
field? I would. The lifestyle that I live now, I would need somebody to understand that. Whether they
For
be
sure.
maybe music, because music's gone so much, or you know, engineering, like you said, is something like that. I know for a fact that if I'm not dating somebody in my tax bracket, I'm gonna be making more money than the person that I'm with
Yeah.
because of the career that I chose.
Yeah.
There's no
But you
problem with that.
you don't have a
I
problem.
don't have a problem with that.
Yeah,
I chose this
yeah.
career for me. I know the money I want to make.
Yeah.
Right,
I'm
right,
gonna be
right.
doing whatever I want to make with it.
So
You know,
if
that's
you're
why I chose
making
it.
40, 50, you good.
If he making 40, 50 and he has a decent, honest job and that's what he likes to do, he has his responsibility, that's what he fucking does.
Hey,
And he's confident with that, that's what he fucking does. You know what I'm saying?
shout out
Like, that
to
shouldn't-
40, 50.
That shouldn't
I
And
just
as
talk
long
about
as
them
he's
that doing what they
secure
love to
in
do.
that and he's okay.
But it's weird because when I
Yeah.
do date people and I do tell them like, hey, my career field, and in my career field, I mean,
See,
So-
but that
so
presents
that-
intimidation,
a
right?
year.
To some of them, I
It's
know
a-
it
it's an
does.
intimidation.
I know it does.
Comfortable.
Exactly.
But
That's what I'm
honestly,
saying.
a mature man
Yeah,
will not be
exactly.
intimidated. However,
Exactly.
is it common to come across that? Absolutely not.
Exactly.
So the chances, I definitely get that's what you're speaking
So
of.
9 times out of 10, as a woman
However,
who does
yeah.
make these things, I'm in that category of you're probably gonna be single for the rest of your life.
So would you
Category.
like?
Not
Are
necessarily,
you
but
gonna
it definitely
shame
feels
them?
that way.
Like, are you
That
gonna?
doesn't-
No,
like,
why?
Are you gonna?
Why?
Are you gonna use your
No.
money powers
To flex.
Definitely not.
We were
I
talking
make
about
money,
that.
so
Yeah.
nigga,
Are you gonna
Wait,
throw
wait,
it in
wait.
his face?
Those money powers
I
can get
mean-
on like that. A nigga could sue me for malpractice and now I lost everything. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the money.
This conversation.
It's really not about the money. It's just kind of about what works for you. I could date somebody and he could be an artist. You know, he
Yeah.
sells his paintings and that's how he makes
That's
his
love.
money. And I
Nice.
fuck with you because that's what you do.
That's who
You
you
know what
are.
I'm saying? That's
Creative
who
artist.
he is.
Yeah.
I get that. And at the same time, I could date a fucking doctor who's a billionaire and be a fucking dick who's cheating on me with everybody. You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
all these things. So it's never about how
That's
much
true.
money
Back to you.
I'm
Back to
gonna
you.
be, you're gonna be making. I know for a fact the money that I'm going to making, I know my own tax bracket, and it's a lot higher than most men that I date.
And one thing to add to what you're saying, I think also if the man is constantly growing, evolving, becoming a better version of himself and striving for more and having ambition, even if he never meets exactly what you're making, that shows effort. That shows, okay, we're still going in the same direction, even if I make a little bit
But I
more.
also do believe in numerology and math. You match your equal. At the end of the day, those energies come together and you match your equal, whether they be $1,000 ahead of you or
So what-
$2,000 below you.
No, I feel you. Because when you
I'm
really
I'm gonna play devil's
intentionally
advocate right
choose
here.
right,
Please do.
Yeah.
I'm
you're
sorry.
gonna, that's
Match
typically,
your
yeah.
energy.
But most people, they don't operate on that level, and then they deal with other issues.
They
that
deal
we
with the
talk
lower
about.
vibrations of things. And you know, it's
So
just, it's
is
easier
that
to deal with
so?
lower vibrations. It's easier to deal with things that are wrong. Think about it. It's easier to do things that are wrong
Where they
than
feel
to,
intimidated,
than
jealous.
to, I guess, confront things that are right.
So what do y'all think about these women and these like? I need an 8-figure nigga, and
Are they making 8
I need
figures
that
too?
Birkin bag.
No.
I need
Let-
that.
So there's
let's
a
talk
difference.
about
You're
that.
talking about that.
I'm
Let's
You're
talk
talking about
Yeah.
that. Are they making that too?
I
If
feel
they're
like
not,
are you?
if they're
Well,
not,
my
why
question-
do you?
My question is,
Here's the
are
thing.
you the woman?
If you're not,
You know what I mean?
why do you feel obligated to that? Why do you feel
That's a good
obligated
question.
to things that you yourself
That's a
could
good
not
question.
give to somebody else? You might say you need an 8-figure nigga that gets you a Birkin bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but can you return maybe that nigga with a Rolex?
Hell
Or I
no.
mean, don't get me wrong. We're not talking about tangible,
Yeah.
materialistic things. But
Do
what
those
are you
girls fall
doing?
short? Like,
Oh, I
is
don't
that-
know.
is
I
that-
don't know what they do. That's not me
Yeah.
personally.
So,
I
what,
really want to get somebody's paying value.
Now there's some.
Because I know they're out there, and I know that's what we see a lot on TV,
Yeah.
social media,
None
and
of that
it
shit's
blows up, and it's like,
None of that shit
it's
is
real, right? It's not real. That's
None
what
of
I
that
was
shit is
saying.
real. And at the end of the day, you see people talking about they need an 8-figure nigga in a Birkin bag. But
Mhm.
those bitches got their own Birkin bags and 8-figure niggas. So I want to match. I want to match. If I'm looking for a teammate to play beer pong with me, which I would like to do one of those beer pong things, I need my nigga to be that match. I'm not losing, bro. I need you to be as good as me or better.
Yes.
Period. Like that's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
And if you
I love
feel
it.
some type of weird
I
way
love
about
this
that,
energy.
that's weird to me. Like, why do you
Mhm.
feel some type of way personally if I want something that matches me?
Yeah.
That
Or-
shouldn't
or
be.
to
If that's a
Or
personal
even to
trigger,
elevate
figure
you
it
a little
yourself.
bit, you
If
know
that's
what
a
I mean?
personal trigger for you,
I love
figure yourself out.
I love when a woman can add value and elevate and put me on stuff. You know
But
what I
at
mean?
the same time, the bitches that's, excuse me, oh my God, whatever, I'm be real. The
Just go
bitches
ahead.
that's asking
Fuck your
about
stuff.
8-figure niggas and all this stuff, they broke as fuck.
Honestly,
So
I
I
just
just
wanna say that.
it's not always people that
Let me put it
are
this
trying to
way,
match.
broke people talk about those things.
Yes.
Rich people, even in spirit and in finance
They don't
and in
never talk
mentality, they
And-
kind of just sit there and they'll give you a little tea, but the
Mhm.
tea is more of a bro tea, you know, like,
Mhm.
hey man, I don't know.
Yeah.
What
I
do you
get-
do with
I get-
lemons?
I
You
know
make
what
lemonade.
mean.
You know, they say some
Yeah.
shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
They hit you
Rather
off
than
top, boy.
flossing and doing all this. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, if you got it, and
Yeah.
like you said, it ain't tricking if you got it. If
Yeah.
you got it, they can replenish it.
If you want
Live
to,
your
go ahead.
lifestyle.
Do you?
Luxury is for you, and you should do that.
Yeah.
But if that luxury
that's-
comes at a cost of you being broke later, then what? Then how's that luxury?
But also,
How is
to
that
add
draining?
to what you're
Draining.
saying
You
is
know, we
that
got no time.
people
Dang.
who do lead wanting a certain lifestyle, there's nothing wrong with wanting more in life.
Okay.
However, when you're using that as your marker for a partner, you're looking at what can you gain, solely focus on what can you give. At the end of the day, when life happens, you lose a job, you're going through depression, you're dealing with grief, you're dealing with a pandemic, you're dealing with life. Those things are gonna come and they're gonna go, but do you even like the person that you are with?
And you know what's
Even
crazy?
on
You
a
say
micro
that.
level.
You say that because there are people out here that just want someone to take care of them.
Exactly.
That's sick to me because
Yeah.
you just exactly. You're lazy as fuck. The
Comfortable.
fact is, you
I
should
seen you
be
tweet something
able.
about that.
You should be able
Oh,
to
no, no,
take
no,
care
no.
of your fucking self. I get it. We all follow
Yeah.
hard times. There's times
But
for
we've
that,
been through
okay?
it.
But you're literally searching for a partner to take care of you so you don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
As somebody that has worked hard for where she's gotten to and the money that she's gotten to, why the fuck would I want to take care of you for not doing anything?
Sitting on the
That don't
couch.
even make no sense. My
Back to what
hard
y'all was talking
earned,
about bums.
yeah,
Yeah.
my hard earned struggle. I
Sorry,
went through
guys.
struggle. I
Just
went
get up.
through all of this stuff. I went through
Get
staying
up
up
that
late. I
couch.
went through dealing with all this stuff. And you want me to come around and take care of you, my hard-earned work, and you want me to take
It's funny
care of you when
because
you
they
can do
want
the
their
same
bros
thing?
to take care of them too. Like, hey, let me
They
borrow
want
5,
anyone.
let me borrow
No,
10.
they
Yeah.
want
Every
anyone
week,
that
every 2
will.
weeks. Yeah.
It's not even the bros, but they want anyone
Anybody.
that will take care of them so that they don't have to do anything. And the weird thing is, why are you
that's deep.
feeling so entitled
Mm.
for someone to take care of you when you can't even take care of yourself?
Preach.
The shit that you're asking me, you can't even provide.
Dang.
The shit
Ooh.
that you're asking me to do for you, you can't even provide. Not even
for
0.5 of
yourself.
it. Not even for yourself.
Mm.
You want me to buy you a car, but you can't buy yourself a car. You can't even put, not even that. You want me to buy you a car, but you can't put gas in it.
Oh.
Woo! You want me to buy you a,
That would cut deep.
you want me to get you a
gas
Birkin
money.
bag, but what the
fuck?
fuck is you putting in it? It's-
$10 this
You know
way.
what I'm saying? Okay, you
Quarter
want this
ticket.
and that, but we're sitting in an apartment renting.
Yeah.
We can't even get a house.
Yeah.
But see,
What
that
a
goes
cost.
into
Being rich.
making sure you are compatible, taking the
Yeah.
time to do the research and learn about this person in different
But the
environments, different things.
Being on
entitlement
your
is what
shit.
gets me.
But
The
you'll see the
entitlement.
signs. You see the signs early on, but
Y'all
Unfortunately,
ignoring-
people focus on the visual and they don't look at the substance.
Stop
And
ignoring it.
let's look at Tyler Perry Padilla. What's the movie when homegirl dude left her for the other girl?
Oh yeah, and she put her ass. Okay, look, I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie
yeah,
to you.
yeah.
I would have put your ass in the tub too, and I would have.
No, honestly,
Oh, that was,
she was nice because
Cause she was
But
nice.
no,
She let you
I
just
agree with
bubble in the
that.
water, bitch.
yeah,
My ass
got
would
her
have
in
put you
that
in the water.
yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry if anybody's looking at me for future
No,
references.
you guys are good.
Oh.
You guys are all speaking
Talk
facts.
y'all talk.
Yeah, you speaking facts, man.
I won't
And-
kill you, but
I just want this podcast is not to discourage anybody. We just want to bring some value, some real shit,
Yeah.
and
Some insight.
some insight into
Awareness.
different perspectives. So this is a real perspective because a lot of you guys are out here. You're trying to do certain stuff, but
you're
you're not.
using people.
Yeah, you're not there yet.
Your homie's
Mhm.
money is not your money.
You're not
Your
there
girlfriend's money isn't your money. Your
Right.
boyfriend's money isn't your money. Your
Take some
father's
accountability.
money isn't your money. How they got their money, maybe ask them or replicate the same idea.
yet. And stop having a sense of entitlement.
Entitlement, like,
Nobody owes
That's
you
so
nothing.
weird. Like, and then on top of that, how are you okay
I don't
being
care
a
if you
grown
give them
ass person?
something. They still don't
But
owe you
here's the
nothing.
thing.
You decided to give them that.
How are
Yeah.
you okay?
Like if you
as a
decide on your
grown,
own, yeah.
as a grown ass person, how are you okay as a grown ass person with nothing and expect somebody to take care of you? That's
I
weird
can't
to
even.
me.
I don't
The
understand.
So you
signs
telling
already
me
show you early
You
on.
walking
and-
around
yeah.
with nothing, but somebody else is supposed to sacrifice what
Yeah.
they have gone through
Give everything
from
for
nothing.
you.
And most of these people that are billionaires, if you think about it, like
Mm-hmm.
English is their second language and things like that.
Yeah,
They have literally
Yeah.
come from second world, third world countries.
They came from.
And you
That's
want them to
another-
turn around for your privileged ass to take care of you?
Yeah.
Because you want to sit on your ass and be a house
Even
husband?
the
The
unemployment,
fuck?
go to the unemployment line.
Yeah, staying on the
The
county.
stimulus, which is supposed to be coming in.
I got my
I got mine.
Let me tell y'all, I got my stimulus and Airbnb saw that shit and they snagged that snitch. So thank you, Joe Biden, for paying for my birthday.
Okay. Good job,
Hey,
Joe.
Oh,
girl,
well,
that's not
I just
fun on
want
your
Shout out
that's
to
what I just want
Pamela.
That's it.
Right? So shout out to
Uh,
whoever.
Did you
has
say her
that.
name right?
I think I did.
Listen, you messed. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. So you
sound
still
like,
messing
uh,
up
I
her
still
name.
messed it up? Okay. Tamara, we're going to get this right.
You can't say her name.
Alright.
You can't say her name no more. Like,
Anyways,
you
like, just-
Hey, what's the? You know how like the vice president? Is she a presidente? Well, how do we say that?
Oh, for a woman, huh?
Madam
And then-
VP.
Madam VP, but what's her husband's name?
I
Mr.
don't
her
know.
name?
Mrs. Vice.
Is
Mrs.
she married? I don't know.
Yes, she's married. Her husband
Yes.
is a
Yeah.
She married.
Yeah, she's
Oh
married.
shit! Plot
Uh,
twist.
Your stuff.
Anyways, just get your stuff together. If you
Yeah.
are on that couch and you wanting people to pay for this and that,
Listen,
come on, man.
But
I
what
got
makes you feel
Like,
entitled to everybody else?
Nobody
Like,
owes you nothing. Nobody.
I just have a
owes you-
question. What
I
makes
mean-
you think, while you're sitting here watching this, what makes you think that I owe you my hard-earned work?
Money.
The money that I
time.
make and took out and
Energy.
sacrificed to get these degrees to do the shit that I wanted to do, what makes
would-
you think that you're automatically entitled to that
You know what's
when
funny?
you could have did the same shit I did?
You wanna
Just
know,
saying.
you wanna know what's funny? The fact that people do give me their time, like the fact that you guys are here, the fact that somebody takes out that time to, give you those
Yeah.
couple bucks, whatever, like, you gotta appreciate that, man. Like, I think that gratitude goes a long way. And, you know what? Man, I'm done. Friggin'
Hold on.
Tyler,
Okay.
listen,
So
if you got another question,
so,
ask it, but I
wrap this
definitely
up.
want y'all to. Oh, go ahead.
to wrap this up, I want to say this. Well, one, we definitely.
And I ain't never done.
We definitely want to wrap
That's gonna be real.
to wrap this up and give you y'all flowers.
Oh, it
we-
go in the
we
drink
appreciate
and on your skin.
It's
Yeah,
essential
you
oils.
can
can
rub
put
it
this anywhere.
topically.
You can put it anywhere.
can use it. You can
That's why
cook
you'll
it.
see
You can
this-
drink
this
it.
off.
You can.
Ooh,
That's how
look
pure
at
this
my
is.
skin.
You cannot do this with all oil bread. This oil bread is
Wow.
You can put
Hey.
it in your lotion routine, your skincare.
Moisturizer.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
y'all
fine
can
for your
drink
hair
this,
growth,
yes.
hair, all
A lot
that.
of oil baths.
Take
Right, right, right.
Take more baths, man.
My shower don't.
You know, honestly,
Added the lemon oil to
Everybody
the beer.
should take a bath.
Be grateful.
baths. Be grateful. No, you know what? No, deadass. The things that if you find yourself in these modes where you're like, fuck man, like I'm shit, I'm this, I'm that, in these really low vibrations, take a second to sit down. Excuse me. Take a second to sit down and think, okay, what am I grateful for? I have a house. I have shelter. I'm not living on the streets.
Yeah.
I actually have a blanket to wrap up in.
I'm not in
Yeah.
jail.
I have a mattress to sleep on.
Yeah.
I have a bathroom with toilet paper to wipe
Just
myself.
the smallest.
Yeah.
Just the
Yeah.
smallest thing.
I can take a shower.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I have running water.
I have running
Yeah.
water.
Clean running water.
Clean
I'm talking
running
about-
water.
Yeah.
Just certain things. It's just
Yeah.
like it will change your perspective quickly.
Yeah.
Like,
It will
your
it will
car
lighten
might
you,
not
it'll
be a
bring you back
Benz,
up.
but guess what? That car is getting to you where you need
Yeah.
to
Point
go,
A to
right?
point B.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
gas
Yeah,
and
better
everything.
than no car.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just the small
Whipperoo.
things that people forget. Like, it's
Because they
the
looking
gratitude.
at they're
They're
But
looking
they're
at-
looking at the culture, looking at
They
TV,
compare
social media,
themselves
highlight reels.
when really these niggas is just renting the houses. and
Mhm.
renting the
Exactly,
cars.
exactly.
Everything.
It ain't the car.
We all
They're
heard
trying
about
to manifest,
Tiger
it
and
ain't
Debt.
there.
We
That's
all
fine. I
know.
own my own car right now.
You know what I'm saying? So
likewise.
Hey,
Yeah.
you don't know.
Yeah.
Let's pay for beautiful. Pay
Hey,
for
well,
more.
it
Mine.
doesn't mean
That's
go.
right.
and it's weird because like it's the name brand things that
Just
people
saying.
like.
Exactly. And I said, I could care
And
less.
I mean, I go to the dollar store often.
Yes,
That's
love
where
me
it's
some
at.
dollar
Dollar
store.
Tree,
Yeah,
You know,
Dollar
I'm
Tree.
gonna go to the dollar store before I go to anywhere and buy something that's name brand.
I'm just trying to figure out where they. I mean, I know where they get it, but it's like, dang, you really like fall into that shit.
Yo, some people fake it till
Yeah,
they
they
make
won't
it.
wear
Yeah.
they won't wear other things unless it's all Nike.
Yeah.
All,
Yeah.
but
I
they will
just-
go
Because
and
it's about
spend their
ego.
last money.
It's about
Yeah.
ego
and not
and
having anything to
status.
eat.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm
Thank
not gonna
you.
lie to you.
So,
I will
thank
go
you.
and spend my money
Thank
on
you.
some food
Yeah.
before I spend my money
Oh
on
yeah,
some
food is
mashed.
mine.
So
It's
I'll eat.
pride to kill her.
I don't know if it's pride or if it's social construction.
So like
but I
mentally
also-
constructed to
Yeah,
like
because
this is
how
what
many
you
times
need,
have you
this is
driven-
what you want.
How many times have you driven through the hood and seen a Benz truck? Trust me, I have seen it a lot.
Mhm.
I
You
mean,
know,
I go
definitely
down
of some
downtown Dino.
site,
Yeah.
some type
I
of
don't-
foreign car. Like what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
This is 7. You're on assistance living here,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that's wrong.
Mhm.
You were on assistance living here, and you made it enough to where you wanted to go buy your car, and that's it. I get it.
Yeah.
That might have been one of your things. I'm
Yeah.
not judging you.
Yeah.
But then we get to these things where that's a main thing. I live in
Yeah.
the hood, but my car is a Benz.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how much a Benz oil change costs?
A
That
lot.
part.
Oh
Maintenance.
shit.
Maintenance.
Yeah, that's why.
They go out and buy the 40, 50K car.
But
Come
you
on,
can't
bro.
afford it.
And
Yeah.
then he
afford it,
flexed it.
yeah.
Like I saw a
The
tweet
Can't
the other
afford
day.
it.
Yes.
Y'all, I
Yes.
saw a tweet
Can't
the other
afford
day that said
My nigga,
Let me
shout out to
tell you.
my nigga Dino, man.
I saw
I ain't got it, baby.
I saw that. So I saw a tweet the other day that said, and if anybody is you're financially illiterate, you know these things. This tweet said, my oil change is $56 something. Yours is $12. We are not the same. Bitch, you paying $56 for your oil change? You are
Yeah,
getting
that's
ripped
wild.
off every single time.
Right.
What is you flexing about? What is you flexing about? I'm
Yeah.
cool with my little $23 oil change. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But it's like if you have the money and you choose to do that, that's great.
Yeah,
but don't
yeah.
think that you're better,
Better
than
than
somebody.
anybody else.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
that's,
that goes.
that's where it comes
They
in. That's
associate
At the
those
end of the
things with their identity and their
Yeah.
ego,
I don't
and they
even
actually
know
have
that
low self-esteem.
they-
And you know,
exactly.
they're masking it with those
behind
things.
it.
'Cause
And
that's
They
what's
hiding
true.
behind they
What's so
shit.
crazy
Exactly.
Wow.
Trying to keep up with the Joneses. And
My
Wow.
favorite thing,
Next
people that
person.
keep up don't ever have any money in their account. Look,
Exactly.
so we're
Exactly.
sitting here, right, collectively, and
Yes.
financial business is your own financial business. We don't share that. You shouldn't share that. But at the end of the day, like
This is
you
with
could
your
be a
partner, might
you
just-
could be a billionaire. I don't know. You could be a millionaire. I don't know. I could be a thousandaire. You don't know. You could be a non-hundredaire. Not to come to you, and I don't know.
She came for me in this.
But at the same time, we're all sitting in the same room collectively. Like
Yeah. We still have value.
we still have value. in a
Exactly.
sense. You have no idea how much money any of us have.
Yeah.
Yet,
So why are we?
why am
yeah.
I using
That's
that to
real.
make myself better than you?
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm blessed. I am blessed to have what I have in
Yeah.
my bank account. And when I do have that, I like to share that with those
Yeah.
that have been there with me. You know, I'm one of those
Yeah.
people that if I get it, I'm gonna bless my friends. with
Yes.
that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that I like to
I don't
do.
know.
Take
I'm
care
a
of your
giver.
own,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Man,
same.
I was-
Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna notice if you use me, I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah,
That part.
we don't
But
get
you know what I'm saying?
boundaries.
Right.
Yeah, boundaries.
Yeah.
But there's just certain things, and like people walk around with this high shoulders because you got all these, you got all this Gucci on.
All
But
their
you
self-esteem
can't
is wrapped
even-
up in their material.
You
Yeah.
got all this Gucci on, but your rent's late.
no substance.
That part. You got a weed that's $800,000 in your ring. You
Yeah.
got the Birkin bag.
Not only that, then we gotta talk about this too.
Oh
So
my god, my feelings is hurt.
For my
Oh, you
women,
hurt. Oh my god, y'all.
y'all was out.
Oh,
Look
God.
at you. That was you.
all
That was not
dropped
me.
something.
I'm hurting.
We
So,
all have dropped something.
We're out in Atlanta. I don't know if y'all saw this, but motherfuckers went to Atlanta with no money.
Oh, I seen
Now,
that, and
really?
she got stuck. I
What
was-
happened?
No, there's multiple.
It was
So
more.
here's the thing.
She said it was.
I just
I
need to be on scene.
understand people needing to get away and they do something crazy. I went to New York, y'all, and I
What if
had
he was chasing a
seven-
dream?
Listen, that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
went to New York and I
Right.
had 72 cents in my bank account. I went to New York and had 72 cents in my
How'd
bank
you
account.
make it?
I was
Yeah.
fine. I knew I was gonna make it. I'm fine. Money
Y'all are
doesn't
in the
bother
green,
me. The thing
right?
is, if you make a mantra so much, money comes to me when I need it and I flow it and I do things like that, it's gonna come to you if you know,
Yeah, I
you don't
could
abuse
use,
it. It's just like anything else.
kind of
you know?
like
Yeah.
like just I say walking in faith, but like
It's,
you know,
it is walking in faith.
Yeah.
It's literally that. You're walking in something
Yeah.
you cannot see and you
Yeah.
just know you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I got there, I was like, fuck.
yeah, what I do now?
Thank
Yeah.
God the house I got to had at least enough
Mhm.
groceries for at least 3 days. And after that, I figured that out and I made some money and I
Yeah.
started making money.
You was
know what
on
I'm
some
saying?
undercover billionaire
I
stuff.
be
Have y'all
making.
seen that
I'm
shit?
not playing. Like when I need to do something, I'm getting something
Getting it
done.
done.
Yeah.
So I went out
I
there.
really admire people like
70
that. That's dope.
72
Go get
fucking
a
cents in
mentality.
my bank
Got
account.
to.
I don't even know,
Sometimes
It was
you don't know
crazy.
how.
but I
Yeah.
knew what I was doing. I needed to do this. I had a place to stay. It's gonna be okay. It's fine. I'm also knowing that I'm going out there and I'm gonna be having a job. I'm gonna do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. I didn't go out there and be like, oh, I'm fucking stuck by myself. But here's my thing. Me as a person, how can you enjoy yourself and not have anything, but even just security wise?
Yeah.
My best friend graduated and her mom took us to Cancun. At this time, I didn't work. I was going through school and I was going through a whole fucking depression. Like I was out in Cancun crying every single night to sleep because I was fucking depressed while trying to celebrate my best friend's achievements. While her mom is paying for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I felt
You was
horrible.
going through it.
I was going through it, trying to
Yeah.
have fun. Okay.
Yeah.
There was videos that I'm looking at, like I look
You
back
can
at
tell
it,
you
and
was
I know
Yeah.
at that point in time, like, bitch,
you was going through
I
something.
was going through it. So
Yeah.
it's weird for me.
Shout out to your strength.
There's a difference between you doing things for yourself and then doing things out of stupidity.
Yes.
So you
Yes.
went to Atlanta in the middle of COVID to
Yeah.
party,
Yeah.
no money, and you have kids at home for a responsibility, and you had no money to get back home for your kids. So if you're telling me you have no money to get back home to your kids, what are your kids suffering?
Yeah.
I'm not even worried about you.
Right.
Now I'm worried about your kids. Not even
Right.
think about you.
Exactly.
Thinking about your kids. What are you putting your kids through?
You know,
Right.
you know what's funny that you say that is because like the same thing of why people feel so entitled and like why they can't see that they have actually a pretty good life.
Yeah.
Is that the selfishness makes what's going on with me? Why I ain't got this? Why I ain't got that?
Comparison.
Yeah.
Why are you
why-
comparing your blessings to
exactly.
mine? There's a difference
Exactly.
between the reason I got this
And
and
it's
you
all
got
and it's
that.
all because of that self-centeredness
Exactly.
and,
Yeah.
and it's a killer, you know what
And
I
that
mean?
self-centered, that jealousy, that
Mhm.
envy, all of that
Yeah.
keeps you from getting to where you need to.
go.
And the
Exactly.
more
Stop
you
you
sit
blocking
in
your
that,
blessings.
exactly. The more you sit in that, the more
Yeah.
you dwindle.
Yeah,
Now,
you
the
go
more you're
slower,
upset, the more
Yeah.
the more you're upset and greedy and
Yeah.
envy and
Then you making
Exactly.
bad decisions.
I've
you're
had
rational,
friends.
Yeah.
I've had friends that I've had to cut off, and
Jeez.
I'm not really like, I love you.
Yeah.
I love you. I always love you. And if something happened to you like detrimentally, I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? But I've had friends that have been upset with me because my parents chose to have me at a later date and have their shit together.
Yeah.
But I'm doing all these things, and you want me to hide my achievements
Yeah.
because you didn't get those achievements?
Yeah.
You didn't even. You want me to not celebrate my wins
Yeah.
because you didn't have that,
That's just jealousy, really.
and that's not a friend.
Envy.
It's
No.
sick.
But I like when people win. 'Cause
Me
that-
too.
Same.
that's
I'm like, I feel like I'm winning because
of
you're
you
winning, and I'm
winning.
just super happy for you and what that's doing.
And a lot of people don't understand the happiness for others. Like,
Yeah.
hey, you can
Exactly.
be happy for
They
others
don't get
because
that.
it's a
be happy.
narcissistic culture.
It-
with it.
it- yeah.
Yeah.
And I love, like, when I see people starting businesses, I'm like,
Man.
keep going. When I
Yes.
see people winning or
Yeah.
marriages working out or happy
Everything.
relationships
Yeah.
that are healthy,
That's
oh
not-
my
if
God.
anything, you want
I
that
start
to
crying.
rub off
I don't
of
know.
you.
It makes me cry. It
No,
makes me
there's
cry.
some
Same.
beautiful-
I cry
beautiful
with
shit.
them. I'll laugh. I'll
I see
scream.
stuff
I'll,
on like
all of
Especially
the
when
other
you know
day.
what they've been through.
Exactly.
And it's like the other,
Yeah.
and then in our nights too. I understand people go through things and they turn into assholes and treat everybody around them
Yeah.
like assholes.
Yeah.
And then you want me to be happy for you when you win. I can't because
Yeah.
you
Treat me like
I'm happy for you, but
But I
I
still
can't
can't fuck
celebrate.
with you.
I can't fuck with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy for you, but I can't fuck with you.
Because I'm
Distance.
more so gonna celebrate your character and your growth and the
I
journey
like
process
that.
of
I like
acquiring
that. I like
what
that.
you got, and that's what you received. It's
But
just the icing
as
on
my
the cake.
friend, if
Yeah.
you want me to limit my wins because you
That's not
are
a
doing
friend.
it, you are not my
No,
friend.
no.
And at the
Yeah.
same time, if you're my friend and I'm winning,
Exactly, because we could have
Exactly.
win together. It's
because
not
what's the
any-
thing? You get some shit and you put your homies on, right? It's the
Exactly.
ones that you get.
Exactly.
Don't get me
That's
wrong,
how
you
we
got
do
the-
it.
Yeah.
Exactly. You get the ones that, of course,
Oh, you know this
you
stop?
know,
Oh, this
there's
stop the hit? Okay.
there's
Exactly.
stuff.
You know this club?
Speaking of which, y'all,
Exactly.
homeboy, my little redhead,
Send you on some stocks?
sent me some stocks,
Nice.
XP.
Oh,
So if y'all
you a
on this,
keeper.
XRP,
No.
XLM, VChain, Chainlink. I don't know what this word is, but I'm not gonna say it. But
Everything
these are the
about to
stocks-
go up.
These are the cryptos
This-
that you need to
this-
get into. Okay.
Everything about to go up, y'all. This is this is like probably the biggest stimulus you have been in American history. $1.9 trillion. Everything's gonna be boosted. Retail, commercial,
Don't fall
everything.
into those things though.
Healthcare.
Like they're
Don't
gonna be
buy
putting-
it.
Don't
Here's
because
the
be a
thing, y'all.
consumer,
Invest.
be an
There's
Invest.
investor.
Yeah,
okay, here's the
there you
thing.
go.
I don't know if y'all notice, but every time you get money, you notice there's sales.
Yes.
You notice
yep.
there's TVs on
Because
sale.
it's stimulating the economy.
You notice there's cars on sale.
Yeah. Yep.
Invest
Save your
it.
money, invest.
Or at
Invest
least
it.
invest it into
Yeah.
something that you
Invest it.
love. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Like,
so basically, we're all investing here, are we?
Yeah.
Every single
Yeah.
I
person.
mean, we all got
Yeah.
business.
No, no.
business,
Yep.
podcasts,
I started
I'm a-
investing.
I'm a stocks
Entrepreneur,
person
all
myself.
stocks, yep,
So
yep.
I'll do this.
businesses.
savings accounts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Emergency
Investment
fund.
account.
Guys, a
Yes.
dollar, a
$5
penny.
can go a long way.
A penny
Yeah.
can go a long way,
Mhm.
bro. What's that? There's a book. The Alchemist.
Oh,
It's the
yeah.
Alchemist
I
with
never
the
read
penny
that
and
one.
the non-penny. It's compound
I never-
interest.
I still
Where-
have got a chance to read the Alchemist.
Y'all
I need
need
to.
to read
I
the
know. I know.
book.
I've read a
Okay.
lot of other business money
Read
books,
that
but
book.
yeah, I need to read
And
that.
if you
$1
also
can
need to
go
read
a
the
long
book,
way.
What's
oh,
that?
no, it's not that
book?
book.
It's
$2
where
is
you
dope.
pay yourself. It's a
Oh,
little.
no,
book.
no. Hold on.
What's it called?
The Richest Man in Babylon.
Yes.
Y'all need
You
to
should read that book.
Please read that book.
Read
It
that
will
book.
They
change
put in
your
y'all
life.
on.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And
Um,
think and grow rich.
What's
Think and
great
grow rich.
about the Richest Man in Babylon is because everyone has their own things that make them happy. You could be happy with $5,000. You
Yeah.
could be happy with 2. I could be happy with 0.2%. You could be happy with $1 million. There is
That's
enough
good.
to go around
Yeah.
to satisfy everyone, which is
Mhm.
great.
Yeah.
There's enough to go around, but
Yeah.
you have to pay yourself first.
Because guess
Then
what?
pay
You
your
deal
debts.
people,
Yeah.
they gonna get their money.
Yeah, you
But
have
you
to
need
pay
to take
yourself
care of
first
yourself.
and then pay your debts.
I
Yeah.
think that's
Yeah.
what it goes back to, just like I was talking about earlier, or like we was all talking about earlier, knowing yourself, knowing what you want, knowing how much money you want to make, knowing what kind of partner
Nobody's
you want
ever
to
read
be
that
with,
book.
and
Thank
just
you.
staying on this shit.
I got that book from the library.
I ain't got that much more to say.
Yeah.
I ordered it and
want-
I also got
Go
it.
ahead, Tyler.
Also, get a library card, y'all. It's free.
Man,
Get a book.
yes.
Go into the
Yes.
library. Why are we
Yes.
not going into libraries no more?
Or
I love
even
the
download
library.
audio books. And you can listen to podcasts.
I'm hella-
But
It's
also,
resources.
guys, read because
They
you
know
need
it.
your
Self-investment.
intellect to
Self-investing
read. Just
yourself.
read. Just read.
They
Yeah.
know it. They
Even
know
if
it.
it's like a sci-fi book, any type of reading that can boosts creativity.
It
Just read.
does. It
You don't
does.
have to read
Build
shit
your
about like
vocabulary.
economic growth. That's just boring. Economic growth. I'm sorry.
They
I'm a
Yeah,
big
like
personal development
But
reader.
like, you know,
Yeah.
read what you
Read.
like.
That's
Just
like
read,
my
even if
jam.
it's romance. Like,
Yeah.
you know how many
Yeah,
romance
Bible,
books that I
personal development. Yeah,
There's a lot of good stuff in there.
the Bible's great.
But
personal.
Yeah, it is.
I
Definitely.
just
I
what's
write down everything that I write down.
go ahead,
Like,
want
Tyler.
to
Yeah.
wrap this up. To wrap this up, I definitely want to appreciate you guys, giving y'all flowers. Thank you for coming on our podcast and taking it
I
over.
got facts. Like, I
Go
didn't just go off. with my
ahead,
heart.
Tyler.
My sources.
Yeah. Hey, anybody out there
I didn't
too,
get cursed
just
for
get
seeing
better.
this
Like
this-
it only
Yeah,
takes
maybe.
one step at a time.
that's
You don't
right.
have to
But
change overnight,
I was like,
and just have that motivation, that personal desire. Like what's your purpose? What's your why? Why do you want to do a certain thing? Like you can have this ideas, but why do you have that idea? What is it about that idea that's going to, make you happy? You know what I mean? How is it gonna fulfill you? And I think life is about finding what fulfills you and what your purpose is, and it's ultimately what's gonna make you happy. Because once you're walking in your purpose, you're gonna find like, hey, I'm having fun doing this. I actually enjoy this. I like it.
There's a soul
You know what I
fulfillment.
mean? And
yeah.
that you
it's
don't
gonna
get from
it's gonna bring happiness out. It's gonna bring a lot of stuff out of you, and then you're gonna be able to fulfill potential. But if you don't ever get up and get in the game, then you're just gonna be
stuck.
yeah, you're gonna be stuck there.
You're gonna be stuck hating everybody else that's been doing
and
it.
everything.
Exactly.
You're gonna
It's
continue.
not easy. I don't. If you're
Sure
looking for
is
something that's
not.
easy,
Yeah.
life. Oh, that sounds
and
like.
you're gonna continue to
Let's
compare
keep it
yourself to
real.
others and all that, and it's gonna be self-defeating. You're defeating yourself. Nobody's defeating you but you. So you gotta get out of your own way, and you gotta take those steps to make yourself better. And hopefully, by you making yourself better and paying yourself first, you
Yeah.
will ultimately end up being able to give to others. So, just take that step, man. And this is the Grind podcast. So, we always want to take people's grind, and hopefully it can translate into other people's grind. So go ahead, Tyler.
I want to ask, well, one thing, like I said, I want to thank y'all for being on the podcast and giving everything that y'all know, y'all wisdom, your intelligence and insight is really appreciated because we hardly have, we
This one,
hardly
y'all are
have,
second winning guests.
yeah,
Oh,
we don't have
that's it.
one. So
Thank you.
y'all definitely create,
Episode 11.
definitely create another impact, and we want to give you, as Black women, as women, as yourself, and as women, as creators, independents, having your own business and your own jobs, taking care of yourself, doing what you're gonna do, give you flowers. It's appreciated. But I want to ask y'all, because we ask this at the end of our episodes all the time, when it's all said and done, what do you guys want your legacies to be about?
Oh man. Oh, for me personally, because I was actually really just sitting out on my own, or just smoking up thinking about this. Deadass. Basically, I just want to leave this place better than I found it. I want, if I have kids, or whoever, I want them to look at something, find some type of passion, and fix it for those that are coming behind them. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I guess I want to leave growth. I want to leave some type of sustainability. I want to leave basically just the impact that I want to leave with people, like when I leave off this earth, is that I did everything that I could to help those around me. I don't want to be selfish in that. I want people to be able to say like, damn, she saw a cause that was something personal to her, and she went and donated herself or gave herself to that cause.
We're doing it right.
And that's what I want to
Still
leave.
written.
And I don't even care. Like honestly, it has nothing to do with me. It literally I just want to leave this place so much better than I found it, especially for people that look like me and people that are going through shit like that.
And I think you are in more ways than one, especially you being in the actual healthcare. Like, we haven't really got into that bag, but you are a healthcare person. Like, you actually save lives by said you research, protect, you prepare, you know, actual surgeries. You know what I mean? People actually have health problems.
Yeah.
Like that's a real thing. So the fact that you are in that field and helping people out, um,
And it's scary for them,
you know what I mean? Yeah. And
You are giving me your whole vulnerability.
yeah.
Because when you
It's
come
your
in
life.
there to my table, to
Mhm.
my room, you know, the anesthesiologist, you're not aware, you're not in
Mhm.
control. You are literally
Yeah.
so vulnerable as a person. So for you to do that for me, I am so appreciative.
Yeah.
And as a patient advocate, because that's my number one job, is to be the patient advocate. For you to do that for me, and while you're gone, I am speaking for you. I am making sure that nothing happens to you. I'm making sure that we take the best proper care of you.
Yeah.
That these tools that we're using have been sterilely sanitized. There's nothing on them.
Mhm.
That doctor doesn't do anything to you terrible. The
Yeah.
anesthesiologist, even myself as a tech, doesn't do anything to you terrible. You know, we all in this room are accountable for that person.
Yes. Yes. For you to end
Exactly.
person on the
Exactly.
table.
And you waking
So
up
that's
from this. You know what I'm
so
saying?
that's
It's,
a big deal. That's not
you
something
go
to take
into
lightly.
surgery and you don't know if you're gonna come out.
Yeah.
You know, this is scary for people.
Mhm.
Scary. So I am very grateful for the shit that I do, and I will never take that for granted because I know what it's like to be on the table. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Although I look at everything so fun and so.
Yeah,
When I
you
went to
still
surgery,
enjoying
I
life.
was like, "Oh
She
my god,
really
where's the
do.
blood going? Where was this
Yeah,
happening?"
you
You
still
know what I'm saying?
enjoying life.
It's
But why you
just,
saving lives?
yeah, you know, like
That's
if
that's
this
what I'm saying.
person lays
That's
down
that's
on
your
this
motive.
table
That's
and doesn't come out, who's gonna take care of it? Who's gonna
Yeah.
die? Who's gonna do all these things that go on this Maslow's hierarchy of needs?
Mhm.
You know, so it's just that's who I'm here for. I'm here for
Yeah.
those. I'm here for those people. So
as
that's basically
and as
it.
well as providing through your business
Yeah,
now,
you know.
in the personal fitness and mental health and being out there. So you doing
So
you
that's
you got
that
your
for
black
me.
girl magic going right now. You know
So,
what I mean?
Yes,
For
and I
lack
thank
of
you
a better
guys for
term.
just even seeing
Yeah.
it and just appreciating it. So
Yeah.
that's
That's
always
cool.
nice to be
That's why we
appreciated.
were-
It's always nice.
Yeah,
to
when
be
I,
appreciated.
when we was talking about the topics and we was saying Women's Month, and I was automatically came to mind Chanda and Brittany, like, because I had
it was
already
easy.
been like conversing with you guys a little bit, and I was like, what can we get? Like, okay, I already know, like,
It was easy.
And
like
we
it just like
we
automatically
appreciate
came
that.
to mind.
Yeah.
because
Seriously.
although
Because I see you guys out there doing it.
Yeah.
That's
and
what I
we're
mean.
not
Like,
doing
I'm
it
seeing
for
the
recognition,
action.
which is
You
beautiful.
know what I mean? Like, it's not just y'all laying doormat. Like,
Yeah.
even though we're not in each other's face like every day, and you know what I mean, I see you guys out there doing it. Like, I see y'all moving, so that's why like, you already know. Like, hey, I'm about to reach out to her. I'm about to reach out, and we're like, we got to get this popping.
Yeah.
And like,
And we
about to
appreciate you
bring
so
through,
much for that because like we're not doing it for recognition. We're doing it because we love it.
Yeah.
And if
it's-
somebody
it's to
notices
give.
it and says something about it, and you're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
damn.
It's to
You know,
give.
thank you. Like
Yeah.
I am grateful for you.
Yeah.
So I
Seriously.
appreciate you.
Yep. Awesome. Love.
So Brittany, ask you the same question. What do you want your legacy to be when it's all said and done?
For me, it would definitely be to be obedient to what the creator is telling me to do.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, when this world and everything ends, I want to be able to face my creator and hear, well done, thy good and faithful servant. I don't want to have regrets, and that's why I want to live out my fullest potential in everything that he put on the inside of me, because I know that there are people called to my obedience to whatever instruction that he is giving me. And another legacy is that I'm a Christian, but I'm not that I live my life 6 days a week however I want, and then I show up to church on Sunday to hear the word, and then I go back to that life. I want to show people that the Creator God, through Jesus Christ, he can genuinely change your mindset and your heart. And who you
restore
were
it.
before, who you were before, how you were living, all of those things, he can truly transform your life. You don't have to stay the same. And I want to exemplify what real love looks like based on how God created the standard of love. So that way, at the end of the day, people can't say, oh yeah, Brittany, I knew her. Yeah, I met her at church or whatever. But yeah, when I hung out with her, she's a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She was an asshole.
Exactly.
She told me this, but she did this. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it's not, of course, that I am going to be
She didn't
perfect
love me.
because nobody is perfect, but I'm striving for perfection according to Christ's path that He led for me. So I want my values, I want my decisions, I want my interactions and how I talk to people, how I treat them, how I, just interact with people. I want them to feel the love of God, that energy, without me ever having to say a word. But when they hear me say a word, it's going to be unlike anything that they've heard.
Amen.
They gonna feel
Yeah.
that.
Exactly, they'll feel that. And another legacy is I don't just believe in, being such a super spiritual person. It's not about that, because God says in the Bible, it's no good to be overly spiritual and no earthly good. So the earth He created for us as a gift, as a present, we're able to get these creative ideas. Some of us are going to be entrepreneurs. Some of us are going to do amazing things in, working in corporate, or do amazing things in the community, or even just building a legacy within your family. So for me, I know that God has called me to be an entrepreneur, to be a visionary, to be a creative, and to really make an impact in the industries of health and wellness in a holistic manner, to speak against human trafficking, and to show that we are not just bodies, our bodies aren't commodities, but that we are living, breathing people. We have dignity, we have dreams, we have our own individual self-worth, and I want to break that slavery in that form, and I want to empower and free those who are being enslaved in that way. And also with mental health, I really want to break that stigma that mental health, we all have experienced mental health. You don't have to be a homeless person talking to yourself crazy out on the street. Mental health looks like what I explained to you, what I was dealing with. Everybody do anxiety, and it can come from the
In
pandemic
waves, man.
in waves.
It comes in waves.
Exactly.
The freaking time change.
Man.
I get depressed when
Just gotta
the
know
seasons
yourself,
change.
man.
Exactly.
Gotta know
So
yourself.
that's the legacy that I want to leave, and I want to create generation after generation that is following in pursuit of that, and always thinking about God, yourself, and loving others and blessing others, because we are gifted to be a blessing, not for just ourselves so we can just enjoy this life, but no, God blesses us in abundance, because like you said, girl, there is truly enough money to go around for everyone.
Yup.
And
Just
it's
tap
fake.
in.
It's
Just
fake.
tap in.
And
y'all.
honestly,
They
yes,
print this shit.
Print it off.
because they're just
print
printing it,
off.
just printing inflation.
Where you
gonna
think your
get
1400 come from?
that part.
Exactly.
We're paying for it.
Or that
It's tax-free
JP
money.
Morgan, you remember that the billions of dollars now, that JP Morgan cargo ship? That was probably our first stimulus check.
I would,
It's crazy, but
yeah. So yeah, that's
just
the
so bad.
legacy that I
Y'all don't.
I read a lot of news, y'all.
I don't read the news. I read books. Books.
I
I
read
read news
everything.
app. I read
The news
everything
app
that
keep me
pops
on
up.
because I don't be sitting at the TV trying to listen to all that. So my news app.
They be doing too much for me.
I read everything. You can pick and choose what you like.
Yeah, you
Like I
can
do a
filter.
lot of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Just pick different
The
topics.
interest. That works.
If you like birds, watch birds. I am
You know what I
terrified
go
of
to?
birds.
I go to
like
YouTube.
YouTube is
YouTube,
great too.
yeah.
I actually learned how to embroider on YouTube. So I don't know if
Nice.
you've been watching, but I learned how to embroider.
Go girl.
Did you embroider the stuff that you have for your?
I did
gear?
not, because I just learned, and I would not want to send something
Mess it up.
nasty out to my
Okay.
clients or my customers, because I'm really a big person on quality, and I
Yeah.
don't want to send some shit out.
Yeah,
to
your
my
stuff is
client.
quality. Let me
Exactly.
show some of the people's stuff.
Oh
So,
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
All right, so here's Shanda's stuff.
Yes.
These
We have
so
some
can't wait to
socks.
get
these are all my exclusive paintings. Okay, so basically any of the patterns that you see are my paintings.
We
This girl's
have,
creative. She painted that before
So
putting
I
it on.
painted it befor I put
This.
it on here.
We got a windbreaker.
Come on.
So that's
Yeah.
lava right
Those
there. That's a
colors are
painting.
fire.
That's a painting right here.
Girl, we gotta
So-
get this one.
So you're
Yes.
you're literally purchasing my paintings
So fire.
without purchasing them. I mean, if you want to buy one too, I might not sell it to you.
Shout out to all the girl bosses.
I would buy one from there. Just
If
put
I
them
let
on.
And
you
then
know,
for-
I like them.
And then for Brittany, she
I
has her
understand.
holistic stuff.
Trust me.
All
So
right.
anybody who likes, is this part of your stuff? Because this
Yeah,
thing
I
started.
sell diffusers, all
Oh,
kinds.
diffusers.
Yeah, it helps with like negative ions.
I
and
love
different
diffusers.
kinds.
Do you know how many people love diffusers?
I did not know
diffusers. I
about
got
it.
two in my
Diffusers
room.
until
I
today.
got one on
I'll
one
tell
side
you
and one
about
on the
Full
other
House.
one.
I got like
Oh,
3
my
down.
God.
Yeah,
Girl,
girl, come to me. I'm
I
a
have a
bud.
couple on my altar. So I keep
I
some
got
on my
one in
altar.
my
And I got like
bedroom.
my
So
grandmother's favorite
it's-
scents inside of them.
They have
Her
products,
there.
y'all.
Yeah.
Go
So,
ahead and
you know, that's for
tap
an
in
offering
with
to
them.
Oh, that in that sense. But like I have another one on the other side of the room.
One more
one in the living room. I love
Yes,
diffusers,
I
man.
love when people get diffusers. It's healthier for you. I mean, of course, when you can get candles, but you have to do a lot of research to make sure that the materials they're using are pure, which 9 times out of 9 they're not. So the toxins that they're releasing, we're smelling that, the fumes, exactly. In America, they only ban like 11 ingredients or
If it makes
toxins.
money, they're taking it.
Exactly. Within our personal care products, we're putting at least 5,000 different chemicals in our bodies before we even fully start our day and go
Look
on.
at the food, dude. Like
The food alone.
That's
you
like
know
number
most
one.
of those things are
That's
banned
like
in
number
every
one.
other place. They're banned in every other
Yeah,
place.
Yeah.
Europe
I
don't
love
play with
Europe.
the food.
Oh my
My
gosh.
dad-
Europe don't play
Look,
with their
my
food.
dad comes home and does not eat certain places. He's like, no.
I've heard that,
Europe
especially
is
coming
not
from where
the-
he lives, because they got pure good
They
stuff
don't-
out
he
there.
I can go into the food.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We
That's
gonna say
cool.
that for another story.
Yeah.
Plant your own shit.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why my
basically.
mom got her garden on the side.
Yeah.
Shout out mom.
I'm
You
about
know,
to
that's
start me
really
a garden
good
this
for her.
year. That's
good
my
for
goal.
just
I got 3
anything.
plants. Shout out my babies. I'm right
Aw,
Snake
let's
plant.
get
there. Yes.
Oh my god, if you
And I
guys
got a
like
money tree
plants,
too.
if you guys like plants, there's this place called House
Shout out to my
Plant
babies.
Shop, and you can get a plant a month
I
for
got
like
3.
$7. If
For
you
real?
want to do girl, yes, I get a plant a
I'm gonna
month.
be hitting you up for
I get a
that.
plant a month.
Hey,
Yes.
go ahead, Tyler, man. In the soft, man.
No, I
We've
just
been here
no,
for
we did,
3 and a
but-
half. This
No,
is the record.
that's
Y'all
all good.
good.
No, no,
Oh my god, we've been here for 4 hours. Y'all.
This is a
Looking at
record.
it. It
Are you
says
kidding me?
3:45:10.
It's a record.
Wow, it feels
That's
like
good.
A new
it's only
podcast
after
record.
Wow.
We
So
been
how much
pod-
are y'all gonna
Oh,
be
y'all gonna
editing?
pod today.
Oh,
He said an hour figure.
Oh,
Y'all gonna make us
A
work
lot.
for like a whole day.
Are we
Yeah.
having
It's
those?
just a lot.
Y'all gonna make us
We
work.
gonna, yeah, we gonna.
As we should though.
Oh,
But,
that's not
Shout out to
good.
the women who make men work.
Yo, this
Y'all
time,
don't make it easy on us. I
Okay.
want to be challenged.
Well, that's
This
good
time-
because you want to
Yes.
know. A lot of
Yes.
people do not want to
Exactly.
know. That challenge is.
Love it.
They don't want to do it.
They want to be lazy.
What's wrong with
that's
you?
great.
You didn't like
I
my
just
shirt?
really
It was
Oh.
I didn't expect it, so like it was like right
Okay.
here. No, but this time we like to give props to a lot of, we call it our BBM, Black Business Matter, our segment. So do you guys have any Black business maybe one that you guys would like to shout out at this time? That's pretty much what it is.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we got Raz Productions going on. It's a production company. We
Shout out to Ray.
basically anything creative. So
All right.
TV, something
Yeah,
on
what
this
is
stuff.
it
You can
about this?
follow us on Instagram and
What's the
any one of
Instagram?
our Raz Productions. If you can follow any of us on there,
Go
you
look
can follow
them up, yeah.
us, which is Lewis, Malik, Ray,
I've been
Leticia,
behind the scenes.
as
It's
well
dope.
as Ruben and myself.
Shout
So
out
I've been
to
behind
you.
the scenes. It's dope.
Shout out to y'all, man.
Brittany?
Any blessings.
So I would like to shout out my cousin. She has her own
Cuzzo.
beauty company, and she has the 100% mink lashes. She does lip glosses. She does all things beauty.
Oh,
she
you better
makeup
get it.
artist, esthetician. So I just want to pump up my cousin. Her company,
Hey.
Addicted to Beauty.
Hey.
Go on her
I like
page.
that name.
Yes, it fires.
Oh
Fire.
shoot!
She did my
Which-
makeup a weekend ago.
Women, if you're looking for body contouring, we got Contour Me.
Do
My
y'all have-
homegirl, she does body contouring. I don't know if you've seen any of my Instagram videos, but it looks like I have those cones on my butt and I'm getting like the wood therapy and
Oh, I've
everything.
seen that.
So
Oh,
check it
wow.
out. It feels great. She has
I'm
really
gonna check
good
that out.
Can men
prices.
do it too?
Yeah, men can do it.
Is it like a massage?
It's low key like a massage. I look at it as more of
I
a
need a
rehab.
massage. I'm working. Oh,
They
my-
kind of market it for like
Oh,
butt
damn.
growth, like vacuum BBL, but I'm not
Yeah.
there for that. Don't get me wrong.
Vacuum.
I have
Butt
grown some
growth?
inches, but it's literally honestly I look at
Oh,
it as a
y'all
massage.
lucky you just bringing this up now.
So Contour Me, check her out. She does me almost every Friday,
But
and I love it.
Hey, I'm about to get cupped this year. I'm gonna get cupped.
Check her out. She does also have cupping for everything else.
Oh,
So she does that. Well,
Okay.
So-
Oh,
I'm trying to step up my holistic.
yeah, I posted a few times. I always post it, like you'll see Contour
Yeah,
Me.
I see it.
Posted,
Yeah,
That's what I recommend.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
AJ,
Much
you
love.
got
Many
you got
blessings.
a business you want to
Shoot. Shout out to y'all for sure. I always say this: it's not hard to be an entrepreneur. It's not. People got jobs. That's one. So time is like the number one thing. So y'all spend your time to just provide value to other people, whether it be products, information, your personal experiences. That's love. So and it's selfless. So shout out to y'all for that. Body 3 Mechanics. Or can I just say Body Mechanics?
Yes, that's what it is.
Body
It's like
Mechanics, yeah, with the 3. Okay, Body Mechanics and Lavish Love, right? All right, so shout out to y'all. And then for other businesses, I want to shout out to my bro, Sims, has a clothing line. I don't know his Instagram, but I'll find it, I'll put it up. Bro been working hard ever since I knew him, like he was 22 years old. Yeah, Medline, shout out to Medline. Medline, teamwork, you already know. I remember he used to sell wings.
Like
you guys
wings,
know-
wings, like I can eat.
Yeah, like
Does he
wings.
still sell wings?
Yeah.
Instead of wings that I can eat.
He used to
Somebody
bring
needs
them to
some
the
Wings that
jobs.
you can fly with.
Those is my favorite.
Bro
have
got
to
his
bring
own
some
clothing
wings.
line. He's a photographer. He does a lot, man, and I just appreciate his grind. So shout out to my boy Jay Ridiculous Sims Clothing. So yeah, big ups my bro.
All
And
right.
then if I had to shout out lady entrepreneur, I want to shout out my mom's her real estate business. She been holding it down.
She's so sweet,
Yeah,
y'all.
I admire my mom's, and I love her spirit, and I love her grind, and I kick after her. A lot of stuff that she has, I get from her, and then of course my grandmother had a lot of the same stuff too. So shout out to my mom, Veronica Jones. Y'all go tap in with her and real estate if you need a house, sell a house, buy a house, whatever. You can hit her up. She'll give you the info. Love you, mama.
Love it.
I got one called Perfectionist Events. It's basically an event planning business, specializing in superb event planning. You can find it on Instagram. Perfectionist Events, Perfectionist with a K, not a C. And yeah, that's it. That's
What do they do? Event
So
planning?
probably like what, balloons, and they set up the basic. They set up the venue and get everything ready, and I don't have to do anything.
I know
if I
they-
want to do this theme, they do that theme for me.
Okay,
Okay, cool.
and
cool. I
they
like this.
provide just the certain materials for the event. Like for instance, one they did like a COVID. They did like a date night event. So they provide they don't provide the food, but they provided the utensils, candles, etc.
Oh, cool. So they set up the event for you. That's dope.
Or they deliver it. Actually, they deliver the stuff you need for the event. They've had like a movie night thing, so it's a popcorn machine and all the other stuff that come with. Maybe you want to have a movie night.
That's cute.
Shout out to Perfectionist Events. Also a teacher.
Are we finishing this?
Yeah.
The door open? Are you guys gonna finish to leave the door open?
No. We can leave. Oh, you want to
Can
leave?
you like,
You want to go out with it? Let's go out with it. This has been the Grind
So,
Podcast.
Sonic,
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
grab the
With your
mic.
host,
We out.
Shanda,
We out.
and
Thank you. With your
Brittany,
host, Chanda and
featuring
Brittany, featuring AJ and Tyler.
AJ.
We out this.
We're gonna give you a little Bruno Mars.
Leave your door open for fine
Silk
black
Sonic
brothers like me.
leaves the door open to end out our night.
Yeah.
As
Love.
AJ presses play.
If he ever does that. Leave her open.
There's so much love we could be making. I'm talking kissing, cuddling, rose petals in the bathtub. Girl, it's jumping, it's bubbling. I am playing I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open, girl. I'ma leave the door open. That you feel the way I feel, and you want me like I want you now. Tell me that you're coming Tell me that you're coming.
Much love. Peace and love, y'all. God bless.
Y'all are fools.
There can't be two alpha titles.
Thank y'all.
Theaters on HBO Max, March 31st, rated PG-13.
I'm not just.
I knew that song was good. That's why I was like, this is a perfect song for this day. I was like.